There's a new beast in the league. They go by the name of the Thieves, and they have been taking over Major 3 qualifiers and, of course, our first minor. Today, they face off against Vancouver Surge that has retooled their roster. They bring in some young guns. They've moved Gwyn back over to the SMG role. Are they finding the form they've been looking for? Let's start with the blue team.
Yeah, I mean, they were 2-0 to start, and then they've played Riyadh in the minor, and then Riyadh in the league match, and it just feels kind of like a matchup dip for them. I mean, both those teams tend to get a little bit chaotic in game, and Riyadh just wins that battle every single time. Yesterday was the inability to kill Kismet on rotation. A couple of times they could put themselves in a good spot, and it just got away from them a little bit, and they can't come back into the game. So I'd like to see more structured gameplay from them.
We are
today.
live.
Also,
we're
trying
here.
to win these search and destroys versus the
What's
LA
up,
Thieves
Destiny?
team
What's
that
up, Buckets?
prior to this stage was susceptible to a loss.
Is Nero an X factor against top teams?
Absolutely. He's an X factor for them, I feel like, in general, because if you count Riyadh as like a top team because they needed him in that series. And when I go back to it, it's kind of like map ones kind of feel like everything for Vancouver Surge. Like, it's one thing to have a really close battle like they did the last time they went up against LA where it was within 9 points. You know, everybody was still participating versus having a map one like they did versus Riyadh the other day where they got absolutely smoked.
What's up, Hood?
Everybody got .7s
How you
across
doing?
the board.
Right.
You get into a map 2 S&D, you're getting 13 out of Gwen, but you're getting absolutely nothing out of everybody else.
Destiny.
And then, yeah, you finally get Nero to spawn in map number 3, but at that point, it's too late. You're going up against a team like LA, like Riyadh, like you're just not.
They just need a monster.
We got a gridlock.
In the meantime,
I like
on
that.
the other side,
I'm excited
LA
to see us
Thieves, I wouldn't
play
change up
some
anything
gridlock
except maybe
HP.
adding some more headgear. Scrap looking incredibly
Double
comfortable.
Den.
The nerd hat, his friends.
Interesting.
They were all smiles
Sake
as well.
and Raid.
I
mean, I
that may
think-
be the key for
I think
LA
even if the
Thieves.
Thieves
If you're looking at
lose
Scrap's career, the one thing he
a
doesn't
map,
have
they should take
is
this
the
in
big
full.
ring. He's looking for more trophies for the trophy case.
Yo,
but
what's up,
ultimately,
Justo?
He wants a world
Buckets, you
championship.
got a Nero
You have a roster
masterclass?
to earn you that this year if you can stay mentally strong.
Maybe he got
Gotta
some of
stay
his
mentally strong.
That's probably the
E6.
biggest thing for LA is just
So he's locked in?
finding consistency. That's kind of going to be their focus is
That-
just
that
keeping where
could be
they're
a
at right
concern.
now and how they can keep it level. And also
That could be a
maybe expanding
concern.
their map pool a little bit because I don't want to go back to Cloud 9 series. I'm
Not
gonna
mad
skip over
about
and
Den
actually go
anymore
back
since
to
we
the
look like
minor
a
final
team.
and just be like, okay,
I
you
still
smoked
don't love
Miami
the
in almost
Den
every single map,
overload pick,
except for
I
the
should
2 maps
say,
that you lost. So for them,
because
it might just be trying to
we
get
did
more
not play
comfortability
it
on some
great
more of the
against
maps that they're
Cloud9.
And that's what they're doing today.
And
Like,
Cloud9
for them,
is
they're gonna be
not
playing the
good.
gridlock. I don't think we've seen them on that yet.
So,
in the middle of the series, they feel very
I still
comfortable.
don't
feel like
I still
Matt Pool's in
don't
a
love the Den
overall
pick,
good
but
spot,
I think it's we're
especially
trying
search
it
and
out. We're
destroy,
trying to get
that's
better
kinda
at
what I'm
it.
getting
So
how much
I
improvement they've
understand.
actually had there. 94% post-plant win percentage on offense. They are dominating. If they get bombed down, the round is an automatic win for them, which is a stark improvement from the first half of the season. LA Thieves are in a tremendous spot.
Last time these two teams faced was on Valentine's Day. That was a 120-point difference in a hard-point game 4. Let's take a look here at the numbers and the maps and modes this time around. We've got Gridlock. We've got Sake as your 2 hard points. How many points do Vancouver Surge get combined?
And the hard points combined, oh, that's just mean.
I mean, the gridlock, they have more reps, right? So this is going to be the first time we've seen Thieves on it. Den, Saki, that middle portion is where LA Thieves have the advantage, but 1 in 5 for Surge, very good. So got to win map 1, find a way to steal that S&D maybe, and force that game 5.
How many did you say, Allie?
222.
222.
222.
And that's both hard points, or we're only getting to 1?
Both. Both. But if we only get to 1,
Damn, Tej got a big
I'll
old
give them,
beard.
like,
You see that, chat?
132.
132.
They're going to put up
Part two.
300
Part 2 is crazy.
2 points across 2
Part 2 is
I like
crazy,
these
Bibby.
calls.
Do you? I just
Yo,
I
Tej
had
got a real ass
322
beard.
and 2 hard points as well. That was my magic number.
All right,
let's
Tej,
take
I
a
see
look
you.
here at our official Scuff Pickups
I see
because
Fat
we
Bob.
did do some auditing, and officially Nameless is 1 behind.
He'll be
after
back,
his
sounds good,
bonus
Hood.
point. Allie's still with the
Hopefully,
lead. Would you like to go
I
first or
continue the
second
day
today?
that
I'll
Thieves
go
will win
first.
more.
It's LA. It's the easiest answer ever.
Yeah,
I hope so.
Gonna
My bad, Vancouver.
Yeah, I got LA. Can I do it right?
You guys are not doing great.
What do you mean?
Still
I'm literally
struggling.
hitting it.
Move your
I'm
other
literally
hand
hitting
on
it.
the other side hand.
I'm
There you go.
literally hitting it.
Bam,
I'm
nailing
literally
it.
Yeah.
What?
Wow. Right back to preschool with us. In the meantime, we've got 2 casters. One's a dad, the other one's super
I feel
handsome.
like I look like a preschool teacher today. Would you guys agree?
No.
Okay.
I will say though, if Allie were to ever like create her own kindergarten or pre-K classroom, it would be fantastic. That's all I know. It would,
yeah,
it would be
colorful,
fantastic.
vibrant. It'd be a
Buckets,
great vibe.
$5
Allie would
super
be
chat,
wonderful
won
teacher.
$600 on NBA last
It'd be
night.
something.
Tax
I don't know
man,
if I would
Niam,
sign my kid up for that
Abizi,
class, but
Nero,
you know,
Lunars
somebody would.
over.
Let's get into
Let's
this one, though,
go,
Jay.
Buckets.
Vancouver
600 on
and LA.
NBA, brother.
And I
You
think the Ducks
are
actually hit it pretty nicely
rolling
that,
in the
yeah,
dough
Vancouver
on your
had a
picks.
really solid start.
You are
for a
rolling
moment,
in the
but
dough on your
LA is
picks.
looking like a
I
totally
love
different
that out of
breed of
you.
a monster.
Thank you
I
for the
think not only
$5
because
super
of the
chat. I
NPC buff,
appreciate
but
you, Buckets.
even
W
going
mans,
back into
W
Major
mans.
2 at the final land
We'll be
itself,
rooting for that
they were
Niam,
putting together
Abizi,
really
Nero,
solid performance.
Lunars
It looked like
over.
As a squad, they were really figuring
Don't
it
know
out.
how I feel
So
about the
that
Lunars
plus
over. I feel
the
like
boost
that's
to
a
the
little
SMGs, I think really
risky
has this
there,
team
but
feeling like they're close to
the
reaching
rest I
Final
think
Four.
are
I
valid.
think the meta change drastically helped this lineup,
Whoa.
and also the map set change also helped this lineup because you saw what it did. You were removing some of the hard points that they didn't really like to play, some of the search and destroys that they were up and down at, and now they're sitting comfortable. Nameless touched on it. 7-1 in hard points, 6-1 in search and destroy in this stage. The only thing that they need to work on is their overload, because when I take a look at their map pool, like they have 4 out of the 5 potential hard points on lock. The only one that they don't right now is going to be Gridlock.
All
if they have this in the
right.
mix, Scar can be their
Map
auto beater
number
for the rest of
one.
the season, because they're
Here we
fantastic at
go.
Colossus, they're fantastic at Den, and they're so far undefeated on Sake. And the same thing
Also,
could be
chat, I
said for
am gonna
Search
be
and
eating
Destroy.
'cause
They
I
had
haven't
a total
eaten
of
yet
17
today.
losses in S&D. 9 of them came between Exposure and Colossus. Now they only have 8 losses with 21 wins.
Yeah.
I think if you are LA, it's been perfect for these guys, because even Nameless touched it in the Search and Destroy with the NPC meta.
You're
they
learning
just look
Smite?
Like they're playing with the utmost confidence every single time you watch them. So
I don't
LA
even know
Thieves,
what
without
Smite
a doubt,
is,
one of
really.
the top teams.
To be
I
honest.
love it. Let's get into it. We've got Gridlock for our opening hardpoint. Vancouver taking on the LA Thieves. Let's get it on. Kick off our Sunday. For Vancouver,
Here
this
we
is all about
go.
keeping pace and trying to maintain the same speed that LA is going to want to run at you. And this is interesting for a breakoff. All 3 members going to crash the hill and
We're
then
already
pick
too
up the
dead.
pinch late. We see
Oh,
this a
Gwen's
lot.
already
We
on a
saw this
3
a lot in
streak. This
BO
is
for the year
not
full
great.
mostly because we were in 5v5. But
Not
this
great.
works out really nicely for Vancouver. It kind of keeps you fighting one fight.
Gwen
at a
hasn't
time, and
died.
that's exactly
We're
what
getting
Gwen
slammed.
wants. Off 5 in a row to start, and a good opener for Vancouver.
We're getting
on
slammed.
P1.
Yeah, even with Thieves spawning on the preferred side to get to that initial P1 right off the rip, you just don't have all the numbers. So that allows Vancouver with 4 guns to just flood their way on up, clean out the front, and then focus on the back. That's what's led to so much time here to start this game. Thieves are going to try to break it for the final 10 seconds, but for now, they have flipped the map to potentially be in the right
So
foot
if
for
Strap
P2.
doesn't play well,
Yeah, the first break
does
off
he
great
need
for
to wear the
Vancouver.
propeller hat
secondary
all the
one,
time?
A little late to the party trying to fight off on the OEs, because it was a crash through street as well as a fight over through dojo that LA were trying to flip the hard point and the map on its head on. So good stuff for LA. Gwen really kicking things off nicely in his first couple of lives, though. Still has Vancouver in the time. Mitzi spawns, though. See how exactly Nero gets the read onto the Thief spawning over towards Fire. He gets taken down, but a secondary
fear we're
player
doing
Lunar
fuck
should
all
spawn
on the
up.
map
It doesn't
right
look like LA are going to read that, so there's an opportunity here for Vancouver, even though they're kind of being contested on the hill.
Win is
to still
absolutely
crash forward
forfeit
with
on
better
us.
numbers.
Yeah, Vancouver, 35 seconds, still have the back Swanson in the back pocket, so can we just find the trades to get this time here at the ending of this P2? Because Thieves have already worked their way up to
Oh
the
yeah,
trade and
baby,
now
that was
soaking up all
brutal.
of this.
I
So
was
Gwen,
I
you
was
gotta try to
watching the
fly
end
on
of
in,
that
try to
series
find the opening
yesterday.
kill, but you do it solely.
That
and when
was
Nero gets
bad.
your trade, there's no one else in the vicinity. So this final 15 is going to go to the Thieves, and Vancouver now banking off the roto.
Get nasty on Koi
So
ASAP,
decent
bro.
bounce back here for LA, considering the opener, especially looking at the back half of that second hill, recovering off of some good spawn manipulation for Vancouver. Now we're over to P3. Opening will look good for Vancouver initially, but look again at how LA are playing around the map. Threatening multiple things at once, also forcing Vancouver to spawn all the way out towards Milk. Niam's able to find the opener. Opportunity here to play through showers as Lunars has to try to predict correctly, and the timing is
Bro,
good for
we're getting
Vancouver. They will clean
ran,
things up and
low-key.
lock down the majority of time.
Yeah, this is
We're not winning a lot of gunfights, it feels like.
When they are set up, they have a
We're not
really
actually
good
getting
success
ran.
rate of locking down
Only a
for a good
30-point
chunk
game,
of
not
time.
that crazy.
Just when they are not winning rotations and they are not finding key breaks as a
But I feel
collective
like we're
unit,
not
that's
getting a
when
lot
it
of
starts to
kills
spiral
here.
out of control. But Vancouver so far are not looking like an A team the way that they were yesterday versus the Falcons. They're currently up by 40, and for now, it's still trying to maintain this shower spawn with 20 seconds left.
Literally. Yo, what's
Well,
up,
the
Drew?
secondary fight is great. Lunars, a
feel like this map is bad for overs. It is a little big, so
P3. Now we're working
I
on
could see
rotation.
that.
Hydra just trying to block in the back, staying as
I could see that,
elusive as
Buckets.
possible. Nero not able to find it, but Lunars provides the trade and catching a couple of Thieves members off the exit. holding them for a moment, but forced into the pistol while stunned does not work out. Gwyn knows there's a couple of low health pulls here, but he gets counter stunned, and LA will now have numbers to potentially block the rest of these Vancouver spawns. But the double from Lunars allows Vancouver to spawn on the hard point, and now it's a staggered setups for Thieves.
Yeah, Lunar spawn's right next to the backside of that hard point. And that catches Thieves off guard because the kill feed just lit up red. That should be 3 dead, last guy in the time, but it gives Vancouver another lifeline to try to hold it down.
Get some of this scrap time here. We need it.
A couple of seconds there.
We need it, boys.
Get this break. Now the split spawned opportunity here for Vancouver with 2 kills from the front door. I don't know if they're going to be able to hold this. Brother Precious.
Yeah, it's tough, but a couple of kills do come through. Traded. No, Scrap off the back is not able to get down.
Are we really not good at
give himself
gridlock?
A chance to hit with Neum, who's still finessing this back spawn position for the last couple of seconds. So all things told, really solid first set of hills for Vancouver. Largely getting the work done from 3 to 4, but that opening break towards 1 was good, and they did get some decent contest onto 2. So decent stuff for Vancouver, up about double the points, and we'll swap over to see how Surge are coming.
Maybe not though. I'm gonna hit the left here. I'm needing the time.
Trying anytime as well.
Yeah,
I need over. Needing right side.
Heard you. One more time. The right side time, Neum.
I got it.
Left hill, right hill. Left side time. Give me a sec.
I'm just on hills.
Give me a sec. Here, I'm trying to. Go to the right. Nice. Right side time. Time, wait. Right here. Let us play the right side.
One side. I switching Neum. Flank grab.
You hold me.
Yeah, you flank.
Nice.
They spawn P2. Spawn P2.
Yeah, you can go bridge. You can go bridge. I'm looking bridge. Are you?
We're not hitting left.
Yeah, they're playing here. They're playing here. I'm gonna go to right. Hold on. Wait for me, Teach.
Nice. That guy's spawning out. That guy's spawning out. That guy's spawning showers.
I hear you. Have him cut. He's still deep out. One's outer 18, tell me. Outer 18.
Team outer 18. And then other ice cream on me.
Oh, two are spawning out.
Outer 18, right?
Yeah.
Outer 18 and both outer 18. One in there.
Hold on.
Outer 18,
one
shot.
Like in between. You don't
Over there. Good shit.
Nice.
They're going outer.
He's outer on me already. Outer boys.
Outer.
Bro, we're just getting 2-pieced every time.
Outer 18, not coming.
I know, Destiny, I tweeted out we have a BZ, and apparently that was the wrong thing to tweet, because he ain't doing nothing. Brother, you played this map before. You won champs by playing this map multiple times. Oh my
really good stuff for Vancouver. Gwyn's going to finish off this triple at market for 4 in a row for him. I mean, everyone's streaking right now for Vancouver. LA not able to get their feet underneath them here in any of these rotations yet.
Yeah, this is the first time that they play it, and this might be the last time we get to see them play this because they've lost.
Yeah, bro, we might not play this shit anymore. What the fuck?
It's not set up a good team push to lead to a good chunk of time off of those break opportunities, but still a 100-point difference, and you're losing the key one-on-one right off the rip. Gwyn finds a double. Hydra last man standing. Another opportunity where Vancouver get beat in the time early, but Hydra at least slows them down.
Yeah, so at least there will be reinforcements, like you say. He's following up on those kills, but can they find the wins? Not convincingly enough. Wow, dude. I mean, it's one thing for Vancouver to be rotating.
This is actually concerning because if we lose this HP, I don't feel confident in our den.
And I think some of that is, yeah, you've got 3 players that are almost double positive.
Overload, I should say.
But at the same
S&D,
time,
I'm fine with.
They're just looking great individually right now. Everyone's playing off each other really well. LA look a little bit lost and disjointed, and Vancouver are punishing that.
Yeah, they're just playing from the back foot, man. And when you played the first set the way that you did, when you're going into the second set down by 70, you have to take calculated risks. And when you're trying to set up to hold down some of these times and you're giving up that first kill, that's what leading to Vancouver. Because you even heard it when you jumped to the listen and TJ calculating these pinches. So they're showing the teamwork here in this map, number 1.
There we go.
Dominating
Get active,
kill feed, still up by 100 and half players contested towards the back line.
We need this time.
Yeah, you need to win this hard point if you're LA. Likely, you might need to get a streak off of this just to try to contest P1 or P1 to P2. Nice moment here from Hydra, able to drop down with great timing. Not able to find the last bullet into Gwyn. Lunar's trying to cover as Abizi was trying to follow up. And things again for Vancouver, allowing them opportunities to keep the contest alive. Close spawns are in. Semtex out.
You got the kill.
Works out somehow for Hydra with Scrap assisting. So that's going to be LA.
If we hold the rest of this time, we're 1 hill away.
Chance to block the spawn. Split moment here though for Vancouver. Gwyn waiting for
we just got to hold the rest of this time.
Problem is Scrap is locking things down initially.
Yeah, Gwyn's just looking for the perfect moment to strike.
And we're not going.
He's going to give you an opening double. There is my time to go. All 4 dead. You cleared these out of the P4 time, and now you're basically forcing their hand to hit that early rotation. But you breached that 200-point mark. Thieves can't give up this time because you're getting closer and closer to the win.
Yeah, you have to try to at least keep them here to get early time at P1, but this has been 2 really solid sets of hills for Vancouver. And now Lunars feeling the pressure to get late to P1 while dropping that Hellstorm that he's earned. And what a stage Lunars has had so far for Vancouver. TJ finds you the opener. That keeps the hard point open and clear. Missile drops over towards the overpass, but a very quick trade
kills.
comes
That's good.
in. Nero stuck over towards Milk. That will be a really good cleanup from LA.
And now if you are Vancouver, start to work on some of these long routes. So it's going to be Gwyn on your mini-map working through grid shot. He does win the one-on-one, and now you're surrounded if you are LA. BZ is streaking over towards Broken, but
nice.
Now here comes Hydra. He's going to stabilize in the moment. Final 25 seconds is looking like it's going to go to the Thieves because Vancouver, you need to win at this P2. You cannot allow a quick break.
Yeah, and they're going to just kind of plant their feet and get themselves set up to receive this rotation. A BZ on 5 in a row. Being held over towards Lot. A little bit of help comes through from Scrap. That's enough to push TJ off from backside underpass. And the Thieves will wrap all the way around through fire. But this has to move quickly. You cannot allow Vancouver to soak up early time and keep you held at bay. And TJ's doing
the problem is TJ was really good at this game too, or at Black Ops 4 as well.
From the front, Scrap wins.
Maybe we forgot about that.
We go. Nero's able to win his first 1v1.
Maybe we forgot TJ was actually really good at Black Ops 4.
18, last one left alive, and he is found by Neum. So now an opportunity. LA to 160, and they have the hill.
Yeah, and Abizi still has a Hellstorm in the back pocket too, so just don't allow Vancouver
Abizi has a streak as well. That's huge.
On your alleys, and Abizi wins the most important.
I mean, Abizi's starting to bring it back.
And it allows your teammates to trade out towards the opposite end. So Thieves now right back into this game. It's been a one-sided affair all throughout those first 2 sets of the HPs, but now Thieves is starting to get hot.
Re-wrap over through small room.
I like that. I like that play, actually.
He's able to win one from the front. Can he find
Wait a minute.
Showers? Doesn't need to. Abizi beats him to the punch.
What can 5 do?
2 initial. LA down just about 40 points. Need to wipe off this first wave, and they'll be dancing.
What is this timing? We keep swapping weapons right as somebody peeks the corner.
First team kill does
team
come
kill is
through.
huge, though.
Hydra's able to sneak through. Now you got a pinch set up with Abizi, who finds his first, but he's got to go the last 1v1, and he does. Help is going to be here through the side door. LA is still.
We gotta hold this.
And if you're Vancouver, it's not a time to panic. Lunas finds the opening kill. We have an extra gun. This might be the break opportunity.
Nice.
All we have to do is keep on trading, but the last man standing is Hydra. He forces the one.
Nice, Hydra.
Oh, and he finds
my
a
gosh,
huge win.
2-piece.
Not done yet.
Huge
214, 237. LA cannot win here, but you've just got to stop Vancouver from finding the final point. Abizi.
Good pinch. Good pinch.
Able to find one.
Good
Does he line up
pinch.
all 3? No, not quite. Lunar's last one alive, but he will fall. That's full clearance. Now LA can
Gotta
worry
rotate.
about the rotation. They will reclaim the lead here if they hold every single second.
Come on,
but no,
Neum, go big.
they want to throw all 4
Yes.
members on. Oh no! And Neum, or should I say Questlove, and the LA Thieves are making it happen.
But it's Vancouver at least in the top for
Nice.
now. Abizi's
Come on.
gonna find one onto Gwyn
Come
off
on.
of the Swan, but you gotta trade TJ and trade him quick. An opportunity now for Thieves to steal map number 1. Just 1 wave of kills is all they need.
Hydra can just push out here. He's got a streak if he comes off spawn. 241,
no, we're all
241.
dying.
That's 2.
Good nades, good gunfights. Neum's trying to
Go
hold
huge,
the front.
Neum.
Some
Go huge,
damage,
money.
but a flak jacket will keep this
Yes.
safe. Able to find the first.
Yes.
The third. Not gonna happen.
Oh my gosh,
LA
the
Thieves,
boys are
a huge
icy.
comeback after a miserable first 2 rotations.
Oh my
Take map number
gosh,
1.
we were getting horked on, dude.
Man, in Vancouver, I don't know. It's like the first set into the middle of the second set in one ever rotation. We had players streaking. We were up by 100.
Holy, that was insane, bro.
And Thieves are just
they
playing
locked
chip away
in.
the entire time. It all started when you got to that third
They
set.
literally-
The P1 was flawless.
You're
They
so
withstood
right, Viper.
that
They
Hellstorm
literally
getting
played
invested by
perfect
Lunars.
COD.
They were ready on those
After,
angles
like,
from
the
Broken,
first
from
2
the
sets of
opposite side
rotation.
P4 to find those kills immediately as soon as the streak
Dude, Abizi
dissipates.
really turned it around. He was
then
struggling,
when
and then he brought it
Vancouver
back. Got a
were
huge
thinking,
streak as
all
well.
right, we're up 100 still. Let's just take our long
Wow.
route, guarantee our 1.
This
the way
is
we've been
this is
winning.
our payback to
But Thieves
TJ
actually
for
start
his
thinking about rotations
his
towards the
comeback
later half
in,
of that game. You get a quick break at
MW2.
the P2. You allow Abizi to earn a streak. You're with 15 seconds at the old time, get a clean 4 death, so that allows you also to be early over
That
towards
was
the next
huge.
HP. They just started winning so many clutch gunfights at the end of this game, and I don't know if Vancouver just let their foot off the gas or something, but that's such
Let's
a devastating
go.
map 1 loss that might now lead to a 3-0.
I know it. And here it is. And
Oh, I
tell me that
agree,
Neum does
Jusso.
not look like he's doing his
And
best
Drew,
Questlove
you did did say it. You said now that you're here.
And he says, baby, don't worry, I got you. Might not be the full lyrics, but you know how I'm going.
So we need you in the chat more often.
Comeback, though. Probably one of the more dramatic ones we've had in a minute, I'll tell you what. And it's one of those things, like, you look at the first 2 sets of hills, and you could classify it very easily as LA are not rotating at the right timing or the right numbers, sure, but Vancouver's playing top of their game. Like, legitimately forcing you into difficult positions that you're not going to convert on every single time.
Positive.
But for the Thieves, I really have to get away and say that that rotation from 1 to 2, masterful, finding a couple of big individual moments, but it's how they win those initial fights over towards P3, where it is 4 versus 4 on those 50-50 battles, either before the hardcore opens or on the second attempt that Vancouver's able to put together. You really can't fault Vancouver too much on that hill. It was just that Hydra and Easy
everyone needs 31 or less
takeover when they needed to as individuals who were the last one standing in a 1v2 moment. It's just they came to play, and that's what superstars are made of.
Yeah, they started off slow, but ended up
that is
on
true.
a
Destiny Surge be throwing leads away
out of a superstar-studded lineup is to not throw up those funky stat lines off the rip, because the Beast was sitting at like 6.
You're so right, Viper.
I was thinking he was potentially still running the
never
traffic,
chalked,
but no.
Never chalked.
All right, we switched to his POV. He's got the NPC, and he's starting to get loose.
Jacob Vancouver.
But you start to win some rotation. You start to cut down those losses on those key gunfights off the rotation.
That was bad. They started off so good, too.
Manipulate the game the way that they wanted to, control the game the way that they wanted to.
Dude, Abizi turned it around, man.
And now Vancouver are desperately looking for a response here in Search and Destroy. Thankfully for them, it's a map that they like to play, but hasn't treated them well recently.
When we needed it most.
That's kind of been the story, I think, with most of the Search and Destroy moments that we've seen for Vancouver. I mean, the Search, just generally speaking, has never been a strong point of any particular stage. But they do get to moments and like parts of the stages where it's like, oh, we're starting to really build on something on this particular map. And some of that is because they slam the same map over and over and over again.
And pinching the last hill was such a good play. Yeah, I feel like the Thieves had a lot of like really good re-wraps or like pinches.
They really haven't found a way to take
once they started to find their flow, which was huge.
Stage, they're kind of tossing the coin around every single map to this point. But like you said, outside of taking down Carolina convincingly, they really have not shown us much depth in terms of they could go anywhere and play any team anywhere. It's more of a some head-to-heads go their way, others simply don't. But we'll see if that could kind of be boosted here in this matchup, because now you feel like you kind of need it in this upcoming Search and Destroy. And to be fair, you know, you look at the numbers from TJ, he has been his usual TJ Search and Destroy self. So that's always a really positive thing to build off of if you're Vancouver.
Yeah, it's just, if TJ's been putting up this number so far in the season versus Thieves, I don't think he's played them in this meta change yet. NPCs has got these guys just running and gunning. They went from a 73% chance at finding the first blood and converting it to when they get that first blood, now with the NPCs in hand, 92% chance. So that just tells you with what Hydra and what Scrap are doing on the map, Abizi is now more acclimated into the game, and Niam's just a safety net. These guys are running and gunning. So if you are Vancouver, you got to be prepared for the pressure.
For LA, a map that they have not really touched in a while, Search and Destroy wise.
Used to be a statement for them, though.
Yeah, I know, I hear that. They played it a bunch in stage 1, but
LAT recreated a 100T Val from yesterday. Dude, they actually did, though.
Easy first blood, though, after the smoke blocks off Dojo. Damage onto a second. Nero's got nowhere to go.
Beezy's already got 2 to start off the S&D. We love to see it.
Told you. They're just running you down. Already the initial 2 kills go to Abizi. Bomb is getting planted at B. Lunas is able to find one, though, on the backside of Dojo. But the longer you wait to apply pressure here, Niam potentially is going to set you up on the pinch on the other side, but still a 3v2.
Yeah, Abizi is the first line of defense on this post plant. Nice shots. Looking for possibly the ace. Oh, and you think he wants it? Yeah, I think he wants it. And he's going to get it. 4 for Abizi to get us kicked off. Yeah.
Starts off with an ace, bro. Come on,
he wasn't doing that with the dragon.
Come on now. He's locked in.
He was rocking an M15, turning that combo.
He's locked in.
Prepared for anyone head glitching over towards Dojo the last couple of stages, but they give this guy this kind
He's locked in. We got an ace in round 1.
He's never going to be afraid to make a play. The slides on in, no regard for any human life. Gets the first blood, hip fires, even connecting onto the guy through the smoke
He's
grenade.
So back.
Instant kill number 2, and then once the bomb gets planted, Crossfire is being watched. That's
dude, we were down 195 to 88.
Abizi setting the tone.
Clean. Okay.
Wow.
See if Vancouver have a response on their first attack.
He does love this meta. This meta is over the top from what he's been waiting for, apparently.
Able to find a trade at that mid-map
5-0.
We'll give LA the early numbers, 3v2.
That's crazy. Have Vancouver in a 2v3, 15 seconds into the round. And now you have no information to work with of what the setup is looking like for the Thieves. And they are staying active. 3 players pushing through rooftops. The longer Vancouver keep on trying to play hide and seek. Just got to allow Thieves to be right behind them as soon as that bomb goes down.
Yeah, Nero's going to back up and realize this at the ferry of his own life.
Nice.
And no problem there as Lunars has nowhere else to go. Quick action. That's what you called for, Jay. I mean, that's what we've seen for Thieves.
Yeah,
Or
Viper.
not- I mean, we haven't
That's
seen
why
a
when we
terrible
started
amount
off so
in
slow
this
on
particular qualifier to
I
this
was very
point.
surprised because
But it feels like every
I
time
feel
they
like
play
Gridlock
defense,
is one of
it's
those
about taking
maps.
away the map,
whoa,
congesting your opponent, and force them into a
Hold
really
on.
difficult spot.
what
Yeah,
the hell
and
was that?
10 seconds into that round, they do exactly that.
Yo, what were
First
these
Blood
guys
King
doing?
doesn't do it with the gun. He finds
Hold
with the
on now.
frag over the top.
Y'all see that?
Then the trade from one of your teammates to keep the numbers on your side.
That was
but
rogue.
NPCs have got these guys just running
But
and gunning.
anyway.
If you're Vancouver or any of the team,
Yeah, I feel like
is
Gridlock
lackluster in
should
Search
be a
and
map
Destroy, I
that
promise you,
the
if you
Thieves
just come
play
out
well
off the rip
because
with
I
a
feel like the
default
Thieves do
round,
really
trying to get
good
a
on
read
like
of what's
bigger
being thrown
maps
at you,
and stuff.
then it's easy to make a play off of that. But if you're giving up that first step in the first 10 seconds, you're forcing your teammates to be
bro.
uncomfortable.
Yo,
You gotta
we
stay
giving
alive if
head
you're
mid-match?
Vancouver.
Well, first 2 rounds very
Dead
convincing for LA.
ass.
Similar break off here for the Thieves. Smoke blocking off Dojo. SMG's running forward. Kind of one of those if it ain't
Good
broke,
nade.
don't fix it type rounds. TJ will get to the outer balcony of Dojo, but this is a different spot for Abizi. As soon as you hear the gunfire, you pop up, you say, hey, how are you? You're going to find 2 off the get-go. Not going to get to number 3 before Hydra does. But on 7 in a row,
Oh
and a
my
chance to shut down
gosh, bro.
Luna.
Abizi
He's
is
gonna have a hellstorm
ripping.
already, and another 3 kills in the round for
He's
Tyler.
ripping.
Yeah, and they don't even know what to
Yo,
say.
what's up,
like,
Robbie? Was the
They're
first
sitting in
map
Georgia.
close?
These rounds can't be this
It
easy.
was.
Abizi's just
It
doing
was,
it all.
but
First 10 seconds
Surge
into these
started off
rounds.
like frying,
3
and
first
then
bloods for
the
the king of
Thieves
first
just went on
bloods.
a perfect run of
Bait and
HP
switch, back that player
and
down
brought
in
it back.
one shot. Gwyn has a sniper. He's not prepared, and
They were
you
down
already
like
knew
80
there was another guy
points.
at the outskirts.
80 plus
Yeah,
points.
Vancouver, I don't know, maybe just 4
And they came back and
players
won.
run at it, run together, because this is not working.
Abizi
No.
started off
I
struggling
think
and
some of
then
it is like LA is putting so much
turned
pressure
into
on the
prime
bomb by
Abizi.
throwing that early smoke that it feels like Vancouver are trying to get their nades into the back of the site to stop the plant, and they're not bothering. As Abizi gets another first blood with an SMG through mid cut. Stop it.
All right, I'm just going to find kill number 2. So now bombs down at the map. Neum was sitting nice and comfy over towards rooftops, and now it's Lunars left in a 1v3, and it just hit
bro,
the minute
Lunars
mark.
is the only one who's
Like,
gotten
we
a kill.
gotta do a better play call in the first 30 seconds of Vancouver,
bro.
because these rounds are going way too fast.
Good shots here from
Ooh,
Luke.
okay,
Doesn't
Neil.
matter.
Okay.
Oh
We're
my
getting
God,
cooked.
bro. With Jay's left planet Earth, he's gone.
I'm telling you, after the comeback that they gave up in that map number 1, this is probably what these were expecting to do here in map number 2, because you
That was
took
gross.
all the momentum out of them, all the hopium that they were looking for.
Viper, you think
The
Gwyn is
potential to be
officially
a 1-0
mid?
in this series is
I
completely
feel like
gone.
he's just like such an
And all they can
onliner.
do is laugh, barely communicate here and there, but they're a 4-0.
This is sick. And I'll tell you,
I feel like
I
it
know the
could
Desi
be
got it a
really
lot,
good.
and I know we heard it from Scrap at the end of the
I
last
feel like it could be
interview from
good with the
minor,
right
just
like coaching
they
and
feel
stuff.
like they are the best team in the game
But
with this meta, and they haven't shown us much to deny
He's just
that
very-
point at the moment.
very up and down.
Oh my God.
Not just in this matchup, but just on the stage. They look incredible. So,
Look how this is being set up, Al.
yep, it's a fake towards B, plan A.
Yep. Get the first
Ooh.
blood. This time it's scrap. Bomb is planted. Instantly going to be traded. But now in a 3v3, Vancouver don't really have a lot of space to work with besides their spawn.
See, we got
so
Abizi
time is
covering the
ticking.
flank.
And that doesn't feel good to try to retake purely from your spawn. So you're going to clear out mid-server, hit through small, and try to set up some sort of a pinch. Nade will clear out the corner. Lunars would have to hit some shots to push back this post plant.
Oh my gosh,
Not gonna
we're
work.
just
Not
ripping
gonna happen.
him.
Not gonna work, brother. This is
Just absolutely ripping him.
Absolute masterclass.
Yeah, and it's set up like that off the
Gets to
rip,
wake
Al.
up,
Like
Nero.
the first 2 offenses, you go so heavily aggressive
Nero
over towards that
did
B
not
side
get
with the
his
smoke
E6.
grenades.
I
The
fear.
second go around on defense for Vancouver to try to stop it, they had 3
I
players
fear
on
he
that
did
side of the
not-
map with the sniper.
He did
Didn't
not get
work.
to experience
So
that.
this time,
He's-
let's stack
he's
it even
struggling.
more. But just the mind game's now playing a part for Thieves.
Gwyn had the same hype
Vancouver
Lurks
were
has.
playing to shut
That
down
is kinda
B
true.
push, but they hit
You're
the
not
rotation
wrong
over to
there.
they knowing that that's exactly what they were going to do. And again, sitting at perfect at game point.
Damn,
Jay,
Destiny.
have we ever
Fuck
seen
win.
a search where 3 players exited
on
no
site?
kills?
I was a part of one.
Bro.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry to bring
Yeah,
that up.
that was like 12 years ago. No, but it was I was on the better end. 6-0
Yeah, just
with
call him the
the
streak.
finding 2 in the final round. Yeah, yeah.
Damn. Step up, Ab. Bomb collected for Nero after the first nade hits.
Wait, where is Hydra at?
Hydra's going to be in a position to play for the early flank, scrap sniping outer. And this is just playing contact in your 4v3 from
Triple
here. This
donut
is as clean as
6-0.
it gets
I
for
mean,
LA.
dude, if that happens, that's
Yeah, now
disgusting.
We got to make the play come to them.
If
Someone's
that
gotta
happens, that would be
potentially try to take a
absolutely
risk.
disgusting.
You're going to get this bomb down at A. And Nero's just going to decide to potentially
Well,
push
we
up
got
towards
we
bomb
got
in,
2
but
of them
TK's gonna
guaranteed.
taunt.
Oh
Down to
my
4v1.
god.
God.
And
Oh
there's a
my
6-0. Good
god.
job,
Looters
Thieves.
was the only one who shot back.
0-6 to a professional Call of Duty qualifier match.
Oh, it's the
446
hottest
game
3-0
time.
I've ever seen in my life.
Nah, that's a lie. That's gotta be a lie.
That is the Usain Bolt of search and destroys right there.
It's
This
like
is
we
the
played
hottest
Colossus,
3-0
but it was
I've ever
actually
seen in my
dead.
life.
Like, the fact that
That's like
wow.
I've never seen a faster
like
3-0
day one
coming.
Colossus. It's just 6 straight rounds of
What?
A hangouts.
Was
Yup,
that?
Plaza, you know.
Lunars
Right
is the
off the
only
rip,
guy to
just
shoot his
every
gun
single
back
round
in
is instant
SMD?
working in towards that A site. Yeah, it doesn't get
This is
any
an
better than that.
EKIA game too, by the
He
way.
barely got to shoot his gun, dog. 101
This is an
damage.
EKIA
Hey,
game,
he had a
and you're telling me you
1.22 in
can't
his
get
matchup,
one?
though. He did in Search and Destroy. He was him. 6 or 7% chance of getting a first blood.
And Abizi was
But
10
Abizi
and
found
2,
4. 10 seconds into every single round to start this
4
game.
first bloods.
Yeah, I don't.
Over 1,000
okay,
damage.
Vancouver down 2-0. Yeah, yeah.
Can we just send it to break now?
Oh man.
My God.
Oh man. Oh man.
We're gonna go to break. We're gonna come to 10 afterwards. Bye.
Absolute BTA. That's what that was.
Monster Energy, the official
3
energy drink
people
of the
with
CDL.
0 kills through 6
Cup
rounds.
Champs tickets are on sale now. Come see the best teams lock in for this season's grand finale in
This
fabulous
is
Las Vegas.
diabolical.
All 4-day passes come with early venue access.
Holy.
Head to phasevegas.com or scan the QR code to get your tickets
These
now.
guys are playing with their fucking cocks.
Look like the pros to play like
They
the
have to
pros.
be,
The
right?
CDL team skins
I mean,
are available now.
Nero
Scan
probably
the QR
is.
code or check out the in-game store now.
Wait, that's the E-Sex chat.
Brought to you by America's Navy.
Hold on, we just
and the
figured it
special
out.
operators who work in the shadows.
That's the E-Sex.
At COD Champs, it's more than Call of Duty.
He just plays with his cock.
You whipping an F1 go-kart at the Grand Prix Plaza, testing your aim and movement.
Don't
in
clip
Summerlin
that, by the
paintball.
way.
It's you
That's
driving
super out of
supercars at Speed
context.
Vegas, surviving the best escape rooms
Super
at
out of
Escapeology,
context.
experiencing the immersive art in the Arte Museum,
LAT
it's you
fucking.
taking a picture in front of the Bellagio water show,
Holy.
and seeing Vegas from
Third
the largest
leg gaming.
observation wheel in the U.S. It's you and the squad making memories for life. A weekend in Vegas that you'll never forget.
Nero's new name should be Leg, but the E is a 3.
Listen, where am I looking here? It's Mother's Day, all right? Call your moms, all right? And maybe I'll call them too.
That will be the game. Just get into P2. Get the final second. 250 to 110. Are you kidding? And you got the Bulldog already out his chair. You know when he's in that mode, he usually gets it done with the SMG, but his AR was simply uncontested.
Te tengo de cara, super. Estoy dando front, mírate el medio, Nico. Te tengo de cara. De cara. Salió con un... Tú vas con... Mírate el pinch. Sí, tengo frente. Vaya, Ice. No tienen comandante. Metal.
No, más sale esa racha, Adri.
Look what we have here. I'm the only one in this call with 0 rings. We're not going to talk about it.
Two of them. They're all there.
Nero's the goon. He's the goon, the gooner.
Yeah, I knew you were so screwed.
Oops, all donuts. That's a good call too, Buckets.
Oh God.
That's a good one.
Purchase drop. Beans is the clutch god, and he's got a message.
Wait, Buckets, that's actually a really good idea for a graphic.
Let me tell you what.
That's actually a really good idea for a graphic. Somebody needs to take the Oops All Berries Captain Crunch, but change it to be Oops All Donuts and have it be the Surge.
Major 3 as the final 2 teams
on the cover of it.
Wednesday, Thursday, pretty much all day, both across Europe and North America.
Did they already do that?
YouTube.com/COD Challengers. So far, this matchup,
Surge just triple cream supreme. Oh, that's why you said it. Okay,
Thieves made a dramatic comeback map number 1 after being down about 100 points, and then they came into the search and destroy, and then decided to just end the game there. 6-0 with I think 3 players earning Hellstorms. Vancouver had 3 players who didn't get a kill. And the momentum, well, if there were ever to be a major shift, may have already left the building because it is 2-0 Thieves going into the Den Overload, Jay.
Yeah, I don't really know what to think if you're Vancouver in this situation, man. The way that you were playing that map number 1 for the first half of the game was basically perfect. You won every single rotation. You were up by 100. You breached that 200 the point mark before they even got to 100 points on the opposite side. And then you don't watch any angles and break down for 6 to 7 straight hills to lose that game. And then you go into a search and destroy.
How many hills?
You're giving up first bloods 5,
10
seconds into every single round. Every single round you're in a man disadvantage, 30 seconds into it, and you just allow Thieves to do whatever the hell they wanted, man. I just don't understand where Vancouver have an opportunity back into the series, because now they're going into their worst game mode.
Yeah, that's so true. And even though this has technically been the worst game mode for Thieves so far at this stage, it's still been very good. And those numbers, you know, just generally speaking, I don't think tell the full story. Like some of the losses, we're dealing with a 6-7 loss on Exposure, a 2-3 loss on Scar. So it's like very close games. And I want to say 2 of them, or at least one of them, were overtime. So yeah, you know, they're playing down to the wire. It just comes down to cleaning up, and I think more regularly, finding just better domination in the possession game. That's just kind of one of those.
Dog, am I hammered or are Twitter gifts like way worse
but I feel
now?
like more often than not when LA is scoring in the tight games, it's in counterattack moments where they've been scored on, the EMP spawns up on the other side of the map where they happen to spawn at. So I think there's just something about in a full 4v4 50-50 game, trying to get the EMP in hand more often, especially a map like Den, trying to manipulate just by way of showing where the EMP device is going, maybe not actually committing to it.
I don't know what they did, but
we'll see if they can actually kind of do that here versus Vancouver, like you mentioned, who has been objectively very bad at Overload.
Yeah, I just think also just a small thing for Thieves to improve their Overload is just to have a little bit more teamwork.
Here we go.
Like they're so team-oriented in their hard point. Now they're showing it
Time
in
for donuts? For
this
real.
Is the only game mode that still shows some signs of, all right, I'm who I am.
Gotta get some donuts to celebrate.
And that's why they get caught lacking sometimes. And the 3 losses they have so far on this stage are by teams who out-pressure them. Optic Texas and Miami Heretics. So this is things that Thieves know that they need to work on. And with Hydra and the Beast, you better be able to stamp up that pace as the stop goes in, and now they're instant offense.
Yeah, that was a great moment from Thieves.
Now we're locked in.
Mid-map to shut down TJ, but then Abizi finessing his life for forever leads to the reinforcements to start to push through. Now Abizi's the lead blocker. Nero on the mid-cross, able to find 2. EMP still in hand for Nia, but he will drop
Nero
3
got
in the
3
feed for Nero, and another goal line stand for Vancouver.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about.
Bucket, do you need Nero to drop 31?
Long route right there. They do find the opening kills, but can't trade out the rest.
Too bad he has the ball now.
Understand the situation. All right, let me pinch through middle. Let me approach a different angle here. We already found the initial 2 kills, but now it might come back to bite you. But thankfully, the guys off the respawn get the stop, and now we're forcing Nero to hit the rotation.
Lunar's just going to get up top into window. Good spot for him to be, especially if he can find this first. But Neum throws his shoulder. Oh, and he almost guns Lunar's out of his socks. Not the case, though. Numbers for Vancouver starting to build. Nice pistol win from Nero, who's on 4 in a row. Got to be easy holding a little bit forward on this defense of the zone. But an aid lands, able to find one, picks up the EMP, and will be able to score just before Scrap finds the connection. So first blood on the scoreboard goes to Vancouver.
That's a little stinky.
No chance for that quick rebuttal from LA, as Lunar's is already playing defense over the
That's
EP
a little
location.
stinky.
And he finds the opening kill too. And now you allow TJ to slip behind enemy lines. So your teammates at Jojo are thinking it's all gonna be safe. But somehow Hydra was aware of that. Still leads to TJ finding a kill. Now it's onto Abizi to try to slow down this approach.
This is really stinky.
One on the pinch, but it's still Vancouver.
Oh no.
Gonna get that scoring.
Yeah, good control of the map right now for Vancouver. Now this
CDL Intel tweet, triple donuts.
Where LA may be able to do what I was talking about.
CDL tweet, avert your eyes.
Opposite side of the map. You spawned on this side of the map, so can you find a way
all
to
those
get the wins
tweets,
and possibly
all those
just
tweets bangers.
throw the EMP over
They're
the
a bunch of
portal? Not
bangers.
the case. Abizi trying to get out of dodge, not quite able to get over to the top of mid. And Vancouver again, good on the possession time. Shut down pretty quickly, but things will stabilize.
Octane said, I mean, what are we
4v4.
even watching at this point?
You just start slowing down these plays, man. Because you're rushing it too much, and that's allowing Vancouver to just find one kill to slow down. Or the most important kill to force you to hit that rotation. Finally, an opportunity here for Thieves.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Abizi finds kill number 3. You know, the last guy's going to be sitting in towards 10, so that's all 4 dead. But those close spawns come in, and this is going to allow Vancouver off of that opening kill to stop them again.
Vancouver going to play defense from the front. No one hitting the pinch as of yet.
Yeah, Viper, I was saying that was why I was concerned about the gridlock, because I don't see the Thieves winning this one.
A way to move this defense around. And this
Hopefully
is what
they
I
will.
would love to see. Scrap showing some presence. Moves one defender off. At the same time as he wraps back, here comes the hit. This is perfectly done. Absolutely beautiful. Beezy off the reload.
Nice.
Holds the angle.
Beezy gets 3 and stays alive.
That's what I'm talking about.
How did he
That's what
stay
I want to see
alive
more
there?
from LA. Bait the switch, come back to the action, find the score.
Yeah, I don't want to see bully ball. All right, who are we? Let's just 4 hit through the front and see if this is going to work. No, someone needs to try to develop on a route. Someone with the EMP needs to finesse a little bit to draw the defense a different direction.
Oh.
And that allows Thieves to get their first on the board, but now the reset back through the middle of the map. Hydra instantly going to be taken care of, but it's just a battle right now for who's going to get the
just
most
so I can
kills
check
to
it out
retrieve that
after
EMP and get it out of that
after
spot.
this map.
Yeah, so far Vancouver doing a nice job of neutralizing the middle of the map. Even more than that with a big win from Gwyn. TJ going to push up in towards mid. Fight over towards Dojo, gets evenly exchanged as TJ gets shut down on the pinch, and the hopes of Vancouver going quickly have gone out the window. All 4 dead in response. LA a chance to possess.
Yeah, now you're waiting for Liam, who's working on this pinch. You're Vancouver, you're stacking up, getting your trophy system down, investing all the stuns and the nades, but your pinch player now gets taken care of, so it's only going to force the Thieves to slow down. Now you're trapped towards 10 with every single call going in favor of Vancouver. Instant defense now to offense, where the pinch is going to be here.
Ooh,
and you already have
a-
Dojo control. Vancouver are running
Is that a
them
red
over.
card? Was he stair glitching?
It's the same route every
I don't
time
think
for
he was,
TJ
right?
too.
He was
If
crouched.
they're in 4 up, TJ's going to bail out of the play from the bottom or top side of the map and play through mid. He's done a really nice job. 5 in a row this particular life. Enough time to still grab and force the overtime, and with Gwyn still holding the scores of Thieves at bay, there's going to be another score before the half comes to an end for Vancouver. A masterful
Dude, we are
first
not
half for
good
the
at den
Surge.
overload.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt, man. Definitely.
I don't know
catching
what
Thieves
it
off guard.
is.
You can just see it on the facial expression there for Scrap.
But we
Still
cannot
doesn't
figure
understand
out
why
den
this
overload.
mode hasn't really clicked for this kind of lineup. So many possession time go in favor of Vancouver. You're allowing them to dictate
Buckets, you need
how the battle is
overtime.
going to be played. They were forcing you to be uncomfortable,
Yeah.
and then even the players come out
I don't
of the
know.
respawn and just trying to flood
mean,
their way right to their
4-1.
teammates. And when
It's
you're
definitely
leaving those
doable.
pitches opening, Vancouver were capitalizing on all those
But
situations.
we are just not
Yeah,
very
they sure
good at
were.
overload.
It really is just that one moment for LA.
Specifically,
Where
den.
you get the pressure at Dojo. It's not convincingly enough to full head bash it. So you fool yourself over towards mid, fake a flank, and then hit back over towards B.
I feel like, Robbie, I feel like overload
Vancouver evenly exchanged. Last player
can
standing.
just
TJ will
benefit
drop,
like
quickly off the spawn those Nero. And he
slightly
will get
worse
elimination,
teams.
Stop the play for long enough for the rest of the surge to get him off
because
spawn
I
and get
feel
into
like
position.
the
Sitting at top window. No need to worry.
the spawns
EMP
are not
still sitting dead
consistent.
center of the map, so
I think
just gotta
sometimes
protect
it's like
it for
let's
as
just
long
do
as I
this,
possibly can, and
and
Gwyn
then
finds a very important
like it
kill onto
works.
Hydra.
Like sometimes it works,
You lose
sometimes
that
it
mid-map
doesn't.
pressure. Now you're forced to try to commit through bottom U, but look at how aggressive Lunars and TJ are off the respawn. And then Nero finds kill number
Like
3.
I feel like it's
Every
not
single
like
push is getting shut
hard
down
point where
because
you
you're
can
losing one
manipulate
key
spawns
gunfight if you're Thieves.
Yeah,
as
that's
much.
a tough moment for LA
you
right
know,
there because you get the EMP
and
you got a
really be
player
in
pushing
control
out
of the
towards
map.
pillars to force the spawns to Dojo, so you're thinking B's a free score, but the EMP carrier has not enough support to actually.
Because I think
get
too,
out of mid.
it's completely different from
Scrap will re-carry for a moment. TJ's double though over
from
towards
like
you works
uplink.
out nicely, forcing
Because you have
to step up, and
two
Vancouver
sides to
win
cap
another
on,
critical gunfight.
which I think
The
is
map
part of it.
is fully in the possession of the Surge. They're going to call the Hellstorm here to see if they can find a score off of it.
But TJ is going to get caught. So it's going to allow Thieves to stay indoors. Not really allow this Hellstorm to have an impact.
Yeah, that seemed
It's
kind of
already
like
been
a waste
minute
of
and 30 by the way on this round. You have yet to touch the EMP the way
Hellstorm.
that you want to even give yourself a chance at a score. We just need to slay away around the middle of the map, but just keep on finding effective trades if you are Surge.
Yeah, they're doing a really nice job of, like you mentioned, managing the game right now, up 3.
Okay.
That will create an opportunity here for Thieves to put some pressure on offensively. Looking mostly over towards this A zone, but Beezy catches a nade and Hydra has to back away. Nice pistol shots onto TJ. Possibility for a quick reflect back over to
like...
Can you find the last one onto Lunar?
All right, we stay alive, I guess.
Pistol action for Hydra, and now he's gonna guess to go over to A, but his teammate spawned rooftop. Oh no! Poor decision there. He would have had a free score at B, but kind of lost in the sauce playing the pistol.
Oh, that's what I mean,
Vancouver
though.
their 5th.
Oh yeah, this is an instant score. Counter cap, Neum not in the play.
Yeah, this game
Vancouver
mode's for
up
shitties.
5-1.
I'm convinced.
And that was again on full display.
I've seen enough.
Thieves just not really.
Bro, we literally had
understanding
all
what
the
they need to do as a
kills.
collective unit. Their lead blocker every single time, and Neum, who's working on that route, loses that initial fight, and then when that kill number 2 goes down, Hydra is forced to make something out of nothing.
Well, I was lying when I said that it would be a hot 3-0 because we are fucking dog shit at Den Overload.
Yeah, this is a beatdown right now. Almost as bad as the Surge
We are a dog's asshole.
So rooftop spawn for our next DMP location. LA would have to pull off a
That's what I'm saying, Robbie. Like, the spawns don't make sense.
They were to do this.
They're not consistent.
An opportunity starting to brew over towards this B zone. But
like, they're just random.
The that we're getting in the feed are good enough for Vancouver to create some space, come off spawn, and let Lunars just completely dominate. 24 and 15. Now, we got a bad rap from what he did last year, but this stage he's been really solid for Vancouver.
He's been a lockdown AR. A fundamental AR for
I don't
this
think we
squad.
suck at Den
You get the stop
for like
on
all the
the
game
side.
modes.
TJ's the lead blocker, and
I think we are just horrid at Den Overload.
Thieves, you might as well just
I think
give
we're
up
not
this
good
map,
at
man.
Overload,
Scrap
but I
still
think
has
Den
that Capella
Overload
hat
is like
nearby.
the worst
Definitely
for
get
us.
forward
Like
though,
Den
because
Overload,
this is awfully played
we
if you
should
think.
not see the Thieves play Den Overload at Major 3 at all.
Like we're a little bit checked.
It shouldn't even come up. It should be an auto veto.
Lunars,
We'll chow you on exposure, or we'll chow you on Scar. But Den, keep it out.
And it will be
Keep it out, bro.
8-1 tally.
Our Den Overload
after a 6-0
is just
search and destroy my
atrocious.
bingo card.
No, absolutely not. Especially, like you said, what they did in the Surge, the comeback that they had in the hard point. And you're not playing the likes of Optic Texas or Miami Heretics in this mode. You're playing a team who was probably the worst at it, and they handled you with ease. That tells you.
I don't think so, Viper.
Coaching
I don't
staff
think our
knows,
Den
all right,
HP
this
and
is where we
SMD are
need to
that
put in
bad.
our most work, because they have tried every single map. Exposure
I mean-
sometimes works, sometimes it doesn't. Scar is a very close game. Unless they're finding the kills, that's when they
Yeah,
blow
it's
them out
Surge
the
and
border. But this
SMD.
is a map
I'm
that
not
you played
saying just
yesterday
because of
versus
this
C9,
series that they're
and
good
you
at
were
it.
only
Like,
able to win it because you were able to cap
and I'm
it
not saying they're
21
good at it,
seconds
but
with C9 just camping corners.
I think
So,
they're
like,
competitive on
this
it.
is the main focus.
They are
if you
not
are LA,
competitive
just to
at-
figure out how to play around each
at,
other in this
Den
game mode, because it's all
Overload.
ISO ball.
They're
and you keep on
competitive
getting
at Den
picked off
HP.
around the map.
I mean, they
When the
took
opposite
both
team is
phase
playing
and
team ball,
Optic
yeah, that's what the score's
the
gonna look like at
distance
the end.
in
Yeah, man. It's
Den
just-
HP.
There's a lot of moments you can go back and just.
That's
watch
not
the
an
map,
easy
and I'm sure
thing to
you can
do.
Just highlight and point to
When
places
both of them
like, this
are
wasn't the
very
right
good
timing
at
for
it.
this route or this attack or trying to set up your defense coming off spawn. You should have gone here instead of there. Like, it very well may be very rudimentary stuff, but we should be well past.
You also got to think though that
a
when we played
rudimentary
phase and
rehearsal
Optic on Dem,
for this Thieves roster,
we
on
were
this
still
mode.
in the old meta.
And it's just been interesting because like they still overall.
I
in
think the
season
new
have a
meta
winning
is
record on the
different.
mode, but they're not, I would say, unculpable for having a bad loss. We saw them lose on this map 1-8. The Paris at the beginning of the year.
I do
They
think
haven't had
Den
a
is
really
probably
bad loss in a
their
while, but this one was
one of,
egregious.
if not their worst maps in the other modes.
Oh yeah, without a
Like,
doubt.
I would
8-1
rather
to
see them
Vancouver
play other
Surge,
maps,
who won the season,
but
sitting at 6-19.
I don't think
They
that
threw in a map
that
to
necessarily
see if it was
means
just gonna
that
stick
they're like
against the wall. They were
atrocious
2
at
and
it, like
8
they are
on
at
Den Overload.
Den Overload.
They could not
Because Den
average
Overload,
more
they
than
are
2
terrible.
catches on this map.
Like they don't
And
even
somehow, some way you
compete on
give
Den
up 8.
Overload.
So yeah, if you are a scrap, let the teammates know. I don't know what's going on. Definitely communicate it to try to figure it out very quickly. Because Overload, realistically, is the only thing holding this team back from being the tippity top.
Bro,
Yeah.
if I'm telling you, if we get good at
Very, very true.
Overload,
Well, chance of shaking
like,
off
this
as
team
we
is
move
gonna be
over to Sake, which
damn
has
near
been
unbeatable.
A great addition.
Overload
for this
is
Thieves
literally
roster.
our biggest
3-0 on
weakness.
it. Vancouver's played it twice, split the difference 1-1. So no
It
strangers
is
to
the
I think this
worst
is just one of those maps,
mode
though,
for
that,
us
like, as
by
much as we
far,
can sit
and
here
it's
and
not
talk
even
about
close.
the boost to the Thieves with the SMG bonuses of the NPC, this is a map that I feel like really fits the identity of a Scrap, where he can rotate, play a little bit faster with the AR, but he can also know when he has to just lock down and hold an iron. And that's where a lot of those damage numbers we're seeing really start to spike, because he has the freedom to play on a more open space on rotation, and then also hold that open space once he gets to where he needs to go. And that's where we saw him in the last handful of years be very successful. This game has played very differently, maybe some of it because of the mechanic of the wall bouncing. It's like holding an iron is sometimes not the best thing because you just can't see players challenge you. But so far this year, it feels like this style of map is one that really benefits this style of team. Like, there's been times in the past where we've said that, but I think this is a shining example of, you know, when peanut butter meets jelly in a lot of ways.
Yeah, it's a perfect combination.
It's a Sake up
Between
next,
LA
right?
Thieves and Sake.
Yeah.
And the majority of that is just due to the little things about the game that turn out to be such big things, depending on how they play it. You're winning rotations around 50, 60% of the time, but when they are the team in towards that hard point on Sake, it's like a 90% chance hold rate on this map. Like, some of these hills are without a doubt money hills, and if you're not going to be able to break it, if you're Vancouver, you're not going to have fun, because the last 3 hard points on my screen, when I'm looking at the numbers, they have a 0% chance at breaking it. So we need to show the teamwork again, just like we did at least in the first half of that map 1.
Yeah, and I will say, like, this map, I think, is a little bit more, at least to where it is right now, where we are right now, with the recency of it being added, it's benefiting the team that rotates and hold way more than it is teams that are trying to figure out breaking. It's just, it's a difficult map to break on, and that's sometimes just the way the cookie crumbles. So we'll see if Vancouver can find a way to just do what they had done on Gridlock for the first 2 sets.
Would Overload be a better mode in COD without wall bouncing? I don't think so. I really don't think the wall bouncing like changes the game, the gameplay all that much.
Success that they've already provided on this map so far.
I would almost argue it would be worse.
Going to find the first blood. Niam fighting over the top of the time, shut down, and it'll be.
Again, it's the worst Overload map after the changes anyway.
Will actually
points are too easy to cap.
Completely thanks to
I definitely don't like the. I don't like Den Overload. I think it is the worst Overload map for sure. But
TJ's gonna hit
it's
a
just
route and
not.
finds
It's
that
not.
opening kill. Now it's a 2v1.
Overload is not great in general.
But if you're Vancouver, you're
and I don't understand, because I feel like they easily could have made uplink in this game, especially with the wall bounce.
At least for now, 15 seconds to fight for.
You have ways to
from Scrap. LA
to like
will try to
dunk,
rotate through. Will
you know,
be their 5th hard point. Oh, and Lunars is scouted. That is a huge first blood in this rotation. And Nate also connects onto Nero, so you're going to get a 2v1 on P2. Hardpoint opens up. Vancouver will get 1 player to spawn in, but TJ loses that first battle. And LA should know that the back is not fully locked in yet. They're going to keep a gun up, and even better, have Hydra go hunting. Doesn't work out. Nero wins the battle. Now
hey, Buckets, we got to pump the brakes on that one, buddy.
That elimination with the timing will make sure that doesn't happen.
We got to pump the brakes on that one.
Are in a great spot here on P2.
Oh yeah, Nero just needs to value his life a little bit more. Like, gets that first kill, but you're the deciding factor for us to have the number situation to try to get this early break. He falls, opens up the spawn point for Thieves, and now with the numbers, all they have to do is focus on the front.
On that one.
They're gonna be up by 60, almost 70 points as we head over towards the P3. But this is where Vancouver need to clutch up on these fights, because every single one that you lose, you're gonna spawn behind them, but you find the initial 2.
Got good stuff here from Vancouver. They clean out that exit from
hey, you can say we hate free speech, but free speech doesn't mean there's no consequences.
They get TJ on to contest a little bit of time.
You can say what you want, but that doesn't mean there won't be consequences for what you say.
Vancouver will all spawn at least closely enough.
And I like to let you rock, Buckets.
Easy, quick,
but
cheeky route, trying to find his way in.
There's certain things that
on the hill. But does he have enough in him to stop the reinforcements that are still spawning?
I'm not cool
The answer, no. Vancouver will stabilize.
Vancouver finds the traits they desperately needed to lock down that side of the map. Now you know with all 4 again, we can start
you can
to
say
take
what
some
you
extra
want.
Space. Nero gets cut down on 4 in a row.
But
Vancouver desperately need this time to get themselves back in the game.
You gotta realize that, hey, yeah, I'm allowed to say what I want, but if somebody doesn't like it, they also have the right to shut it down. Especially when this is
a situation where you definitely want back of your search.
My domain.
Right there. Oh, and Scrap even finds TJ.
I never said that either, Buckets.
Moving over towards New, so some bar control here for Thieves. Oh, last
I never said that either.
Lunars comes through as well. So now all of a sudden the Thieves have numbers. Just trying to deal with Nero in the hill. And Gwyn on the backside.
Like I said,
In order to
buckets
find
off.
both. Oh,
I
my goodness.
try
This
to
could
let
be
you
a
rock.
runaway quickly. At least Vancouver will have the quick ability.
I try to let you rock.
The hard point through mid, and they get Nero to spawn behind.
There's just certain things that
once again,
that's where
moment
we
to
got to
breathe
shut
here
it
for
down. We got to
Vancouver,
pump the brakes
but
a little bit.
We cannot allow Thieves to break
That's
like
all
they
I'm
just
saying.
did.
Yeah, and it seems like they're going to try to go right through the front door. 2 players approaching through the middle of the map, but Scrap finds that opening. Hydra gets the one through mid, and then Neon with the cover fire.
Hydra
leads
is
to 3, all
getting
4
pooped
dead
on right now.
That's on their
Good
first
thing though,
attempt.
Scrap and Abizi
That
are
can't
frying.
be that easy.
No.
If you are searching, just allow them to just run you down, just like they did in that search and destroy. Because now they break it with a good chunk of time left, and you don't really have an opportunity to even contest this from the side of just spawning.
Yeah, this looks in pieces right now for Vancouver. Scrap to 3 in a row. Nice shots onto TJ, and that's another 4 dead. So this is going to be another one of those moments
Hey,
where
go
you
ahead,
get
Buckets.
every single second of the scrap time at 4.
That works.
And with the setup and positions that LA have, there should be a chance to get the opening points at 5. But Vancouver do get a win out of Gwyn. He's shut down to the cross back over to the entire part of this hard point as Abizi connects onto another. Nero over the top of the box eventually gets the shutdown, but we'll establish our battle lines and fight from here over P5.
Yeah, Vancouver, we need some kills to go our way and someone to watch a damn pinch angle. This was the reason why you got came back on the gridlock. We're all just focused on the front, and we're allowing Hydra to make plays like that. Now Spawn's flip. It's still about 35 seconds left, and Vancouver, who are a team who suck at breaking, let's see how you do it. That might be a good way
If the
to start.
season were to end now,
flood
what
here, though. You
roster
just gotta
moves
clear
would I
out the
make to the
space.
Thieves roster?
Okay, that will work. 23 seconds to fight for. You'd
Um,
really love to have every single second of it for Vancouver to make up for the losses that you faced in the last couple of hills. Hydra's looking for toes.
it's
Won't
tough
find
because
any.
I feel like we're starting to
So
find a
Vancouver
rhythm.
push off what will likely be the final
So like, I don't
wave
think I would want to make
for the
changes
Thieves,
yet.
who will need to put at least somebody up top to watch this rotation anew. And yeah, they're going to put 2 players there. Hydra and Abizi working their way through bar window.
I think if I had to
Spawn
make a
for TJ
change,
will actually
I
be
still
at
think
Old Hill, so a chance here for
I still
Vancouver to
think
flip
Joe
the map
Deceives
pretty
for
quickly if they
Hydra
can find the eliminations, and so far Nero
would be a
provides one,
solid
and
play.
TJ gets the other, so nice moment here for Vancouver.
Okay, now this is a moment where we desperately need time. We cannot afford
I
to be
think
the farthest player
I think
pushed
Joe
out and give up
Deceives
that
the
kill
BZ
for
sub
free.
duo would be
Now these
fantastic.
know someone has to overcompensate. Someone has
And
to
then I
pick
think
up a
we bring
different
Scrap
angle,
back
and Lunas, who is that guy doing
and
it?
stick with
He's
Neum.
able to line up 3. So
And I think that would be a really good team.
because they desperately need it.
Doing a nice job so far, at least keeping this hard point largely neutral.
Plus,
LA, numbers up.
I think
After
bringing
that,
in
they
Joe
try to
Deceives
keep
would be
themselves
cheaper
on for
than
more time. Nice shots from Lunars. Looking for
than
the
bringing
player over
Hydra
top of the
back.
hard point, able to find him, but too much damage tallied forces TJ to make his move, and as he does, he only finds one before being dropped.
I think this is where
8
like
seconds before P2 opens.
I
Vancouver
kind of
will
differ
get all
from
their players to
a
spawn
lot
to
of
defend this,
people when they talk about
but they are very cautious
who-
about what's happening on this
who should be
flank
picked
route
up
that
or
currently Abizi's
whatnot.
taking.
Like I think the
Yeah, Nero does find the opening kill through the
I
front,
think
and TJ with the
Neum
frag over the
is
top.
a player that the Thieves
Gives you a
need
read of where the
regarding
pressure's
like
coming
his
in.
communication
Back spawn's now
and
secured.
like he is
All
talented,
of
he
your
can
focus
get
needs to
kills
be
and all that
towards the
stuff.
front. Just don't give them a
Whereas
free
like,
kill, 'cause this should
and
be
this is
locked
no
in.
fault to Rancor, but like, you know, with
so
him,
far so good, Jay.
I
Trouble
believe
here, trying to get his health back, not going to work out.
English being his second
Spawns are in
language,
for LA.
like I
Numbers
think he
starting to
would be
amount
able
as
to
well.
communicate
Lunars,
with
how
the
many
team.
can he grab? He
Obviously,
needs
like
help, he needs it badly.
English is
Caught in
Paco's
the
second
reload will
language,
fall,
and
that
he
will be
was
enough
able to
for
figure it
LA
out.
to break
But to
again.
be like the lead
Man,
communicator, I don't
it just
see
has
that
not
from
been
Rancor.
convincing enough for Vancouver.
Whereas like
And that may
Neum,
tell the story
I
in
think
this map
plays
as we get
very
close to
well
a
off of
100-point game
Scrap.
again.
And does a good job with the communication of everything like throughout the map.
And then break in now again for the final 35.
I agree, Viper,
Vancouver
because that's
just
the other
playing
thing
a little
too.
bit
Is
too
like
fast in certain
it's his rookie
situations.
year. Like he has a lot of
It'd have been
upside.
great if you did that after the
He has a lot of
second wave.
upside still.
Swan behind it, so then you win a rotation over towards New, but it's still at a 100-point difference. We just gotta hold strong on our setup. There's no way this guy's just gonna cross for free. Scrap wins one-on-one, already in towards the time, reading the pressure onto Nero, absolutely rips him, and that's again a first attempt.
I think if we got
break,
rid of
and it's
Neum, I would
perfect.
also take Nasty back.
Yeah, we got to add this one back to the lab if you're Vancouver.
I think Nasty would
We can't
also be a
having
good
setups fall
addition.
Like this. That's too many in a row. What, all 4 of their setups have been really crumbled in the first attempt. Good counter break.
I'm not saying that Nasty might be my number one choice, but like if he's available, I think he would fit the
this
team.
far, it's hard to tell the same story
as well.
of like what LA did on Gridlock. This is just a map that you just have to be little bit more.
I think
brush up
Nasty
and
is
polish
another
up
one of those
rotation-wise,
guys that will
especially.
fill his role, and
TJ,
he'll do it
who's trying
well.
to think about that next HP, just gets caught by Neum. So the pressure that you're at.
I mean,
towards the
Nasty's
back
on
line to
Boston
potentially spawn a
Breach,
couple
and I'm
players
pretty
from
sure he's
deep
chalked it
out.
up because his
It's
team
no
is hot
longer
dog
there.
piss.
They're fully set up with so much.
His team
space
is
to take away
horrid.
here at the P4, and they're finding all the kills. That's already the first wave shut down.
When Nasty has played,
feels like this could be the finishing point right here. Vancouver
with other
trying to
people
develop a
that
couple
I
of
would
long
say
routes. Nice shots
are
from Hydra, but Nero still will win the battle.
are better than what he has on Breach. He's been
Beezy,
good.
Same thing on the interior. No
Because I said this
problems.
yesterday. I think Nasty is one of those guys who's a role player. Like when he's playing with a group of other role players, yeah, I don't think he's gonna play good. But I think if he's in a team where he does have a role and he has to play his role, he'll be good.
Vancouver in the game for now, but Beezy's on a pinch. No problems for Tyler. He's in and out. More damage tallied. And Neum, I'm telling you, it's a little too clean, a little too easy. LA about to win the map unless TJ can do it all himself.
Oh shit!
Moment
TJ
of
got
contest.
two.
He's able to get two, but Abizi will have one last hit and behind him. And no, the last second does
we
not
really
get
sending
tallied
it
here
to
on
one
4,
more
but Neum
hill.
is likely going to win
We're
the
gonna
foot
get there
race,
first
especially
anyway.
after that stun hits, and he will win the game cleanly.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah, that's just a very good map for this squad. You hit it right on the head. It might have been
Hey,
put
see you,
into the
Michael.
map set just for this lineup because the way that they
See you,
play,
buddy.
the way they execute plays on their break attempts or just how they want to control the pacing of the map, it's easy. It's, at least from what we just
First
saw.
comment
And
ever
a
in the
lot of it
stream.
is due to potentially Vancouver leaving
That's
a
what it
couple
is.
openings that really shouldn't be open. That's what's allowing Thieves to make all these big time plays. Early breaks at pre-3 should never be the case, especially when we're working through
We'll
the
see you
street
fudging
side.
later.
Like someone has to be watching that cross. Scrap just crosses a free uncontested.
W
100
win.
HP, and your teammate isn't even aware of it. So these are the
We
things
didn't really
that
watch a
continuously
lot of
are
the last
holding
map,
Surge back
I feel like,
because they
which
did it fantastic
kind of
on
sucked,
the first
but
map, at least in the first set.
we got the
Then
dub.
Once you start not communicating together or just leaving openings,
Crap,
this
absolutely
is the
ripping.
team that's going to
30 and
hit those
18.
openings and make you pay for it. Yeah, Vancouver got a lot
Hey,
of work
sounds
to
good,
do.
Viper.
The overlook looked
Appreciate you for
fantastic,
hanging
but
out
Thieves just way too strong
during
here
the Thieves series.
Yeah, and the map one looked
We'll
fine
see you
too
next
until
week.
They just weren't able to win rotation again. It was a lot of the same stories that we just saw right there in map 4. Not winning rotation, or when they do, getting broken that quickly. I mean, throw red flags all over the place. That's just one of those
Let's
things that
go,
just
baby.
can't happen. So tough map, especially for
Thieves
Gwyn. I think
staying
only 11
undefeated so
eliminations in
far
that,
for the
which is
split.
not great news. And then that flat line at the
Love
end
to see
is
that.
what really stands out, especially going from 3 to 4 to 5. You just got to find a way to rotate better than that. So Thieves will clean up this series after a pretty significant stumble in the overload, but the speed on the Den Search and Destroy just overwhelms Vancouver. A 446 time on a 6-0 Surge. The over 100-point comeback on Gridlock Hardpoint, not to be missed. If you did miss that one, go back and check it out while we're in the break. But overall, Thieves still looking overall like the best team, at least maybe across 2 of the modes. Overload some work, but what do you think, Jay?
Yeah, I think Search and Destroy, right now, they are one of the toughest teams to beat with the aggression and the momentum that they are playing with in the mode. 7-1 in this stage. But the hard point, the only thing truly holding them back from competing with all of the top teams is a 4th map. They either need to add Scar or they need to add Gridlock, and they tested Gridlock for the first time today. But if they are able to get that one on lock, they have 4 to 5 hard points. I don't know how any team is going to be able to win the map veto process versus that squad. Hey, guys.
Too hot to handle right now. Too hot to handle, dude. Too hot to handle.
Overheating a bit.
Bring it to me, I dare
Undefeated-
you. All right,
undefeated
we get
curse still a
shift to
thing,
cool
right?
Camera. We got to
I
break down
mean,
this game.
I
And
hope
ladies
not.
and gentlemen, this was an
Hope
ugly
not.
series. Vancouver, you sold me in the first half of the hard point. I was on board with another Gwyn takeover series.
Yeah, I was
Then
too.
he drops 11 kills map 4. And start with the map 1 breakdown. How do you go from a dominant position where you're up 100 points to then falling in the final 2 minutes?
Yeah, so anybody talk about roster change for this team, this is the example of why you don't need that, because these guys all can shoot straight.
Right.
They're just dumb.
Let's see.
Point blank period. Their
Yeah,
practice
I got-
must be
I got
absolutely horrific. They were destroying the Thieves. Like it didn't even look like they were in the same realm in terms of how to play gridlock on that map 1. And then we get to that final rotation and they're getting pinched consecutively. I'm sitting in the green room, I'm screaming. Are we gonna watch the pinch? It's happened
overview
5
here.
times in a row.
Abizi finished with a
Hydra,
1.2, Hydra
over. That's the only thing these can do
1.09,
because
Scrap
when you're in that
finishing with
situation, if you're
0.95,
Surge,
Neum with
is you're rotating
0.99.
super early. You know our win condition.
Kind of surprising.
To play with. We can
I guess
set
it
up
was
early.
probably
only way Thieves
the
can
map
break those
1.
are like long pinches, sending people around and like distracting.
Easy brought it back though.
going
He
into the
started off
strike and
pretty
getting a
slow.
two-piece
I
to
mean,
give
look at
yourself an
this.
advantage.
Look at this
They're not
graph
playing
here.
for that. So like the focus in the complete wrong spot, and then the lack
195
of focus
to
getting into
88,
game 2 and just getting
and we
blitzed,
brought it back.
Clearly thinking about the comeback that you just gave away.
I have the other
Wow.
side of this opinion. I was actually sitting in the
Huge.
green room. I looked at Ant and I was like, you know what this feels like? This feels like Miami versus FaZe when FaZe were just slamming
Then we got that map
them, and then
2.
Miami just hit another gear and
brother,
just
this
went
is-
off to finish the map.
this
It felt
is
like that.
bad
It felt like
right
LA
here.
just didn't come
Woke
out
up a little
hot.
bit.
A
Yeah, and if you
5.0,
guys didn't hate that
6.0,
take, I just think
5.0,
the
and a
numbers weren't warm.
The
1.5.
take wasn't
Oh
bad
my
until
gosh,
game 3
dude.
happened, and then you see an 8-1
Holy
in the overload,
24
and then I'm like,
kills
okay,
to
Vancouver doesn't suck
6.
at everything. In fact, LA is
We
not
didn't lose an
pure at
opening
everything
duel.
either. So there is some weaknesses in their game
Oh my
to clean
gosh,
up.
that is
Vancouver with
crazy work out of the
opportunities today,
Thieves.
and they fumbled it. And it made me think,
BZ the only one
this is
positive
a
in
team
that
at
brutal
EWC
then
where your
overload.
coach is allowed to be on
Scrap,
the stage,
16
actually
and 28
has
at
potential. But you need
0.57,
that
not
fifth brain
great
to
there.
direct the
Neum a
boys once the chaos
0.64.
starts to ensue. Let's
Hydra
talk to a team that
0.96.
has their stuff in order.
On the side of
They join us in
Surge,
our Monster Winner
everybody
Spotlight.
positive.
Congratulations, Abizi. Back-to-back
And then
dubs.
Nero
We've
the
seen
only
you in
one
the minor
positive on the
champion. You're now
Surge for
dominating
map
here
4.
in our Major
Everybody on
3
the side of Thieves
qualifiers.
positive with Scrap dropping a
All things are thinking Thieves, but what happened in that overload?
1.67. Nah.
I mean, we just let the game get away from us. I feel like we've been working a lot on our overload, and I feel like we just started like,
Sorry.
once we went down so much, we just
was
started
cringe.
like doing just.
I'm gonna
stuff
be
that we shouldn't
25, by the
doing,
way,
so
chat.
Okay.
I feel like we're working on it though. We'll get there.
Fair enough. Congrats on the win, Abizi. I want to ask you about map 1. So obviously you guys go down a ton. I think it was like 218 to 100 at one point. And then you guys start playing wildly different. You and Hydra just hitting the gaps, pinching them left and right. What did you notice that you felt like you could exploit in the later half of that game?
I think the biggest thing is like the start of the game, we were just scamming a lot. Like we were throwing a lot of our lives away, like in like situations and holds where we shouldn't be. And I think the second half of that game, we just hit another gear and we actually started using like a lot of like teamwork in situations that we can. And we started frying at the end of the map.
And picking your brain a little bit more on that topic, is that like something you can feel in a game like that? Like that there's a change? Is it all of you realizing at the same time? Does somebody say something? Like how does a flip like that even happen?
Honestly, I just think it was like one hill. I think towards the second half of that game, I can't remember exactly which hill it was, but I feel like once we started like getting all the kills, I think it was probably the P2. Like we got pushed out both sides, and I was like, okay, we're gonna bring this back. And then our teamwork just started like, it was just insane after that. So I think that was like the biggest turning point.
Clearly, you guys outskilled and edged out Vancouver today, but I do want to tell the underdog story. Who was hot for Vancouver today? Who was tough to kill in game?
I'm not gonna give anyone gas. I never give anyone gas on the other team. Come on, like I'm not gonna give anyone gas. But yeah, the first map, I mean, they felt like they were all shooting at the beginning of the map, and then after that, we just started frying. So
then you remembered who you
Hole
were.
in the gas tank somewhere on the Surge. Congratulations, another win puts you guys in the top 2.
Right, thank you guys.
That's Abizi. His team is now 3-0, looking clean right there with Optic at the top of the leaderboard for Major 3.
Love it, love it.
From break, and then we
All right,
find
let's
out
look at this
who
clip.
else is getting a third win. Or maybe a first
I gotta
for
scroll
G2.
back up here.
Heretics are actually 1-1. It would be their second. Stay locked. It's still the qualifiers. It's chasing more.
Hold on. Whoa.
He just plays with his cock.
Whipping an F1 go-kart at the Grand Prix Plaza. Testing your aim and movement.
Don't
as
clip
someone
that.
with
The fact that it cuts right as I say don't clip that, by the way.
He just plays with his cock.
Whipping an F1 go-kart at the Grand Prix Plaza. Testing your aim and movement.
Don't
as someone
clip
with
that.
paintball.
Don't clip that, and it just insta cuts.
Of the CDL.
Oh, I'm dead. Oh, I'm dead.
Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the CDL.
It was too easy for Abizi. It's kind of nice that we get to say that now. I used to hate seeing when FaZe would post that shit. Waleed, I'm sure we'll probably keep testing stuff for the rest of the split. Because our strength of schedule is not good. So
we get it?
Yeah.
Or I guess good, depending on how you want to look at it.
Yeah.
Boom, let's go. I want to say that I was not trying to curse us. I did not. I thought it was 250 kills. So when we were up 70 kills, I was like, there's no way we can lose.
Yeah.
Now it makes
This is awful. I'm going with Toronto. I got Toronto winning this series. I think they get it done in 4.
You're like a mix of George Washington and a Disney prince.
What does that do?
LAG!
Oh, okay.
Production, this is a sick, weird joke. Give me my pick back now, bro.
Flipping this.
I'm going LA Thieves.
Got him.
I got Shotzi, I got Texas, baby.
Wait, did you just baby into swapping it?
Trap, bro.
Where did you pull that out from?
What the hell is going on in Columbus?
We've seen that clip 1,000 times.
When I walk, money maker when I talk. Another boys on a mission, never put them in a box. Clawing to the top, jaws open while they watch. Yeah, I'm getting to the chicken, I ain't never gonna stop. I'm the life of the party, know it's going down. If they wanna talk about me, I'ma tell them how. I'ma tell them, I'ma tell them, I'ma tell them, I'ma tell them, Everybody wanna be like me, fast lane, steady whipping 2 doors off speed. Everybody wanna be like me, but that's something that they never gonna be.
Metals, this is where you be the playmaker.
Oh, Metals. See, look, he's trying to win that giveaway. Hey, that would make sense. Okay, Metals. He gets to cruise, too.
Do we agree we should ban Overload? I mean, I was saying the Thieves just gotta forfeit the Overload. Don't even play it.
It's Jason Bourne.
Don't even let the other team get warm. Just say they can have it. We'll go straight into another HP.
That's Matt Damon's other younger brother, Metals. He goes by the name of Jason Bourne in game, and he was dominant on a 14 streak after Draza talked some trash. But if you look at the numbers here, Ali, against
That's
G2,
what I think.
Heretics are basically looking in the mirror. 50% S&D round win rate. Team KDs are at a 1.0 each, and 467 kills to 466. You can't get closer in a series in the past.
Yes, it's unfortunate because
Can they do that? I think they could.
Split, they're in 2 very different positions. Miami Heretics, I mean,
I think they could because I mean we've seen teams forfeit matches
seems
before.
To fit them perfectly.
Like forfeit maps
on the flip
before.
Side, G2 has not found any
because
success.
They didn't want to replay it or
like
something.
The core that we saw during stage 2.
Let's take a look at our squad. Starting off here with the Miami Heretics. This is a team that just took down FaZe. They went to the finals in our minor. They earned 20 points there. They're still looking for some money, still looking for a trophy and an appearance on Championship
Now, I think if
Sunday.
you're
what is it going to take for this team?
The other team, you might have a little more like frustration by it. At first, you might not because you'd be like, "Well, we're guaranteed a map win." But then when you realize like the reasoning for it is so that way you can't stay hot.
We've seen that with the FaZe match.
Or like you can't get hot.
They play so aggressive.
Then it's like,
hard to keep
okay.
up with. A lot of people criticize the ARs in their ability to play fast. Well, they have completely dispelled that. Both of them picked up the pace, and particularly Super. He's been sensational throughout this entire split. So, yeah.
Yo, I do give credit to Draza though for actually doing a giveaway.
They can't make this run.
Ali, if you missed the pre-show, 129 snipes for Super in his search and destroys. He had 16 maps with 4+ snipes. What map do you want to see him play S&D on today?
Ooh, I think I want to see Super either on Fringe or Scar. I think that would be 2 really fun maps to see him pull out the snipe on today.
And if he goes to those maps,
hey, sounds
who
good,
on
Justo.
Minnesota
Thank you for stopping
can
by.
answer his sniping prowess? Is there a sniper waiting in the rough here for our Minnesota squad on G2?
My answer
Hope
is
you have
no,
a good
Chris,
rest of your
because he's
day.
the best sniper in the league. Almost nobody can match him. But if you have to pick a player that will pull out the sniper, it's going to be Skies. He has to. He has to.
You think Caesar can hang?
Yes, Caesar can hang with a sniper in hand. He's been one of the better snipers this year. Their problem, though, everything's kind of fallen off. Their S&D's 50-50. When you talk about the new meta and the new maps, I mean, 0-1 on Grid, 0-2 on Saki for them in terms of hardpoint. And then outside of the C9 match, 2-15 map count. So everything, it's been abysmal. You know, before we talked about how they were one of the lowest team KDs in the league, a lack of firepower. Yeah. You thought there would be a buff with the NPC meta for the two SMGs. Hasn't been the case. I mean, Crep's been kind of pedestrian. Numbers are a little bit down from the start of the season, and nobody
Gold
has really
can be
picked it up
somewhere,
for them.
but just oh my
they
god,
just kind of hit this wall. Whereas all the other
Gold
teams
was
that were
here
top
yesterday.
have started to improve.
They had Skies there with a .79 is the worst.
See, this is why Gold makes me laugh, because he tells me he wants me to stream Apex, but then he's never in the chat. I'm like, bro, I don't even like watching Apex. Why would I stream Apex if you're not even going to be
here? But the
here?
problem now is that you're getting it from one player at a time, essentially. They had an S&D versus LA. I think Kremp dropped 15 kills, so it's not like Kremp suddenly got worse at the game, but they weren't able to close it out because your teammates in next to you is 1 and 8, so you're in a 3v4. So it's just, they're not able to put it all in the same time right now.
And you just made the meh face when Howie said they have the firepower. Go ahead, put them under the microscope. Who needs to up their shooting prowess today?
That is true,
I feel like it's everybody.
It's
You're
just
not wrong.
inconsistent firepower.
For them, yeah. I mean, generally throughout the season, it's been
I'm
ARs, like a
genuinely
lack of
surprised
firepower
when you're not here.
there.
I
To
think
start
there's
off, feels
something
great,
wrong
though.
when
Stage
you're
one,
not here.
Skies was frying.
Like, I
and it
hope
kinda
everything.
masked the issues
Whenever
that they've
you're
had
not in the
later
stream,
into stage 2
I'm always
and
like,
until
man,
now.
I hope
And we were kinda
Destiny's
expecting
okay, or I
Astro and Kremp to
hope
get that
everything
buff.
in
They
Destiny's life is
haven't.
okay
Kremp
right
and Search
now.
and Destroy been
Because
sensational,
it just
but
feels
can
so
he
crazy to not see you in the
take
chat.
over series for them, like kind of we see with Joe Deceives on Koi.
Respawn Slayer.
Yeah, exactly.
I seriously
It's
get
tough.
so
And then
thrown off when
you
I'm like,
combo
damn,
that
Destiny's
by
not here
mentioning the
today.
maps for them doesn't really bode well. The Grid and the Saki haven't looked great, so just not a lot to be excited for if you're a G2 fan.
Yeah,
right?
that was the first. I think that was the first time
3 game wins for each
I hadn't
squad.
seen you in
This
the
is
chat
their third
all
meeting,
day.
Howie. Who gets the win this time around? You are still
for an
in the lead.
entire
You go
stream.
first.
Like you never even stopped
sure.
by,
Almost.
which is like
I'm gonna give it
I feel like
a-
we
actually, I
don't
think it might
normally
be a
see.
3-0.
Like even if you don't
3-0.
stay,
Okay,
I feel like a
nameless.
lot of times
Yeah, I'm gonna go
you'll check in or
3-1.
you'll be in for a
I think
minute.
Miami get this done.
So when
Which
you
game
didn't
do they
stop by at
lose?
all,
We've
I was
seen,
like, oh
I think
shit,
they're a phenomenal
I hope
overload
everything's
team,
all
but we've
good
just
with
seen some
Destiny.
weird overloads. G2
That's valid.
As if you
Yeah,
like
they
have to
might
be
still
here, as if
overload.
you're required to be
Weirdness
here.
from G2 comeback in the second half. I got Miami Heretics to take this series,
Yeah,
but
they're just
G2
gonna win.
takes a game 5, takes us to a game 5, and Skies has a
Really?
better
Don't see
day.
the whole
I
weekend.
hope
Call
so.
the authorities.
Or we're getting a 3-0. We'll find out. We got our casters ready, locked and loaded. It's Miles and Chance. Let's do this.
I like what Wheeler says. Man, we've seen some overload shenanigans in recent memory. Today, we might not see that. G2
Damn,
not
Buckets
looking
might
as
actually be
strong as
mad at me.
Heretics have in recent memory. Mr. Chance, how are you feeling about this one?
I'm feeling great. I'm expecting some good Call of Duty to be played, so I'm always excited for this type of matchup. And I think Heretics have especially been fun to watch as of recent. Even the last series we had on like the Sake, I feel like over the course of the league's history, CDL or even back in Black Ops 4, we never really get the.
I got
Meadows
Heretics
POV
taking this
too
one pretty
often.
convincingly.
And boy, did we get it when he just played against FaZe and lights out from start to finish. So on team the whole way down, and they're going to bring the goods.
Heretics are looking
especially
good
on
right now.
Colossus. Heretics seemingly
They have been
leveled up their
looking
game.
good.
I think Heretics are looking mean today. We're going to get another chance to look at it later, but Renkor's headset is so twisted today. That is an omen. That is a sign, Miami fans. You are in for a treat. Or we can collect more data and decide if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But that man is twisted in and out of game. G2, we need to see some turnarounds from you.
If Heretics lose, check Mama's
you've had
PC.
it all there. That's
Wait,
Scott
why
versus
do you
New
say
York,
that?
249 versus Vancouver. Woohoo! What are we going to have now on Colossus?
Why
Colossus
Mamba's
match
PC?
just faded
What-
away for G2, so this is certainly a map they needed to get back in their pool. Of course, for Heretics, we've been paying attention to them in the NPC meta. They'll rock 4 NPCs, and Super becomes one of the fastest players in the world. So a formidable squad. See if G2 can rise to the occasion.
Well, so far, they've not risen to anything. They've all died. Skies,
I feel like this team got better because of the meta as well.
Hunt, Lordy! Metals on side and finds those kills, and there you go. Vamos a Heretics. Order nothing, Super. What a start. Blistering pace already being set by our team from Miami. Good God, that fit was disgusting.
Yeah, and
Yeah, exactly,
Set up,
Destiny.
and of course, Trix wins the gunfight. So there you go. Heretics break
That's
time.
what I was
Super
saying.
off to the hot start.
That's why I kept saying,
Themselves
like,
up for the
bro,
rotation as well.
I let you say a lot of stuff that,
this is
like,
we've noticed we've
if
not
I'm
been
being
calling
honest,
it,
I probably shouldn't.
Krem's map in quite some time. That was a different
But
life.
there's certain things that it's like, all right, that
well, P2's up. Numbers here for G2.
that's a little too much. Tone it back. And that's why, like, that's why it's not even like I ban him. I just say, like, hey, pump the brakes a little bit. Like, let's not get carried away here. Because I get for some people they think certain things are jokes, but it's like some stuff is not a joke, or like it'll promote other people to make comments
He's doing it from a mile away.
that are not appropriate.
Back, nice 3-piece to break through on the P2. So G2 have had 2 separate breaks on this hill, and I think neither one of them has really gotten them any degree of time. So in terms of the score, it changed nothing.
Nothing at all. That was a slippery P2. No one could really get their hands around it. And it's not over yet.
Buffer.
Another wave of players.
All right.
Metals. Nice dance. Final few seconds going to go the way of Miami finally. Well, looking at P3, very different beast. As we now
My internet's shitting,
to the
apparently.
great outdoors here on Colossus. All G2 for now. This could be the comeback. We need to see a solid setup here. M15's in the feed. That is a good thing right now. A big stun is going to hurt Mum on the approach down low, and the remaining
Mamba
3
6 and
on
7.
the outside. This should be a fast hit to time. Heretics might be able to break this.
Yeah, Mamba caught unaware. Trades there from Rancor, zapping down range, and well, Estriel, that sort of final line of defense, needs to give you 2, and he succeeds, and Estriel might have to do just about everything. The reinforcements, a little bit quick, but Heretics applying the pressure.
Yeah, pressure's great. The pressure's stopping anything happen here. 3 dead, no trophy, no nothing. G2 wiped off the P3. Backline now being pushed a little bit further. Left-hand side of the map will
Oh
sit
yeah,
for
no.
Heretics' right-hand side. That's what G2
I
are
looked
on the way
over in
from.
my stream.
And what a hold.
Looked like it was crashing
Hardpoint
too,
drifting
low
down to
key.
15 seconds remaining. G2 got so little of this.
It was
We were
red
looking to
barring.
get them back in the game, and they are. But my word, I wanted a little bit more.
Yeah, they were down by 40 going into new time, and they also won every single gunfight prior to the rotation, and, you know, they cut the lead to about 20. So not too shabby, but I'm with you. You want a little bit more, and Skies is trying to take exactly that. But you see, well, you have multiple G2 players going on the pinch. Well,
G2's
they're
not looking bad right now.
In a cheeky spot, and he's trying to do what he can from the back.
Being fair,
Just ready to check your router.
And firm hard point so far. G2, we are
Don't
back,
think you
boys
need
and
to.
girls.
Thankfully.
Looking for kill number 5, gets it. Backline say frontline now. Miami Heretics gonna come. Great work, man. G2,
I hate
you're
when I
back
have to
in
do
this,
that,
baby.
though.
This is a lead change. Is it Krem losses once again, Chance? What month of the year is it?
Well, he's leading the lobby in kills right now, so not too shabby a performance. Skies also had huge kills on the rotation to set his team up. And G2 cleaning house from the backside of time. So right now, they're bringing the fight, bringing the goods, but P4 has been a battle.
P4 has been rough. We have the
This
lead.
has been a solid
G2,
map so
can
far.
we hold on. Let's go for a listen in.
I'm going top mid. I'm going
Damn, Estriel for 3. Krem got a streak as well. Estriel has full streaks. Say full streaks as if he can use them.
G2 G2, I'm sorry I ever doubted you. Wow, what a turnaround.
You know, let's not get too ahead of ourselves, but yes, so far
Ooh,
so good.
shit.
It's been an interesting,
Okay,
little
Estriel.
stylistic matchup. Estriel gets 2 before he falls. Another mixy P2, but I think G2 ultimately very happy for how the
G2
hill
are
played
looking
out,
pretty
but
solid
so
right
many
now.
of these hills, both Skies and
Krempy
Mamba
is
rocking
frying.
the M15 still, so a double AR setup on this map. And
He's
Heretics
back on
have
his
been
bullshit.
Really leading into 4 SMGs, so just a different style of battle being had, and right now for that stylistic matchup, G2 Minnesota feeling good.
Yeah, feeling good. Not great on this P3 yet, but looky, Crimp's got himself a streak. We have one for Estriel as well, so this P3 is going to sting just a little bit. Those sidewinders are going to find absolutely nothing. Cluster bombs, excuse me. Raincore's going to be forced to the inside. We go wide, push those players back over the big door, and now outside battle is on. Sky's on his own.
Estriel's hitting
absolutely
a
wiped
route
out
here.
Estriel's going to get to this one late. Good timing. Oh my goodness. Shots onto the first man were great. The trades are done, and it does look like G2 have managed to win the
is
battle.
taking
So the next
effect.
20 seconds are theirs.
It's
if they
kicking
get
in for sure.
Great work.
Yeah, beautiful stuff, and Estriel really makes the high impact play. Talk about a man that's seen that play 1,000 times. No wins to kill. Guy number 2 instead of the guy Godheady, the first one to iron you down. But either way,
You throw in the new sub meta too. Oh yeah,
Players are there. They
Krempy's
got another
eating good.
Hellstorm in the back pocket as well if they don't want to invest this for the break. And Kremp right now leading the charge by statue, picking up freebie kills.
He's snapping as well. Really nice. Well, we are coming to the final set, well, the final hard point of the set now, and this has been very, very strong out of G2. What a turnaround, man. First set, not ideal. Extra little slow in the kills department. Big man
Yeah,
on
Destiny,
time,
that's
though,
what I
and
was
now
saying the
he's
other
running.
day. Colossus is like
Guys through
just
yellow,
like
finding a
6-star
couple more Mambas on
regarding
time,
like
and
when the
you bought
Hellstorm
all
comes
the
in
space in the world.
because
Maybe this is one
because
the
of
effects
how
the
like
style.
tall the map
Those M15s
map
buying the
is.
space for G2, not letting the Heretics get close.
And Sky's doing a great job of valuing his life as well. So his teammates win the gunfights on the back line. He was showing presence P1 just to sort of keep him soft and get
I think if the
repositioned.
streak like
Heretics
had
do
different
finally bring this
spawns,
P4 setup down, but
it would be a little
much
different.
damage has already been done. Minnesota, I mean, again, bringing the goods. Be a 50-point lead going at noon time, and Kremp is not slowing down.
Krem, nice little 3. A little dirty 3, keeping the play going. These shots are annoying to deal with. Wow, Rancor cut down. That NPC's kicking ass. 200 points now crossed. G2 in the third and final set. Let's get it.
Once again, like a double AR setup they're going to have on P1 as well. Estriel now officially has to hold the line, though. Heretics should be good for the break, but he at least gives you 2, so he softens up the reinforcements, and his teammates now so quick to getting back in the mix. I think Rancor maybe sets you
Yeah,
apart
exactly,
with that
Destiny.
nade kill. G2
Like,
now on the back foot.
you just knew when you called in the streak, like it was not going to work. And all it did was take you out of the game.
Well, NPC in the back pocket as well. Why not, mate? Well, here we go. We've managed to make contact. We're on the hard point. 2 down, 3 dead, and just like that, Heretics crumble. G2 have banged in.
Estriel already set up for the new time. You're soaking up P1 as well. And yeah, Metals doesn't want to give it to you. He's going to get traded out. So you trade away maybe that rotation for the last little bit of scrap. For G2 Minnesota, they're in a situation where
Metal's not
one
having the
break
best of
in the
maps
next
here.
3 hills, and they will be able to secure this map.
No way we see another big
Hellstorm here to break P2.
big comeback here, right?
Are we going to be seeing a solid connection here? Estriel over the top.
He gets one.
Connection good. There we go. 2 players left to deal with. It's basically 1-on-1s. Graham's got a little bit of a hit point
Whoa,
advantage.
what was
Close.
that?
He kills
How did
the
he
other
bounce
bloke.
like that?
Oh my word. Estriel, well, he dives in. Doesn't get a lot done. Heretics hold for a second longer. Here comes Bueno. M15 in hand, trying to seal it here.
And it's double M15 as well. Yeah, Mom and Sky is working together. Get the SMGs nice and close, and players tagged up one shot. Nades, though.
Heretics are still winning all the
everywhere on
gunfights,
the
though.
time. Bit of team damage coming through as well, and Heretics, okay, the survival game is being played. You survive on P2. Now you got to win the rotation. They are not winning these initial gunfights.
No, not at all. Not at all. It's all down to Metals now, the only man on new time.
That might be
Trying
it.
to stay alive for the boys. No commitment towards the scrap there from G2, so they're all in on this P3. All in on the win, and Metals still playing it as sneaky
I fear this
and
could
safe
be
as they
it.
possibly can. We are looking for the hit here. 2 now through low. Mute field up. Sky starts things off, and there's the contest. He's got himself in position. Can he stay alive? Here come the
good
Heretics. What
shots.
a break attempt this is. They've done it. What a word. A G2 now on the outside trying to fight back in.
Well, you did the patient play. Now you got to do the aggressive one. Play, keep away, get these out of dodge. Rancor, the one flying through and taking players down. It's a pinch, though, that is activated. And Ezreal finds the moment. G2, it is a re-break. They're in time.
Oh my god, they barely held on to that thing. Heretics, this is it, boys. Last chance. Krem, stuns are good.
They need it.
At the ready. It's a one and done. Heretics, show us what you've got, and they've just marched into death. Krem, Mamba,
and that's GG.
That is map 1.
G2 coming out firing.
Well, not a ton of excitement there, but they came out and took care
That's that
of
Kremp-Lossus we've been missing.
Just a little bit, like the opening break, we're seeing the typical Heretics things. Super starts off maybe 4-0, 5-0. Feels like he's getting the sort of wheels rolling there with the NPC, but they stabilized very quickly. Battle back from a 40-point deficit.
Yeah, I did actually like watching MW3. That year was
over towards P4, and all
was
of a sudden,
cool because the Thieves were not expected to be like a really good team.
They got to play the whole game rather than the
but
break game.
throughout the year, they started to figure out how to play right. And, I mean, finishing second at EWC, fourth at Champs, like that was a very fun team to watch. I enjoyed that year a lot, despite the fact that they didn't win anything.
And that is exactly how G2 Minnesota want to
If
play.
we had years like that consistently, and then obviously we win every now and then, like I wouldn't be upset with that as a fan.
Good old Krem-Lossus. Yeah, look, man.
Because the players were fun to watch. Both in game and out of game.
Super looks like the best player
and they were all really cool people.
Unbelievable.
They were all super nice to me when I met them. I have nothing but good things to say about that MW3 squad.
Once league changes, it is all G2. They really played this well. I mean, that's a good rep for the Heretics, but that's the start of the series that you didn't necessarily want. G2 yet to find a win here in the road up to Major 3.
Yeah, Crimpy with the double birds. I loved the EWC after they did the like media training or whatever. And he hit him with the 2 thumbs up. He's like, "You guys are great. You guys are awesome. GG's, good try," like stuff like that.
Goes on the 6-7 spree, gets that Hellstorm, and then obviously the kills come. Really started to play catch up, so I think G2 maybe one of the
Crimpy's energy is perfect for LAN, bro.
Some things are accidents, some things are on purpose, but intentional there gameplay coming through for G2.
Intentional.
That's your second favorite roster?
Yeah, chat.
Yeah,
But he did a game flow. This is how it went, and I'm telling you,
I think personality-wise, I think they're probably my favorite roster.
That was it, folks.
But like overall, I would say they're my second favorite because of their personality.
I was like,
I think talent-wise,
this is the 3-0.
the team that won champs is my favorite. They'll always have like that place in my heart where it was like, man, we got to watch this team win champs, go back to back, break the champs curse. Like what a team, you know.
The first series we've had in this stage is the no new map, so we're keeping it.
Yeah, Isabel, we are not good at overload, specifically Gen overload.
Sniper battle. You know the Super's gonna be rocking.
Not
We saw
great.
the stats at the top of the show. If you didn't, the Desk did a really good breakdown of like when he's getting snipes. So many of his games, he's getting
he
4+.
twerked one time,
when
I
he's
think,
on
and
point,
they made it a
incredibly
clip.
high impact, and of course that
And
means
then
the
they
game
would
plan for
post
G2,
it.
incredibly easy. You know what you're going to be playing against. The question is,
Oh,
can you actually counter
the
it?
S&D
So much
was-
easier said than done.
Was
The answer is typically no.
the
Well,
most
this
belt
is
to
how
ass,
it's gone.
I've ever
Boom
seen.
Stick. Look at that. 4+
Triple-
44% of the
triple
series
donuts
gains. That
on the
is
side of
astonishing, folks.
Surge.
But again, since the NPC is into the fray, you know, he hasn't been as involved with the sniper rifle. A little bit more of a swap up there. A little bit more
Oh, you didn't
15
get the
action,
stream
a little bit more
notification?
NPC action in these rounds.
Dude, I don't know why
Brings
YouTube
me
does
kind to
that. I
us.
feel like
Scar
YouTube's not
always
great
been a
with the
good fun
stream
watch. And again,
notifications,
with Bueno on the other
which
side,
is
with
kind of
Skies on
annoying.
the other side, we are looking at a pretty solid duel here. This is a very, very nice snipe off. We're going to see what Super's got to bring.
No,
here, because, Heretics, you went down.
I don't have a lot of
You went
things to
down
do
pretty bad
most
the first
days,
map. That
if
was
we're
a
being
very
honest.
surprising result for me personally. I think G2 back in their old ways, not in the game 5 ways.
We might need to relax on the snipe off sort of problem though. Skies has had some interesting angles on Scar. Maybe he wants to bring those out. But G2 from a game plan front, I trust
Dude,
them
I
on
always
this
get
map
so
to have a
tired
handful
watching
of creative
matches.
options.
I
You
feel
don't
like
necessarily
it's
wanna
every time I
snipe against
eat when I'm
Super.
watching
You
matches,
expect
I
him
get
to be able
tired.
to outperform. Maybe you send in Kremp for the kill. I mean, he is hyperactive on this map, especially through the plane side.
Yeah, I
Loves
feel
to
like
apply
YouTube
that pressure
streaming
on the
isn't
pinch.
necessarily like my
Maybe that'll be the
favorite.
tool they like to go with. Maybe to be the
Just
nade
because I
spots
feel like
they have
Twitch is
something
so much
cooked up and,
easier.
like have the extra game plan. So
Like
G2,
YouTube,
they
you
might
have to
come
make
out and say, hey,
thumbnails
we
and all
wanna
that stuff. Like
identify
Twitch, I can just go
Metals in every
live,
single round and try
which
to
is
focus
nice.
in on him,
But
rather than squaring
YouTube
up with
does
the
have
snipes,
more
but
discoverability
the
than
case may
Twitch,
be, there's
so
a
that is like
client-side
the
battle,
upside
and
of
Kremp
YouTube.
runs the show.
Look at this coverage from Skies. My God, the pistol, his little Jaeger reaches out, touches Trakes. Enough to get the assist on a Kremp. What a start.
Last
Heretics
season, you
have
fell
come out
asleep
very
every match
hot,
day.
And they have been scolded.
I mean, the
by
last
ice cold
couple
Minnesota.
match days, that's how I've been
Eyes on
feeling. I
one
mean,
player
today we have
that
a
was top green.
a
Haven't
3-match
seen
day,
medals just yet, so this is the
so not as much
reason
Call of
for the
Duty.
slow approach. They're creeping
But
up to
I
beat
definitely
Bobside.
feel a
This
little
is
more
exactly what
tired.
Heretics are, but well, you creep up into the Creddy Skies, the unlosable.
Oh, yeah. You were saying.
Whoa.
You were saying.
Bro, Chance
Rancor.
is the definition of caster curse. I'm convinced.
And Metals
This guy
joins
said
him, Bon Blanc.
Skies is in the
By
unlosable,
A,
and he gets
Miami.
incinerated.
This ain't over yet.
Now bomb down. You're planning for
This guy
your side
Chance
of red.
just
You don't have to worry about the
loves.
pinch. There's nothing going on. This
He
is
absolutely
unlosable.
loves
It's unlosable. Isn't that
to,
right,
to
Rancor?
caster curse.
Checks everything. Oh! No way. Yes way.
Yeah, Robbie, Twitch is really good
Intel.
with sending
Those
notifications.
might be good for this 25 seconds. Mama's gonna show face. Estrel
I
gets the kill, though.
almost never
And now
miss like a
Rancor.
Twitch notification.
Yeah, man. Half pin it. Yeah, man.
As in, like,
Not
my
defusing
phone
yet.
gets it.
15 seconds.
I may
You're
not
running
always
out of time,
watch,
my
like,
friend.
or see that it happened,
what
but
an
like,
attempt
if I ever
it
go back
was.
and I'm looking at like my
G2
notifications,
survive round
I'll
one.
always see like
Shout out
the
Estrel
Twitch
on that
notifications.
Skies, that was I tried to anti
Whereas
jinx the
YouTube, it's
jinx.
very
I
hit and miss.
Shocked that Skies lost that gunfight. That's pure
Even if you
reaction
have the
time
bell.
from Rancor. I don't think he.
Even if you have the
I think
bell
his spidey
turned on.
sense is tingling just a little bit. Either way, though, Estriel, close range with the MDC, getting the job done. As he got called out running through shop, just wins a wicked one. So success.
VODs on
Would've been
YouTube are also better. I do
terrifying
agree with
for
that
V2
as
to
well.
lose, but hey, you win the
The
rounds.
VODs on YouTube
Intro
are
mile,
definitely
doesn't
better.
matter.
Nah, intro mods, man. We're on the board.
And again, they're
Ooh-la-la.
easier.
Saw a
They're
couple
easier
there.
to do because it just goes
Look at this from
straight
G2.
into
Backed up by B.
like a
Way
video.
backed up.
Like
They're
I
going
don't
towards A.
need
They're gonna get here a
to.
little late. Heretics will be in position
If I
to
wanted to
fight, but
post a
there's
VOD
the
on
nades over the
YouTube,
top.
I
It was
don't
an
need to
absolute show.
save my
Ooh,
VOD
no,
and then
not good
post
enough.
it onto
Kremp Mamba
YouTube
overwhelmed
if
the
I were
site,
only
super
streaming
out
on
to his
Twitch.
sidearm.
You
He's
know
so
what I mean?
dangerous with it. Rancor with the coverage. My good God, what a round! The kill box low by A. G2 walk away with it.
I played him like a fiddle. And if we
Had
get
to go
free
open a
cam
jar,
shot of
Destiny.
those nades as well, you'd see that they were perfectly coordinated on top
Muy
of the
fuerte.
site. That was intentional. If you're worried about, again, Super going to be sniping, how do you play off the intel? Well, first you show 3 players jumping over towards B to bait them into the rush plant, and then you
Yeah,
bombard
YouTube
them.
just
Stuns,
I don't know.
nades,
It's
and a
weird.
Kremp soaring at you.
The
and again,
they're
that's
so
just
like
playing
hit
off
and
the call.
miss. I feel
They know
like
Super's going to be sniping. If he sees 3 of his jumping from green, they're going to be so worried about the pinch. You hit the quick plan over towards A. I mean, just heads up gameplay. Scar, people might accuse it of being a little bit one-dimensional, but G2 are playing with some ideas.
Yeah, this is some interdimensional gameplay from G2. This is great stuff. Superb breakdown, brother.
that's funny.
Breaks
That's
is anyone breaking down
well, it's a
right
good thing
now.
you're there to help her
The
out.
Heretics, no kills. Pause mid-map. Look left, look right. And this might be the old smoke and joke somewhere else, but no, we're committing to this. Estriel getting a little closer.
Okay.
Connection, metals. Super identified. Kremp's got him with the boomstick.
Like
and now
another
all down
round
to
for
Rancor.
G2. Unless Rancor does something
1v2.
crazy.
Estriel seals it shut. And a
Hold
unified
on now.
yes, dead nice
G2
across G2.
3-0 start in the
This is
SND.
beautiful gameplay as well. I mean, G2 can almost handpick the maps they get.
Hold
in
on
this
now.
series. We've seen Heretics play quite a bit of Colossus recently. Bread and butter for G2, or at least something they're always happy to square up on. I think the Scar S&D.
Maybe G2's looking at Heretics as the new
They are
phase.
always ecstatic to see this.
Because
map.
G2,
Playing it well.
they were
I mean, Kremp's been
bodying
on point
FaZe
with the first bloods,
whenever
even
they
on the
would play
offensive
him.
end. And if
But
Skies
since
get hit,
FaZe was
Super
able
this side of
to
Battle Crap will just do that too. But
play the Heretics and
well-orchestrated
lose,
rounds. Heretics need a quick response.
Makes me
G2
think maybe
are just
G2
looking
Minnesota
better in
is
these
like,
first
yo,
three.
Those
Round
phase
4.
guys aren't that good if Heretics
by
beat
Plain
them.
Heady.
So Heretics are the new phase.
Backed up. And the Heretics and the bomb making its way forward slowly. Estriel has shown himself, but I don't think he
You're
was
not
truly
wrong,
spotted
Isabel.
there.
G2
He has
is
made it to front
very
blue.
sporadic in when they'll be really good versus when they
sprints.
don't play great.
Delicate positioning, and well, that's wasted. Now a 4v, make it 2
We'll
now
see.
in favor of Heretics.
Can't go near a swimming pool for a while now. Guys banged up. Metal's looking for the kill.
Let's
He's
just
on
say
the
I
hunt.
was down 3-0 in S&D
Gets
last
into the
night, and I
He's
came
been
back
spotted,
and
but
won
that's not necessarily
6-3.
a problem. His boys are playing the
So
bomb as well. So Heretics
if I
full
could do
control.
it,
We've seen
Heretics
a 4v2
could do
become a 1v1 in our first round. We'll see if it can happen again. Here we go, Metals. Oh no, the fadeaway on a Sky is absolutely disgusting work. And Mamba, they have found him and dealt with
I did
that.
play COD
Heretics
for the
on
first
board.
time in a while last
That's a
night.
good round, and sort of playing off the ideas as well. Your opponent,
I was ripping in the one S&D so bad that the guy thought I was cheating.
I mean, not even the 50-yard line. Didn't cross the 20-yard line. No one crossed white wall. One player pushed up towards plane, but
He literally
the idea certainly
said
seemed like let's wait for them to make
he
a
knew
mistake.
me and my
Krebs is a
teammate
player
were
that
cheating
loves
because
to
we
get
both had
hyperactive.
double-digit kills
Well, if
in the
not
win.
him, maybe Estriel will fall into the trap.
And
Heretics were desperate for a round, and
he
they
was
delivered.
like, I know you guys are cheating, and I was like, who's you guys?
But maybe they didn't react.
I was
Maybe they
like,
did.
I know
They
I'm
called it.
not
We saw him and
cheating.
He said, look, plant up. You've got him here, man.
And he said something
G2
about
offered
me
it for
being a
Heretics.
loser and whatnot, and I was
Shenanigans will G2
I
bring
was like,
here?
bro,
What
I'm
we
not
got in
even
the
good
playbook?
at COD. Like, I'm not even that good at COD. I am not good enough to be called a
Plenty
cheater.
shown here.
Like, if you
that
watched
was as
my
close as it could've
gameplay
been. See you later.
on a
Well, Super
normal
still would've sniped
basis,
there holding that
you
line.
would know I am
Strong
not
getting a little bit
good
closer,
enough to
crept
be
down through
called a
mid.
cheater.
Wow, what a hail of gunfire. Heretics.
But I did
together
drop
as
a
one.
lot of kills. in
Trade's good, but for how
I
long?
can't lie.
Estriel, wow,
I was
behind
reading
enemy lines, it's
everything.
Super's Jaeger.
I was
That
reading
meets his mark,
everything.
3v2.
Yeah, great help on the first gunfight. You see the idea again, not trying to deal with the sniper.
Well, that's the
trying to find
thing.
these
I ended
players
up
in the
going
middle
like
of the map,
14
they are
and,
so
and
aggressive
4
through mid.
or
Now it's
something like
Mamba
that.
starting to
It was like
find the errant kill, but posted
I
up
was
in
I
your
was ripping
spawn
them, and I was
with a
like I said, I
hard
was
iron there
reading
from
everything
Rancor,
that they were
gonna leave
doing.
Skies in a 1v3.
But everything was like so straightforward. It was a den S&D,
They'll come to us,
and I was
find
just
the
playing off
kills.
of like my teammtes and the info that they
They really
had.
got 'em.
Like
Wow,
my teammate would
Heretics.
go like dojo side. They
Two-dimensional
wouldn't
map.
find anything. My
Where
whole
we at
team would
now?
be over there. I
Oh,
would
okay,
look over
Super's
mid,
pistol as
not
well,
see
fine,
anything.
two
So
this
then
round,
I'd be
that's
like,
enough.
okay, they have
That's
to be
enough, so
going
put it
B.
away.
So then I would go and I
Here's
would
the
look
second.
at the
Good God.
like the roof side,
Shots.
and I would get like 2 or 3 kills because I just knew that they were gonna be there.
In back-to-back rounds
And
for
then the
Heretics
one,
as well,
they
where
got
have
they
had
planted
patience be
they
their key to
planted
success.
dojo
They wanna
side.
stay with this theme, or do they want to try to throw a
And
quick punch
I
and
had
make
thrown a
something happen?
trophy,
Well, if they go towards A, it's going to be
like
a
right on top of
absolute square on
the
G2.
roof side bomb.
Ton of
I think
pressure
that's
there.
A
Ready for the
side.
fight
I
on
don't
the
know.
defense
I don't
end.
remember.
G2 have already cleared all their
But
space. They know they own P2.
I threw a trophy down
And
there.
Crimp has the plane side as well.
And
so yeah,
when
Heretics, the only place they can be is inside
when I
the
was
shot.
getting ready to rotate over to try and defuse the bomb, I got a
Super
kill,
managing to
and
not
then
take
right
out
as
that.
I got a kill,
Trace gets
I
himself
got a
just the inside of
notification or like
18. This could
a
be a
pop-up
problem.
voice
Wait for that
line
smoke to clear.
saying that
Anyone there from G2
the
to get a
enemy
little bit
destroyed my
aggressive, he
trophy
should have the
system.
kill.
So I knew
Meanwhile,
where the
the
other guy
fight for
was,
Clem.
and then I shot him in the back
He's
and I
about to run
killed
into a
him.
lot of trouble here. Let's times it right. Times it
And I was like, why
fantastically.
would you shoot the
Intel on
trophy on the
X2.
other side of the
Here comes
map
the rest of
when the
G2
bomb
through
is
mid.
planted
Drake
at B?
stays killless. Oh, no, he does
That
go on
makes
round,
no
my bad.
sense.
He manages, though, to go down in mid. 2v2 now. You've still kept them pinned.
So yeah,
Can
like
G2 contain
the
this?
reads,
Ooh,
or like I
2 players
shouldn't have put in
something like that. They don't
quotations.
know Rancor
The
make
reads that I
shot,
was
and,
making
well, Heretics don't know that Estriel is officially
like
behind
pretty
them. We are having
straightforward,
an
actually.
information battle. In this
There
round,
really
the
wasn't
Call of
much
Duty
else that
timing at its finest
could have been
by
done.
way of the defensive team. Rancor last
You know
man
what I
standing
mean?
has to turn, and G2
Like if you pay
moves
attention to
on
like your
Star.
internal clock and
Heretics
things like that,
tried to flip the pace, tried to
those
play
were
with
the
middle
only
map
plays that
ideas
could have been
as
made.
well, but G2 right now, just an efficient team. The trades on point, and the adjustments in the middle of the round, even better.
no, you're not wrong though, Robbie. It is kind of like a
Fortune favours was the bold.
Because I was like, I told the guy, because he was like, I'm gonna post this on Twitter.
It was G2.
And I was like, go ahead, like tag me.
Mild frustration.
Tag me
from
on
Heretics,
Twitter.
But again, you did everything you could there.
I'm like,
lads. You
I'm
can't
not
be too hard on
cheating.
yourselves.
I'm
But
not good
4-2
enough to
starting
be
to get a
cheating
little
at
bit
COD.
challenging.
I'm really not.
Estriel, what a playmaker he's been. That's 7-3.
That
Now
S&D
bombing
that I
hand.
played later maybe got like 6 kills.
Off checks, nobody home, but tons of lethals thrown. Just tacticals, you name it. Kitchen sink.
I'm like, dude, I just had a really good match. I don't know what to tell you.
Stuns just about now. We're a little bit safer now on this approach, or just a trophy in case they have anything left.
Well, he's got a trophy there to make sure that there's no way his smoke gets eaten.
Oh,
so
true.
At the very least, there we go. Yeah, smoke and the retreat. Oh no, we're gonna
Ooh, I like that,
bodies
Destiny.
through the
I
middle
like
of the
that.
map, and those bodies have hit the floor.
See, I almost feel like your
Mamba trying
dad
to pull it
jokes are
back.
better than your mom jokes
Still committing here.
sometimes.
Estral, get
And
out of this side.
it
It's like flash
legitimately
before his
works
eyes.
for you,
Shots on the
Destiny.
trace.
Like you could
He's
actually
just
hit them with a
skinned
your
alive.
dad
They
joke, and they would
Holy
just like their
Estral
brain
breaks
would
it a
fizzle out. They
1v1.
wouldn't know what to think.
And super.
I love
What
that.
have you got intel-wise? Nothing. Mamba has spotted you. Now with 30 seconds to play, the Heretics just have to stay alive.
Ramp
The
is
bomb
6
in
and
the middle of
7.
the map. This is a kill mission now
Funny
for Mamba.
number.
He must find this kill or the round is lost.
It's the unlosable spot, Miles. The
Brother.
unlosable.
It is. Or is it? On recovery. Oh my god. He's got the bomb. He's going to be able to plant
Wait,
it.
what
Get
is
it
he
down,
doing?
son. You got 10 seconds.
What is he doing?
Looking for the kill. And this time it's super. The plant will happen. The check.
Ooh, that's a good play, though. That was a good
good
play.
God.
The first part, not a good play. That
Mamba
part,
breaks
that was
super.
a good play right
Mamba
there.
breaks the sound barrier. What a roar.
That was a
What
good play
round.
right there.
Ripping them as well. Good plant spot just to get the intel in a round where Call of Duty timing went from being on his side to entirely against him.
That was a good play.
I actually don't even know what that was. Don't know how he had the intel or if that's a player comm or that is instinct. However, Mamba just managed to get
don't know
that
how
clutch.
he
Well,
had
hats
5
off to him.
seconds. He has to get the
That
bomb
was
down, otherwise he
an
loses the
all-timer
round. Of
for
course,
Mamba.
Super's play is to go challenge.
Played the clock, played the man, played it to perfection. Super said, hold my monster, straight on the skies.
Rempy gets some information. He's not ready for this guy, though.
Still strong work from the Heretics this round. They have completely wiped their memory of the last one. Mamba, though, await a force spray now.
Heretics
Makes
are
it a
trolling their
2v2.
numbers here.
It's not over yet. He is cooking,
They
ladies
do
and
have a
gents.
free B bomb site, though.
Bomb over by B.
I didn't even know how he got the kill on the guy that was P5. So whatever Mamba just did, that's
See,
nuts.
Destiny, I feel like I'm not
He
great
wins
with
the
comebacks.
equalizer round and now can pull off this clutch. That would be fascinating.
I feel like I'm not very good with comebacks.
Repositioning from the Heretics. Total swap sides. Plain heady. Legendary here in BO7. There's the
I
first
wish I
round of
was, though.
gunfire. Mamba not showing anything yet, but now it is all
Ooh,
down
that's
to
a
him.
big kill.
The last round was unbelievable. And this one is done as well. Heretics survive.
Yeah. And Mamba seems to be dialed in on some
Oh.
ghosts on the map from time to time as well.
Yeah, that sounds
but was
rough
a
as well.
4v2, they got a little
I've never
bit
gotten a
dicey.
tattoo, so
Ultimately, Super and
I don't know that experience, but
there for the final kill, and I mean, Super
I'm
opened
sure
up with a
it's-
snipe in the first 3
it's
seconds.
annoying.
That's a blink and you miss it moment. Heretics doing what they can to try to battle back, but obviously a round away from going down 2-0 in the series. They're trying to dig deep.
I go in phases where it's like sometimes I feel like I would want a tattoo, and then I'm also like, I don't know.
Snipe. See how this one plays out.
I feel like I'm okay without it.
Side. No snipe this time. Don't hit it. It's going away. Wrinkle catches the headshot there through his back. Enough to cause damage, enough to pull
Call
the
me a
Heretics defenders
hippie
here,
lib,
it's
but
all
sometimes
crap. He
I
is
like
the
to
bait.
think
They are
people will
taking that
say
bait,
that
and he's in the unlosable.
getting tattoos
And
is
they're
putting
coming.
art on your body.
And
I think my body
There we
is
go.
the art.
Heretics clean house.
You know what I
Huge
mean?
amount of space gained here though by A and Metals.
It's
Keeps the
nature's
guns up.
beauty.
Oh boy, Skies 1v4.
Thoughts?
While Kremp was dealing with the entire team, well, Kremp's teammates were getting picked apart. Now Sky
Philosophy
is
was
between the
these.
entire squad.
New segment.
Have to deal with the Rancor pinch, the Super Iron in front of him. He is entirely trapped and nowhere to go. And
Yo, Heretics
Rancor
are
playing
sticking
with his
around
food.
here.
Solid round there for Miami. And once again, Kremp in the unlosable spot, but if you got 3 men there, a little
Oh
bit better
yeah,
for
that
you.
sounds awful.
His
Isabel.
teammates just not able to sort of capitalize on the space quickly enough.
The most itchy mosquito
Couple
bite.
rounds in a row now.
That
Things
does
getting a little
sound
bit
awful.
dicey. And had it not been for Mama's 1v1 clutch there against Super just a few rounds ago, we would be singing a very different story. But still,
Yeah,
looks
I'm
like
not a
round
big.
away from
I'm,
G2
I'm not good
and
with
go up
needles
2-0 in the
either.
series.
That's
We'd have thrown it to a
another
break
reason
by now.
why I
We'd be
haven't
loading it
really
over like we
wanted to
know
get
it.
one.
The Heretics have said.
But I have heard they're like kind of addicting,
No.
or they can be
Not
addicting.
yet. 10 and 5, Rancor. A delightful takeover from him. defensive posture here from G2, much more towards the A-bomb side. That's going to be Crimp.
You're the only
oscillating
one in
between
your
A and B,
family
just
without
keeping an
one?
eye
I don't
on
think
any
that's a
sort of
bad
possible
thing,
danger.
Destiny.
The danger is super. He has brought it forward. Trying to bait out a lot more of that damage, and that is big work. Super.
Oh, you can't look at it?
Yeah, Heretics, though, they want to attack Cramp.
Yeah,
They're on plain side of the map.
that makes
and
sense.
This is a very difficult thing to orchestrate. It's a rare sight, and for good reason. But Metals in position doesn't have the bomb. I think they're once again.
We've been seeing teams like starting to go B a little more
player,
now.
but Asriel not sprinting around this time.
Are teams actually trying to do it? Like more
Just made
consistently?
it over to the bomb site. Now with the plant, there's the smoke. Not a lot of movement from G2 either. They are showing a tremendous amount of respect. Clock's ticking now, boys. The guessing games are over. Let's fight. Current from upstairs. Sends it out the window, and it's going to be a trade. It's going to be great work
big
from
two from
Metals.
Metals.
The market closed. Skies from
2v1.
mid. 2v1. And the
Guys,
clock goes
can you
red.
clutch up?
Skies. Seal it. Oh, no.
Shit.
It is a final round here on Scar.
In a P5
Heretics
hole
bringing
where
it
you're
to
holding
around
through front,
11.
Get a guy in the plane heady, help you out with the top green.
If you're
fights,
G2, you gotta
not a fun
close this
place
one
to
out.
go. Super standing aggressive as well with the
You don't want to.
sniper,
You don't want to
frontline
give
man,
up a
but
big comeback like that.
Heretics are now officially playing the chess game.
Especially going into
Interesting rounds
Overload, they're
early
not
on
very
for
good at
G2,
that either.
setting the tone, playing with a couple ideas. Now I think after they showed their hand, Heretics really
Yeah, Robbie,
dialed into
G2
this
is.
team. All comes
They are
down to a round
heaving
11.
this S&D right now.
Great game of Scar this has been.
Wow.
Our merchants of death here.
Oh, Crimp with the first
Crimp
blood,
opens
though.
the
That's
score up
huge.
for business with a nade from the deepest of downtown. Super Sniper has been suppressed.
That
And
is
now
a
the A-bomb
huge
site
first
is
blood.
completely overwhelmed. G2 in position. Miami Heretics, can they find anything here? All of them are from upstairs. Not a single soul in position now. And the hail of gunfire from Crimp doesn't land a
3v3. That
single thing.
seemed
It's
a
all
little.
now a 3v3.
And you got eyes
Little
on
like an
everybody. You don't have to
overchill
watch
from
the
Crimp
pinch
there,
just
but they
yet,
do get
or
the bomb
if the middle
down.
of the map's going to be open. Mamba has that. Everybody else sneaky in the front.
Retake now.
Uh-oh.
Thunderous footsteps. Shots. Skies. Get up
Oh.
through the kill. Metals has eaten more lead than he can ask for
Oh
here.
my God.
Oh boy, back and forth. It all's down to Metals now. 20 seconds.
Metals
He's
in
trying to commit to the bomb site
1v2.
as
Only
fast
20
as possible.
seconds.
Worrying about flanks. Worrying about the front. Metals.
Oh
from the
my
hit, doesn't
gosh,
find it.
dude.
G2 survive.
Miami just couldn't get the kill.
From the Heretics. Scar doesn't go their way, and they're down 2-0.
I feel like Heretics trolled that last
on
round
this
there.
map to deliver the goods, but so many of the rounds
They trolled that last
G2
round.
won,
They had
just
so many
different
opportunities to
ideas
get a
coming
freebie,
through.
and they just
final round,
couldn't finish
Peach
the
of
kill,
I mean,
man.
that's the expectation for
That's
Minnesota to be
tough.
on point with those frags. Well, that's how they get the first blood, but I mean, creative stuff.
G2 goes up 2-0 in the series.
Defense, just so
I do
Super
think
calls
they're
this
going to end
out.
up losing
So you
this
go
next
for the
map,
quick play
though,
on the A-bomb site.
because
Well, full team wraparound.
I
We
don't
got
think
every
G2
minute
is very good at
rolling through.
Overload.
Multiple times on attacking rounds, having either
So
best
I definitely
shield or
have
crit,
Heretics
working up through the middle of the map.
in the next
We
one,
don't wanna deal
which
with the
could be a
sniper
problem
super. We'd rather try
because
to isolate somebody else.
they could end
Couple
up
freebie picks. That is
getting
5
reverse
first
swept.
bloods for Kremp. He was dialed in.
I
The
could see a
entire
reverse
series.
sweep.
I mean, 5K damage there on map number 1, 5 first bloods there on map number 2. Kremp is on 1.
First blood in round 11 goes a long way, man. That counts for 2, right? That's how the numbers work. Wow, fantastic game of Search and Destroy. Jeez. We
Can't
didn't
tell
get
if
a
I've
lot
gotten
of
my
fuses, did we,
bread
Charles?
from
We didn't get a freaking thing.
looking
Didn't
at
get no
this
bomb blown up, didn't get no
mid-series.
done, nothing. It was
I
all
opened
kills,
up another
all kills.
pack
Paying the
today,
bills in this
chat.
series. Well,
I got another
it's just
pack.
time for a break. Finally, Search and Destroy comes to a close.
let
Now
me
we
look
play
at
a game
my
of Overload.
cards
Don't go
here.
too far. It's on Den.
I ended up
Only knows
getting
when it could be a 3-0. We'll find out after this.
an uncommon here. I'll just show you since we got a break, actually. Not that there's a lot to show you here, but we opened a pack today. This is what we got. We got a performance multiplier. We got an uncommon Shotzi and another uncommon Spark. I literally just traded Spark or sold
Come
Spark
see the best teams locked
the
in
other
for
day,
this season's grand
and I just
finale
got them back
in
right away.
fabulous Las Vegas. All 4-day
But,
passes come with
you
early
know,
venue
it is what it
access.
is.
Head
So
to
I need Spark to go
FazeVegas.com
crazy
or
today.
scan the QR
Give me
code
some
to
more
get your
bread.
tickets now.
Brought to you by
Do we
American
know
Navy and the special
what
operators
contributes
who
to
work in the
bread?
shadows.
Is it only kills?
Scuff, official control.
There's
of
no
the
way it's
CDL.
only kills. Because I feel like Scrap would have way more bread. if it was
Monster Energy,
just straight up
the
kills.
official energy drink of the CDL. Oh, great. This again. Oh, they're gonna dig.
Sorry I had to go do stuff during the Thieves game, but told you gay part 2 worked. All good, baby. All good, all good. It did work, so we might need to keep that tradition up.
Can I get some help? On the way. Look out, freak bag.
Damn, Destiny, you got 5K bread? How do you have 5K bread? Yeah, because I thought about using, or I think the next time Optic plays, I might use the performance multiplier for Shotzi, because I think this should give me 2x, right? Since it says plus 1x. So I think it would be better to use it on Shotzi than it would be to use it, like, because I almost used it on Scrap today, but then it would have been a 1.7x instead of 2x. You know what I mean?
I think it's behind you.
But I don't know how it works exactly.
Get all the trades and simp.
You're on a 273-day streak? Oh my gosh, Destiny.
The master at work.
That's unreal.
He is completely locked in. This is
Holy,
it. This
273 days? I got tipped that.
Forward they go. And it's Simp.
I'm on like a
Graza, the whole squad.
almost a 10-day.
They've done it.
I think. I've been doing them every morning, like when I wake up. It's like the first thing I do. I wake up and I do the breaking point games.
Please, like, you're gonna check it, right? You're gonna check it. Oh, it looks one way. Homeboy's on the other. The magic man continues. Homeboy gets 2. Scrap gets another. It's all on Nasty 1v3. I promise you, he's in that corner. It's his corner. It's Homeboy's corner. Oh my God.
That was tough.
Pleasantries exchanged between squads.
That was tough, man. I don't know how Kremp's nade didn't hit Envoy. I still, to this day, I don't know how it hit him. Really don't. Yeah, we were, Vivi. We were just talking about it. It's not a break if we don't see the Thieves losing.
Oh my gosh, now it gets sketchy.
Get on it. Oh.
The plant will happen.
Oh, Mamba! Oh!
Hey, I said that was a nice play.
Oh my God, Mamba just won champs.
Oh, fuck.
It's a kill! It's a
The fuck?
Yeah,
Oh.
no aim assist. I mean, Kremp was doing everything to scam that.
Well, you can tell who's supporting which team from our watch parties, but
Man, I said the same. I said the same shit.
Nothing, G2 Minnesota. Congratulations on two.
I said the same thing.
Can we get a third?
They got to throw me on the
I don't think they
broadcast.
want that one. Welcome back to the Call of Duty League, ladies and gentlemen. Miami Heretics, G2 Minnesota. We're sitting a match point going into Overload. How are we feeling, Chuck?
I'm confused still. I do not understand how Mamba knew to hop off the bomb to Chow Super in that moment. I don't know if it's instincts. I thought he would have seen him. So crazy stuff unfolding.
Wait, your account got banned right before the game came out?
Online qualifier here in stage 3. Couldn't be the one to
That's
tell
tough,
you.
Isabel.
What I do know is that Super has been on point on this map. Focal point of the team. Always fun to watch, but in this series, Kremp has certainly been the man of the hour.
I really liked the gun meta in that
Search
game.
Destroy looking good.
The
Double
Rival
digits,
and
of course, in
the
first hard point.
MCW were
5K damage.
both fun guns to use. I liked them a lot.
Let's see a Kremp open and break. What we got? What we got, Kremp? Show us the goods. Oh, let's see about it. You know what? Don't worry about it, guys. Don't worry about
Double
it.
nade
Let's
mid.
go, Heretics.
We've
Vamos.
the ever-loving crap out of G2 this series.
We got the power. Brother, we got the power today. Drake's looking terrible. Nothing of note whatsoever in his gameplay at the start of this round. It doesn't quite work the same way. It's not as impactful. I tried, Chance. I tried.
It's just rude, if anything.
That was just rude. I'm sorry, Drake. So I'm actually a big fan. We're making a play for it. one man to kill. Next one on the stairs. Oh dear, everyone looks left, should look right, and now it's left, right, good night. Wait a minute.
Yeah, see, like this
absolutely no. Kremp on the stairs. Kremp finds the kills. We're gonna leave that device for
that
the
choke
reset.
point
Play
is just so hard to deal with.
Get it. Okay, right, mid map, wide open. We're going low.
Honestly, I feel like the whole Den map has just a lot of choke points that are very hard to get through. That's where I feel like Uplink would be better. Like I think Uplink would play better on Den than Overload.
Did his job, and Trake's setting up to do his.
Yeah, just enough time. Drake's though well set up, top left-hand side, and Mamba, he's on the
Done
hunt.
with COD until we get back to 150 health.
And here's the comm. It's
is
coming
it not?
Coming
oh, it is 100 HP now.
That's the entry through couches. Estral gets the damage in. Mamba's now going to pounce. Can he get there in time? Can he get there in time to stop it? He sure can. Next man up. And it's Super now on the 1v1. This is the play. Mamba has just saved it. Pick up and run. Here we go, boys.
See, Vivi, that's why I've said though, Black Ops 4 are one of the best CODs in my opinion because it had 200 health. Or it was, I think actually it was 150. 150 health from outer P2, but you had your stim.
P4 effectively.
And I thought the stim was actually, I thought the stim was good.
Good spread though here from G2.
I know a lot of people disagree, but
get his ass. Estral, pick that up and make a run. Defensive spread though solid. Rancor back over towards the A goal. Not a lot of grabs here. So we're still trying to make something happen. He's in the back line.
That's crazy, Isabel.
He's tough to kill today. Nice work out of Skies that have joined him. Estral having
gotta
a
love COD anti-cheat, right?
And we're out. We've got some space to play with here, G2.
Doing.
Nice recovery.
Astral gonna be testing his shots of ripping players off headies. Yeah, ends up just getting caught towards the middle of the map. Two in favor there of the Heretics, and he take care of the man top broken. Grab that
I think there's too many things that like COD fans consider cheese that I actually don't think is cheese. Like people think, oh, specialists are cheese. No, I don't think specialists are cheese. I think they add a skill gap. I think if you understand, if I use, like, you have to be situationally aware. Is it worth it for me to use my streak here? Yes or no?
Metal's positioning. They're ready for these pinch plays to roll through. They are prepared for the long
and the stem was the same thing. Well, you could just heal and insta-chow. Like, yeah, you could, but if you heal and you get shot before it fully heals, you don't even heal all the way. So it's like, it was a skill gap sometimes to know, I don't need to heal here, or like, if I heal here, I'm going to be a little slower to the gunfight, or whatever. Like,
yeah, just overwhelming pressure. Again, you're a little bit soft when you're sort of like spread thin in those situations, and G2
I feel like Black Ops 4 was overall pretty damn balanced.
Maintaining the momentum.
I mean, we had a 3-gun meta.
First capture, but Heretics, they will
we
continue
had
to be
specialists.
On the back foot this entire series.
Yeah, they're bouncing back and forward. It might be a little
we
soft,
had
but
the sliding, the cracked aim. Oh,
1 minute to play.
Cracked aim.
Heretics possession.
Oh man, I missed that.
As they are going to do what they can just to get this one over the line. Don't want to go into the second half down by 1. And that is it. That's the possession still in the hands of the Heretics, but the kills are gone, mate. You have pushed them all the way back. Now to Dojo.
I do kind of agree with that,
Vivi. And you are flying, G2.
And freebie Metals, there you go. You got the front line. You know, well, Estral wins the gunfight in the middle of the map. You got a 3v2 now on this zone. Well, Rancor just shuts you down. Still though with the device control, Mamba number 5 on the minimap. He's got options. Estral leading the charge.
Little bit of Estral in Dojo. A little bit of 3 dead. Uh-oh, no. The Heretics running out of time. Can Skies get it? I don't think so. Here we go, boys. We're going to see extra time of 15 seconds. Still to play in regulation. We're fanning out across the map. We're looking for that mid-map hit now from the Heretics. Looking towards top as well. Oh, that is it. You have saved it, Estral. You cut down the carrier. Will there be a pickup? Yes, there is. Estral once again.
Okay, no OT.
2-man kills on the carrier. Stops extra time coming through. 1 goal lead.
Oh, Destiny.
You know, a rare sight to see an NPC player
was so fun to play.
But Estrel's made that his hotspot. There you see some of the help as well. Metals 2 kills outer. He had Trakes there for some of the team shots, but that was a sketchy moment because Metals knows he has one teammate for support on the defensive end. Just had to buy his teammates time on the pinch. And if not for that goal line stop, it would have been a little bit worse because G2,
that is true, Isabel.
Get that good
just
facilitation. Low scoring game thus far, but G2, similar to the Colossus, just playing good COD, in control of the map, people in the right spots at the right time.
I think Specialists made the game more entertaining to watch too, because there was more potential for like highlight plays, especially in Black Ops 3. Because you had overdrive, so you could run like stupid fast and get to somewhere early to catch a team off guard. You had glitch, which you could get into a gunfight, or like if somebody starts to shoot you in the back, you could pop your glitch and you spawn up behind them and then shoot them and get the kill. That's fire.
Difficult man to take down. Dancing right now on the stage and still the man of the hour.
Perfect work there from G2. That line.
BO4 was the last good COD.
Trying to get their kills. There's one.
I kind of agree with you on that.
on the pickup. Nades are good. No trophies
I
yet.
agree with you.
There's the
Black Ops 4
Try and make something happen. The trophies have just been deployed. A little too late, but that's fine. Ooh, Kremp gets involved. A little bit of friendly fire. With play is still good. Oh my God, Kremp, what an attempt. Heretic save.
And a good clip out of Rancor as well.
The only thing that would have made that game better is if they had like a legit rank system. Because at the time their rank system was kind of
perfectly. And the Device guy is just waiting for the call. Rancor, his teammates picking up kills every direction. But A's the final call. Super is in towards Patio. A long-term play being set up. Heretics looking a way to break that down.
You never got the only gun you wanted in BO3?
Through now though, bottom side of the map, that's exactly where you want to be.
Like never got a gold? Or
a little bit later on, Skies.
What do you mean? Or just didn't get it at all because of the packs?
Trades are good. And Skies, once again, he's running low on ammo. What a life this has been. He's out of M15 rounds to the pistol. Now a quick run. Wait a minute, the front blocker's there. Skies on the slide.
Oh my gosh, G2. No way G2's gonna 3-0 this, right? No way.
So much effort and emphasis into the rap game just to
Has
get a
G2
score.
gotten better at Overload?
Instantaneous. That is a devastating moment, but hey, for G2, smooth sailing. All guns ahead except for the one pinch rolling through. Once again, Heretics stagnant on the map, waiting for Metals to break the play, and G2 are heads up the entire
yeah,
way
the
through.
drops.
Oh, that's a wipe. Get him out
The
of
drops were like
device,
fun to
and let's
do,
get
but it
moving,
also
boys.
was
We
like
have
there's
got an
no reason for this to be in the game.
Score. Perfect nade there through on the inside of the garage. Nobody home. The stun should connect though. Krem waiting for the call. Waiting for the nades.
I wanted to get the MSMC and I never got it.
With the Hellstorm, looking to guarantee it. About continuing, it's perfect kills, absolutely.
Oh, I camo grinded. I got Dark Matter in that game.
Gameplay coming through, man. G2 Minnesota on point.
I got Dark Matter in Black Ops 3.
Series. They were ready to play these maps.
I got
just quite literally hand
almost all of the gold hero skins.
Recently and had a game plan every
That's
the
the
way.
other reason they need to have.
Left to be played. A team kill now for G2 Minnesota. Maybe a small sign of life here for Heretics.
Oh, it's a little opening. What will you do with it? You've taken
Specialist back.
Skies there from that top window.
So you could grind like specialist gear. Because that was fun in Black Ops 3 too.
Heretics over with a quick grab, trying to make something happen through the middle of the map. It's not going to happen just yet. Metal's trying to get lost to the inside of G2 spawn. He's still out there. Man's still at large.
Oh, you had the MSMC? I'm jealous. I wanted it so bad.
Yeah, wrong direction in an awkward one. Krem finally taken care of, but they have stabilized the map. G2, they are just playing the game where they are holding on.
Isabel.
There is no reason for them to touch this device.
You've still got time. You've still got time. 3 dead.
You supported Surge through Cold War?
Now the guessing game is on. Which way are we going?
How about this, Vivi? Surge was probably my second favorite team when Thieves were around.
G2 safe.
And for Cold War,
you can park this bus, you can do whatever you want.
Both teams were ass.
Kills and that's real. I mean, just let this man get to work. Smart player, and no reason for him to move. He knows now the name of the game. Heretics, they have to fly.
Yeah, we're gonna try to bait them into this attack. There's the kill. Still pretty close to your B goal. 45 seconds. Krem, you need to give us one. You need to give us another, Krem.
I like Surge because of Octane and their colors. I thought their color and their branding was cool.
You should be good now to stop this. Heretics have to go. Heretics have to fly. Heretics on the attack forward.
Okay, Heretics get a cap.
30 seconds to play.
We've been doing a lot of yapping here, but it's 2-3, 27 seconds left.
You have multiple Heretics players in your spawn. Well, that'll be down a Rancor. Estriel wins that one. And Krem, you win just one gunfight. That should be good enough for G2. Just play, keep away.
Keep away. Keep away.
Heretics
Astral,
are losing
keep
all the
away.
gunfights. I
Three more
fear
Heretics
this
to
is a
play with 10
GG
seconds out of it as
3-0.
well. And force this chance, even the opportunity for sudden death. Keep the dream alive. Red Core sends it forward. Drakes on the kills. It might not be enough. It might not be enough. Super finding another one.
Wow, G2 with the 3-0, dude.
G2.
And I thought this was going to be dominant from Heretics.
Those predictions into the earth. Don't know
Wow.
how many people got that one right, but G2 happy for it. Stun lock there for Heretics because they walked into this series and said, boy, we have been loving Colossus. I can't
Y'all
wait
made
to see that
champs?
for the map
Yeah, but it
one.
was a
The
miserable
4
champs
SMG meta
qualification.
is going to run the show. Nope, Skies
It
and
was
Mamba
miserable.
rocking the ARs for a significant chunk of the
At
map.
least with Surge, you knew they were
On
bad.
map number 1.
With Thieves, you
G2
didn't know
also
what
came
was
out with the
going
game
on.
plan. Super's been a menace with
You
the
know what I
snipes.
mean?
What do we deal with it? Mid-map pressure. Find the picks over in this direction. Let Kremp get those first
There
5
goes my
bloods.
bread for that
Even for
series.
that Den overload, we see the
Literally,
style
though.
of game that Heretics have been playing. They slow the pace down dramatically. They worry about the pinches. They spread themselves thin.
So Kremp or
They try to play
Estriel,
these
who do we
fine
got
games while
as the
G2
MVP for that
prepared this
series?
matchup. And, hey,
Because those
some
guys were
close
both
games,
frying.
but efficient work there. I think the coaching staff of G2 Minnesota.
Those guys
can be
were
extremely
both
happy
on
with their
one.
team's performance.
And so they should. An eye given for wisdom, and G2 absolutely.
I definitely lost the
looking
bread
like
on
a
that
superior
one.
squad there. What a wonderful surprise. What a little bit of a shake up their first
Let's
win
see.
in the road towards Major 3.
Oh, Estriel
Well, many
was
of us saw that
ripping.
one
He
coming,
finished with a
especially
1.35, 8k damage. Kremp did have 9k
Nope.
damage, though.
Nope.
Finishing
So
with
paper
70
beats
kills,
rock.
60 deaths,
I like where this
1.17.
math is going.
No, what happened here today? Because it's clearly 2 one-score
Hmm.
games, but G2 historically has
Do
had
we go
this edge.
Kremp or
Are we getting
Estriel,
to the
chat?
point in the season where matchups truly do matter?
Yeah, I think so. But also, I really, really appreciate and agree with Chance's assessment just now. The game plan coming in is absolutely beautiful.
The
I mean, you know, we
online
talked a little
stuff
bit
is
about
what
it
kind of screwed
after
the Surge.
Optics
They were
Colossus
actually
yesterday.
good on
When you
land.
have early rotation, you're set up on
'Cause of
Colossus.
Octane.
The AR is extremely oppressive, and that's the route that they went for on that Colossus. Dominated
I'm
that
gonna
with the
go
2 ARs.
Estriel. I feel
to,
like
you know,
Estriel.
stop the 4 sub, just the aggression that Heretics give
I
you.
mean,
And then in the S&D
finished
alley,
plus
we were talking about it
17,
back there. Love the approach. Like,
dealing
just
a ton
taking
of
mid-map,
damage.
getting pushed up, making the sniper uncomfortable, and it was Estriel majority of the time getting in their base
I'll give it
and
to
just
him.
being a nuisance. And they started to
Fuck
play
it.
for it, but it was a little bit too late.
Yeah, it was a little bit too late.
I
And then,
earned
of course,
9
you go back and
bread
you want that Mamba 1v1
from my
back
cards.
against Super where you
That's
bounce up and
it?
get 7
I
safe
earned
kills,
9
go, like,
bread
around
from
11 after that.
Rancor?
I'm just so impressed by what
Bro
G2
finished
was
with a
able to do. I think this was a
1.2
Mamba
with
and Estriel kind of
almost
legacy
9K
series. I think they
damage,
all
and I
played
get
well
9
and
bread
kind of
for
put
that?
their own egg in the basket, but those two specifically, I mean, map 1, Mamba comes out and absolutely fries. Map number 2, he's giving you the clutches. Estriel, like Ann said, he's
For the
getting
what?
up close behind enemy lines. G2, what I felt from this series, that they
Prepared.
were not
For the
that, and they
what?
weren't afraid to just fly it.
Yeah, I
They
gave it to
saw that
Estriel,
phase series,
Vivi.
They were like, if this team
felt
can
like
get
he was
phased to
ripping.
back down and play defensive, we have to take a different angle, and it really felt like they were kind of just flying with a different level of confidence
Nasty
and aggression
is about
versus
to
Miami.
How
get
do we replicate this, Ant? Because I want more
bodied,
G2
I
dubs
fear.
like this. A clean 3-0 has
Well,
to
wait,
feel
who are they
great.
playing?
Yeah, you know, they've always
Gentlemen?
been like a fundamentally sound team. When we talked about their issues, it was a lack of
My hammer.
firepower, but I think
Did I just see that?
the added time that they had, you know, between the last match and this one helped them so much to just prepare for this
Yeah.
particular match. I mean, this is
Gentlemates?
massive for team morale, and you know, the game plan was awesome, and it's honestly the inverse of how I just talked about Vancouver after the last series. Like, the guys just spawning in, playing the game, got hot guns, but it's not enough. These guys come in, I mean, they had a game plan in all 3 game modes today. I mean, that was a beautiful team effort out of G2. Kudos to them.
I think it's time for our Monster Winner Spotlight. We got the one and only Cowboy joining the
great.
show. Master Mamba, congrats again on
Mamba.
another Monster Winner Spotlight. That means you came off with a W. Today's 3-0, though, caught the desk and the fans off guard. How prepared were you for this match today?
We were really prepared. Honestly, we went into the week knowing that we're going to play a hard team. But even with knowing we're playing a hard team, we put in the work. We trusted each other, and we just believed in each other. And we knew we needed this map. So it was not this map, the series. So it's good. It's a good 3-0.
Yeah, I don't think it's a specific matchup thing, but you guys have played well in this one. What is it about Miami Heretics that I guess lights that extra fire, or why you guys seem to be at the top of your game?
Is there any beef there?
Honestly, no. We messed with Miami. It's just a thing where we knew we needed this series, and we haven't been playing up to our standards. So we fully believe that we can be a top 3 team. Just
You
like I
did
said
say check Mamba's
in the last
PC.
interview, so we just got to live up to it.
For sure. And I'm going to ask a question I think a lot of people want to know the answer to. Back in the Search and Destroy, why did you get off the defuse? Was it just I feel it? Was somebody screaming in your ear?
Well, I knew he was hurt, and I knew he hurt me, so I slid back and planted right away. And then I looked at the time, and I knew he has to commit to this bomb, or else I can get away from this. Because if he lets me plant, it's a whole new round basically.
Yeah.
I just reset. So I knew that he has to commit to this, so I just took a 50-50.
That's what I said.
50-50 for the Dubs. Mama,
Come on, we got the
congrats
desk
on
asking
multiple
why he
today.
did that.
You're walking away with the clean 3-0.
I'm gold 3 right now, and I knew that.
Yes, sir. Thank
I
you.
knew that was why he
That
did
is
it.
Mamba. That's our Monster Winner Spotlight. But now in your Scuff Play of the Game, let's revisit one of those moments. It's round 7. Mamba.
Hey, welcome back, Hood.
2v4. Allie, walk me through the glory.
You're back before probably the worst series of the day.
I think we're gonna get a 2v4.
She did.
And it was just, I mean, Astro kind of set you up in this situation. The Mamba, I mean, he just plays it
He
perfectly.
did what?
We get
This is the
breakdown.
play right here.
He's like trying to
They'll
find
show
this
it,
guy.
I think.
He's not going for the plant. You got 14 seconds left. I mean, this 1v1 was just electric.
Yeah, I mean, he slides across. Super gets a couple of shots down here. And in your head, if you're mom, you're like, oh, crap, I actually can get this bomb down. But then you're like, he's probably going to commit. It's that weird, awkward timing. I'll take the risk. Appears right in front of him. Just a huge risk. He would have looked silly if Super didn't commit. But hey, he gets the dub and starts roaring. Shout out Mamba.
You get the OGs to react like that, you're doing something. Well, Mamba reading the play perfectly against one of the GOATs in Search and Destroy as of right now.
It's a good play
in
out of him.
Super, and
Really
that
good
is our
play out of
match
him.
in the books. We're done for now. When we come back, though, it's more Call of Duty. We're finishing strong. Lock in
Boston
for one
bitch
more
coming
round.
up, Destiny.
Gentlemen's versus Boston Breach. Can there be 2 upsets on the day?
I fear that this is going to be a generational hate watch out of Destiny.
My God. At the end, but so good at the end, but so good for the ice.
I have Dan is getting the most kills in
Energy,
the series
the official energy
and winning the
drink
most
of the
1v1s. That's just the
Podcast
vibe I
tickets are
got.
on sale now.
I feel like Dan
Come
is
see
going to
the
want to
best
just
teams lock
come
in
out
for this season's grand finale
and
in
take
fabulous
down
Las
Nasty.
Vegas. All 4-day passes come with
I feel
early
like all the
venue
Thieves
access.
guys
Head to
from that MW
vegasvegas.com
team,
or scan the
they
QR
love
code to get your tickets now.
They love playing against each other.
Look like the pros to play like the pros. The CDL
fact that
team
we have to
skins
watch
are
Purge
available
again
now.
is criminal.
Scan the QR code or
Literally,
check out
though.
the in-game store now.
Literally, though.
Brought to you by America's Navy and the special
I did not
operators
see that.
who work
Hood.
in the shadows.
I did not see that. If that happened.
I can't look at this guy's player cam, bro. What am I looking at, man?
Oh my God, he actually does have the propeller on top. Ah, yeah, no, he's trolling.
He's fucking trolling, bro. He's fucking trolling.
That should tell you everything you need to know about this series. He's wearing a circus hat.
I will say though, the funny thing is like they're acting as if like it matters what he's wearing. He could show up in a goddamn clown costume and be locked into play. It really doesn't matter.
In the hard points. That is a convincing victory. A very convincing victory for the Falcons.
He got the Boston Files? That's crazy. He's got dirt.
Got me.
He's got dirt on him.
We have the
Wait, Tack Rab posted a thumbnail like that? Oh my God, that's crazy. That's diabolical.
Reset. I'm in. And we can. Front of me, dead. And we gonna head. One more me. I'm in. Dashing, one shot dead. I'm in. One shot. Dead. What? Wait. One more dead. Pink crowd. Go one more me.
Yeah, weak, close.
Nice.
This is how I be shooting on average.
Falcon jump down. He's still in the car.
That's how I be shooting on average in ranked play. And this guy was telling me I was cheating yesterday.
But you haven't got time to go dumpster. You haven't got time for that. I got world starred. Oh my God.
Yeah, he was shooting guff. I've just seen that in the death cam. The guys jumped off plan. I'm like, surely he's getting his kill.
Yo. It was bad. It was bad.
Pure guff coming out.
I had the wrong attachments on.
Yep, he's absolute.
Guff is yo, tell me how.
That is me on average.
Call of Duty. It's you whipping an F1 go-kart at the Grand Prix Plaza, testing your aim and movement at Summerlin Paintball.
It's me, I'm the Dylan on the team.
Driving supercars at Speed Vegas. Surviving the best escape rooms at Escapeology.
That's not true though. I do have some times where like I be ripping.
It's you taking a picture in
especially
front of
with
the
the AR.
Water show. It's seeing Vegas from the largest observation year in the U.S. It's you and the squad making memories for life. A weekend in Vegas that you'll never forget.
The problem is if I start to get confident and then I start to play like shit. I'm like the exact opposite. If I get like too confident, then I start to play bad. I gotta keep my ego in check when I'm playing COD. Really playing anything. Whereas, like, I feel like with the pro players, they're like, they know that they're gonna fry, so they'll come in and they're like, I know I'm gonna shit on people today, and then they do. Or it's like they turn up.
Have the edge, but let's start with Boston because yesterday you told me Purge is playing good again.
Whoa, okay, I said in their last series he was the best player on the team statistically.
I don't know, Isabel. That's a good question.
I mean, looking back at it, even in the map 1 versus Optic Texas last weekend, he was the only one positive. Map 2, he had a 1.5, 1.9, and 6. Map 3, you get more participation out of the rest of the team.
I think the saving grace for Purge is like
good at map 3s, but we're gonna need more participation.
He tends to have a better arrow than Snoopy does, I think.
When it is already the hardest schedule,
but he has not been. I mean, Boston as a whole has looked like shit. Like I said the other day, Boston is one of those teams that's made up of a lot of like
numbers in this split don't get much better in Search and Destroy either, Chris.
They're made up of a lot of like role players.
Goliath here, and we talk about their hard point. They just can't.
And I think when you have all role players playing
across
together,
all the teams, 30%, somewhere around there. So yeah, they got to focus on the simplest fundamentals in Call of Duty.
Yesterday, Ali said Afro's stock was down. You came to Afro's defense. Is Boston stock down or up after that discussion?
Oh, Boston stock is all down. I mean, with Afro, I feel like him coming in, though, like he gets a pass just because the team was already ass, and they have had the hardest split. I mean, they played all the top teams that we've had. So, like, when I look at it, I'm just going to give him a little bit of grace. An extremely tough situation to come into. It's hard to be the hero.
You were giving Afro grace, and I gave Envoy grace. He was originally my player for the stock down segment on the Gentlemates, but then I remembered I love Papa Envoy and Mama Envoy, the whole Envoy family. Dylan's a great guy to my family, and he plays the objective.
So who did you pick?
Sib, because Sib doesn't do any of that. In fact, he's supposed to be your superstar stud, and he used to be that when they raised a
Dad
trophy
Envoy
at
and Mom
Major
Envoy
#1.
are goats.
So
Shout out to them.
Nonchalante is what you called him yesterday.
Isabel knows.
How do I get
Isabel
Dante
knows.
fired up? What does it take for Sib to reach his ceiling? Because he has one of the highest in the league.
They're great
He
people.
still put down a ton of damage, and the hard point's not the issue. I mean, you're talking about a team.
Bro,
that,
I felt like
low-key,
maybe they would have said no, but when I met
really focused on Dante,
Mom and Dad Envoy, I feel like I could have asked them for their number and they would have gave it to me.
Getting back to finding the first
like they're just such nice people.
Not been great for them. Their search has been extremely lackluster compared to the top teams, and they just need to put him in positions to succeed. Like if he goes out there,
I know, Isabel, that would be so cool.
If he doesn't get it, group up together and make a team play. He'll stay isolated.
It was funny because like every time I ran into Dad Envoy, him and I would sit there and just like chat for at least like 10-15 minutes. Like we would just sit there and yap. I think it's because we're both Chicago sports fans and we like all the same Chicago teams, and then obviously like
Neptunes,
I root for his son. Like I love Envoy.
You know I'm a sucker
Thieves
for
fan.
a good SMG
He
that
always,
works the objective
I
and
think,
is just
will have
annoying.
some
So
type
I would
of
definitely put him in
appreciation
my
for
top
the
10 top
Thieves.
With clutch material,
So,
where can Neptune clutch
like I would
up
just
today?
sit there
We saw him
and
pop
yap
off
with
against FaZe to give them that
Dad
momentum in
Envoy.
major #1. Today, his search and destroys are Fringe and Gridlock. And you're saying this is going to all game 5, yeah?
Nah, this is GG's. I mean, the hard points.
When I went to the Oakley event, I sat there and I talked with him for probably close to an hour.
One of the best soccer teams in the game. Even if they throw one of the maps in between, I think it's just a 3-1.
This is the same 1, 2, and 4 maps that they played against Miami last time we saw them, and this is a Gentlemates team where Envoy was giving you a 0.5 in map 4, and it was a 20-point game. That's how good they are at Colossus Hardpoint. Even when you go to that socket, you were getting 0.7s out of some of your ARs, still within a 10-point game. So this is a team that even if you are outpacing and outslaying them, they are keeping it close. They just need to learn how to finish right now, and for a team like Boston that doesn't have a lot of that firepower, a lot of that front line, that's going to be really good.
I'm already drawing the white chalk. It's already on the ground, on the concrete.
Does Nasty get a 4th or a 5th map win?
I mean, they're going to win. They might win one map. They might win one map this series.
One map?
Yeah.
You going to give it to them officially? It's time for your Scuff Pick'ems. Lock it in, Ant. You're going first.
Yeah, Gentlemates win.
3-0?
3-1.
3-1. Allie?
A silly question. Gentlemates win. I'm going to agree with you. I'll give them 1, 3-1.
Do I do it?
Dude.
Let's do it. Nasty! It's time to shine, buddy. Get weird after watching an upset from G2. They can't be the only purple team causing chaos. I think there's an implosion amongst the
I might go grab some water
that
real
makes
quick.
Rosalie cry tonight. It's time to go to our caster shift and study. Let's get it going.
Oh, you got sick as soon as you got home from that? Ah, that sucks, Isabel.
I'll tell you that much.
That was a really
Chris,
cool.
what is going
cool
on over
thing,
there?
though, that
He's
they
like
did. It
so
sucked
far
that it was
behind the
right after
pickums.
they
He's just
lost,
like perpetually trolling now. And I'm kind of here for it, honestly. I'm kind of here for it.
All right, I'm gonna grab my
if
water.
I'm
I'll be
Chris,
right back.
like, I'm taking every underdog and I'm telling production, if I ever pick one of these correctly, where it's David versus Goliath, I need to get like 3 to 4 extra points because
bonus
Chris
points,
gotta be trolling with the way that Boston have been looking. It's not like Paris have been outstanding on one other level. It's just Boston, they haven't been able to figure it out ever since they added Afro into the lineup. You have 2 map wins. That's it.
Yeah. That says a lot. And then dating before Afro, you're still dealing with the graphic had said like you haven't won a hard point in almost 2 months. You've won 1 control. It's not been very good. Or yeah, overload. Sorry, pardon me. Looking at my sheet, it still says control because I'm too lazy to change it. Goodness, for Paris, the thing about it, and like Ant said, they are looking like one of the best sake teams in the league. So it's one of those moments where you just take out a pen and paper and you just enjoy the show. I think if you're trying to master off some of these sake break-offs, some of the break attempts, how you hold. We'll find out. Let's go on.
Okay, even though Paris is sitting at 3-0 on this map, every single time that they have played sake, it has been fairly close. And I just think it's one stat that keeps on standing out for a team who was unbelievable, especially early into the year in this game mode. Just like we need to be the team, especially on a map like sake, early off the rotation. They rely heavily on breaking on this map, and that has worked out up until now where they're sitting at 3-0. But to make it easier, let's be the team early at some of these money hills.
Yeah, and it's interesting that you say that because I was actually going back and forth with Coach Mayhem a little bit, kind of asking about what's been the difference maker here, because the hard point at the beginning of the year was so strong for Paris, and they're getting a little bit of favor, like you mentioned, on sake, even though they've been tight. And he was saying, like, honestly, we're just moving our left stick too much. And some of that is because of how the NPC has forced us to kind of play in a lot of the mixy moments, but when we're set up, we just need to let people come to us, which is something that you were talking about a lot with teams like Carolina who had that kind of same problem. So, we'll see if Paris can really take that mentality and run with it as Boston will rotate to P2, the first team there, and Paris will be the team that has to break.
And 57 days ago was the last time they found a hardpoint win, and it was versus Cloud9. So if you are Boston, there's a lot of things we need to work on in this mode. And right off the rip, here's one on display. Can we try to lock this one down on your first attempt?
Come on, Spart. I need you to get me some kills for some bread, brother.
And Paris are already at the door by the time you throw that shoulder, and now they're in.
Yeah, so there's an opportunity to try to swing this run around quickly. Afro moving quickly. Yeah, that works. Shuts down the front door.
That's kind of nicey.
Neptune can't quite get around the back, so spawns will stay stable for Boston. They will gain the lead here, at least they should, pending how this gunfight with Purge goes. Might be one chance to try to finesse this here, as Sparta's the last one standing inside the hard point. Tries to go up and over, and a couple of...
I also want Homeboy to do well, because I have his card as well.
Mostly thanks to Ghosty and Civ locking down the rotation to new.
Yeah, and that's all Paris Genomates wanted to do, was just create that extra space to alleviate all that pressure at the new time. SMGs were still contesting at old, so now Boston are going to be 10-15 seconds before it can even get close towards this time, but Purge is finding the opening kill. Now there's pressure over towards
Destiny, I feel bad for Nasty.
And Purge is still valuing his life, but he's just going to commit on the fight and win it.
Yeah, good stuff here from Purge.
He deserves something better.
Spart will fall. Ghosty trying to value his life. Purge still weak. Help is on the way, and that will be
free
enough
Joe, yeah,
to make sure Paris can lock things down. They are missing
free
the bottom
Joe,
side
free
of the map,
Nasty.
though, so there's a route developing for Boston to try to move spawns around. This has to come down to do you win
Someone
your
should put them
gunfights in
together.
this position, and so far the answer
put them
has
on the
been
same
no.
team.
Afro does make a mess of the hard point, though, finding 2, but his life is short-lived, and Paris are right back in.
Yeah, and that's such a big play out of Ghosty, man. When all that pressure was going down over towards Rocks, he disengaged but still stayed in the play. And he was able to find a couple of clutch kills there to allow his teammates to soak up a majority of that P3 time. Now trying to work off the rotation. Envoy hitting the long route, working through the backside of bricks. Does have info that Spart is going to be in the vicinity. He's now just going to wait or try to take his time to his teammates to assist him, but he gets picked.
Yeah, it's almost like Envoy wanted to just avoid him and say, you can stay back there, we're just going to play for Dojo, but now you have to deal with Spartan. He's good for a couple. Neptune playing a different angle, splitting the difference, moving over towards Dojo. As Spark
Yeah,
in his line of sight,
4 and
but
7
wants
is
move
not
behind
going to
the
cut
play
it
to see
out
if
of
he can
Spark.
break, and he finds the first one nicely. Gets the second, turns around, has Spark to the back door, but
There we
Spark
go.
is good for now 3 straight. Spawns are still stable for Boston outside of Afro, who may be able to pinch from the front here. In some trouble, but reinforcements are here. Spark can't quite find the players inside the hill, and Paris will be good for a pretty good amount of contest time here.
I know, Isabel, that was
Again,
crazy.
Just one player making a big time play. Neptune with the trigger discipline, not to shoot Spark. Flanks on the backside of Dojo, finds a double.
That was crazy. But if they're willing to do that, and Boston isn't willing to change more than one person after their year,
60-point lead, and now the rotation gunfights
not great.
are the most important. And Boston Breeze set themselves up to be here early.
Yeah, you need to get some sort
but
of a
this
hold
series
early, though, if you're Boston.
is probably going to be
Might be able
pretty
to contest
ass,
in the back half of this hard point. First wave is on the way. No trophies to keep Spark safe. He's already tagged and was dealt with quickly. First 2 kills are good for Paris. That immediately gets him in the hard point. The AR is still playing well outside.
I feel you're absolutely spot on.
Angles locked in. Nasty gives you 1. Knows he's being pressured, but Envoy deals with it cleanly. And this is just, again, one of those moments where Paris is able to just flood you with NPCs and win the hill back by brute force.
Yeah, and that's where Boston need to show a difference in their gameplay. It's like you found 3 kills off the rotation. You now have time to take space away, but you play it so tight around the hard point. By the time the first attempt goes in for Gentlemates on their break attempt, it's right at the hard point. We need to start creating more layers to give ourselves better chances at holds here, because first attempt breaks is never going to lead to a good hard point game.
Yeah, is that just one of those things that, mentality-wise, Boston's so worried about doing the right thing by locking spawns that we're just too passive behind the hill? That's kind of what it felt like. I mean, especially knowing that Paris is setting up for a break and they're pulling 3 NPCs.
No, that definitely might be the case. To make sure, all right, the little things are correct. All right, let's lock down the back. All right, we got 3 kills. Don't scam. Keep your corners. But there's just situations where you find those kills. I always say it to everybody that plays Stuff and Mates or whoever I'm playing with in rank. If you're getting kills, there's no reason why you should still be standing still. And that's what's allowed Paris Gentlemates to have the lead that they have. But Boston, regardless, is still keeping this very scrappy. It's not as comfortable as Paris wanted to be.
No, definitely not.
I don't know if it was for Money Hood. I think it could be. I'm not sure. But I thought they dropped. I thought they dropped Priesta because they had an opportunity to pick up Sib, and Sib they thought was better than Priesta. Which I think talent-wise, yeah, I would probably say that he is. But you just had a champs-winning roster. Why would you want to change
One
that?
player from Boston is going to spawn out. No, right towards the backside of the new HP.
Because if anything, Sib should be
Again,
more
another opportunity
expensive
where you are
to
fully
keep
set
than
up.
Priesta.
Make them
Or
work
to have
find
instead
that
of Priesta.
opening kill with Purge in
I
a
would
great
think.
spot. While his teammates find 2 on the back line, this should be a flawless hold attempt, plus an extra 15 seconds uncontested, because look at how far Paris are.
Yeah, and these are those layers that you're talking about. And maybe a little bit easier to understand
Envoy's
on
having a
P2
bit of a
compared to
stinker.
P5, but Boston are
You don't
finding
love
a way
that.
to reap the reward. 2 kills from Nasty, holds off the play through mid. Not going to find more than that, though. So 30 seconds left.
I still haven't played a Sake hardpoint yet.
By pushing through the staircase side. How many can he grab? Only the 1. Spartan, some trouble, has to kind of give up the angle, so the hit very well may develop for some contest time, but big win there from Spartan to Neptune reduces this to just simple numbers. Envoy traded. Last player up front falls, and that will be essentially a full 60 for Boston, who are right back in this game.
I'm still surprised they didn't add a Fringe in as
because now Sib is going to spawn
a
behind
hardpoint
Jack the whole
map,
time.
because I feel like it played well.
Oh, he's just going to spawn right next to
back
Sib.
in Black Ops 3.
So you're going to gift the rotation to the Gentlemates. You're looking for a very quick bake, and all you're looking for is that initial kill, or Afro finds it.
Oh, and damage and a kill on the
Afro.
hard point. Envoy now has to fight for his life. He only grabs 1. Neptune will spawn back up with Ghosty on the back side of the hill, but they need to wait for help as it's streaking across the top side of the map. Purge trying to hold that side door. Afro, small pinch position. May have gotten a read onto both Paris members, and Nasty will do the same thing on the other side. So Paris are scrambling.
Oh,
They
like a
find the
sleeve.
kills. Just now to dealing with Purge inside the hard point. Spark, the last one standing, will also drop. Neptune's double will give Paris some time.
Oh yeah, Isabel, I agree.
That's really needed, man. Thankfully,
Typically, when you win champs, you stick around because it's like we just proved we're the best team in the game.
Going in towards the P4.
We want to continue doing that, and
obviously go back and contest
you know,
that old time. Not
it just doesn't always work.
But this is where the 2 players.
Yo, what's
now
up,
with the rotation
Ghost?
from Paris need to clutch
Good
up
to
on
see
the
ya.
fights, and they do just that. They flip the map.
Bottom of the map will go to Paris. Boston trying to get Nasty free behind the play, but Ghosty shuts it down. Big win there. That will lock down spawns, and Paris will now have to receive the next hit. See how the Gentlemates are coming. Jump into a listening in.
listening.
Two ticket on me. Weak afro. Two ticket afro. Purge weak as well. Purge weak as well. One more there, smart. Two there. Two ticket. Yeah, two there. I'm dead. Art. Two art. That's two art. Yeah, roll on time. Let's go front. You guys go ticket. Yep. Okay. I'm waiting for you guys. We got two outer and one outer. Already dojo purge. In dojo. Front dojo. Front time afro. Really big front time on one shot. Okay. One's dojo purge. Jog through dojo. Purge in dojo. Outer dojo purge. Front time afro. Outer dojo still. Outer dojo weak. Outer dojo dead. Front rock really weak. Front rock. He's on the rock. He's really weak, I think. He's on a big rock. Front on me, dead. Nice. Outer dojo. Dojo dead. Nice. I made it front. Watch out. I'm blocking back. Yo, one just rotate mid. Okay. I'm picking up. You guys give me. Listen, purge in the car. I'm going to you. Top window, nasty, not weak.
Yeah, Afro looks pretty good so far.
Window one shot. There's 3 on new.
Right now, I need help. I know. One shot purge on me. Purge. Nice. Two more turn. One shot smart. There's no time. Your nasty's holding the cross. Oh, you play. Short. Nice shot. Flop it still. Flatbed weak.
Ooh, nasty for 2.
He's in window.
Don't forget window. Window dead.
Nice shot.
I'll send her front. That's the front of the After left time in left corner. I heard you. Are you left corner? Left corner still. Left corner weak.
Sib sounds like he's sick.
Well, like you said, Jay, Boston giving Paris a bit of a workout here.
Funny you said that, and I said the same thing, right at the same time.
And it's a full 4 dead. Boston could win here.
Yeah, Paris, they can't go 1 by 1 in this situation. This is one hold attempt for Boston Breach to take this map, number 1. Thankfully, Sib and Envoy strike. That's 3 dead in the
4 former LAT players in 1 game.
Extending this game a little bit earlier.
Speaking facts right now, Storms. I don't even think about that, to be honest.
Already off the rotation, final 10 seconds of time, and Boston, someone develop on a long route.
Nasty, Afro, and Ghosty all on the MW3 team.
Almost able to find 2.
And then Envoy
Neptune following
before that and after that.
Left alive is Afro inside the hard point. He will fall to Sib. Nasty trying to follow up, gets the trade. 237 plays.
Hold on now, I just realized Boston is ahead.
For Paris. 2 from the front, 2 from the back.
Pardon me?
Both players will drop, and Afro will give the information that Paris have flipped the spawns. Can they get here to contested time? 2 seconds left of the time. The kill comes through from Neptune, but Purge is right there to follow up. No one else is going to touch, and Boston are going to strike first on Sake, a map that we just got done praising Paris for, and that looked like a brand new Boston team right there.
Man, thankfully we were able to cast the last time we watched Boston on Sake. They had so many little mistakes, but they fixed them very quickly going into this one. Just being early off the rotation was great. It was kind of lackluster in the first set of hard points because it was first attempts with no extra layers being presented by Boston, which allowed for very quick breaks there from the Gentlemates. But when you get to the second half, it was all lockdown. Like Boston understand, okay, we found that opening kill. This lane is being watched. Who we going up against? Envoy and Neptune. If we kill the ARs, most likely just turn around and it's going to be a freebie.
Envoy was
they just started controlling the game and making it easier for themselves. Boston were winning a majority of the rotations. It's just the holes that were easily
Envoy was doing a whole lot of
Once
fuck
they
all.
fixed that, it was a GG.
14 and 28.
Even though they were 3-0 on this map,
only 2,500 damage and only 36 seconds in the hill.
It's gonna look like
he was getting
Boston
farmed.
outclassed them there on Sake.
Unreal stuff, man.
Wow. Okay. I can't believe Boston won map 1.
Didn't mean to come at you so hard. You know,
he's him. He's him.
Afro is really good though.
It's all a ruse. I'm telling you, nothing but a red herring. That prediction score of his.
His gun is like a shotgun.
It just feels like at what point is this team going to be able to lock in? And
he's at a 0.5 right now.
Because it's just been like certain days they show up and they take care of business. Like going back to the G2 Minnesota series that they played at the beginning of this qualifying stage. But then they're also susceptible to losses, like dropping hard points to Carolina at the beginning of this qualifying stage, dropping this one to a Boston team that a lot of people have already kind of ruled out for the season. It's odd, and it doesn't feel like this team can catch.
Bro, Gentlemen started off the year
really
so
hot. They
well.
have decent moments, but they don't really feel like they're in like a long-lasting phase, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I feel like when you watch Paris Gentlemates, especially early into the season, when they were dominant at hardpoint, it was like everyone providing their 25%. Certain situations now, we're just simply scamming when we don't need to. Like, we are rotating over towards P5 in that final hold from the P4 side. Like, we have back warehouse.
Right.
But with the ARs that we have, we are so aggressive on those first chows that, all right, Sib falls. Someone tries to go for that trade. Nasty finds that kill. And then the players coming off the respawn have to put so much focus on the front that no one's watching the back. These are the things that Paris Gentlemates never made those mistakes on. But I don't know if it's due to the meta change that has happened. They just seem uncomfortable in the mode that they used to be the best at.
Yeah, and that's another thing, like looking at that game flow chart, like, yes, Boston have a great
Fringe
P2, but what we've
S&D
seen
up
from a lot of
next.
teams is like, okay, you chalk that, then you set up a great P3, and you get your lead
Hood,
right
you're
back.
disappointed?
But it just never really felt like Paris were able to make that decision. So now we go into
Yeah,
a
I
Fringe,
mean, this
which
is
they've only
this is
played
the worst.
once, have Paris.
This is the worst
and they
series we're
lost
gonna get
it
today.
3-6 to Miami. Boston have played it twice. They've split the difference on it. So it's just one of those things that, again, like,
And
I
somehow
have a hard time
Gentleman's lost
evaluating this
map
Paris
1.
team right now because of how day-to-day they are, which is like such an easy thing to say. Like, we hear it all the time on podcasts or watch parties or us as commentators or analysts. It's like they play day-to-day COD and it could be a day-to-day game, but that is, I think, a indication that there's something broken with inside this team's camp. Like, it just should not happen with these 4 players on paper.
Yeah, thinking it's a subliners MW2 situation. They win major 1, get better by the last major in champs. I could see that. I could see that as well,
for what you
it's not a bad comment out of you.
Doesn't really match it. Like you're saying, at ninth overall in Search and Destroy. Obviously, Boston, when you make a roster
Things gonna change if you drop that Purge, dude.
But
he didn't play bad in that map 1 though, didn't he?
Like they played this map versus Miami, the one coming up, Al. They
and yesterday, or
not
yesterday, the day before.
So like Paris
he was like the only one shooting back for
we
him.
need to showcase our teamwork. You have a player in Sib who has the
I'm not
worst
saying I
KD
think Purge
right now in
is
stage
the
3
best
Search
guy
and
to
Destroy
have
with a
on your team,
0.38.
but
like this is your sniper guy. This is your most confident guy, and he's putting up those stats. No, you need him to play better. Sib, just sit in the back, guarantee your snipe, hold down your lane.
Yeah, I hear that. The other side,
when they
talking
drop
to him,
out
he
of
was
the
also
league
saying
and sell
that
the
in Search and
spot.
Destroys, they've been working really hard on
Oh,
trying to convert
man,
those
Destiny's
numbers. And
waiting for
I'm
that
glad that you
day.
brought
She's
that point up
praying
because
for that
that's where I
day.
was going to go as well. It's like first blood percentage has just not been very good. Even though you look at these numbers, that kind of makes you think otherwise. That's again, that's also versus Breach. That's versus Breach this season. So might be a mismatch thing. Who knows?
Ghosty has a 3.0 KD in S&D versus Boston this season.
In that map number 1. So let's see what they
I mean, he's going to need it right now.
Search and Destroy.
Down 1-0.
Purge, playmaker Purge loves to get loose around the middle of the map.
Definitely need that
and when
out
he's
of him.
having success in Search and Destroy, the game is just a whole lot easier for Boston. So
yeah, I read a little bit about the SSG thing, and
Nades tossed
I mean,
over towards B, trying to pull the defense
it makes
that direction.
sense.
Largely successful, mostly getting Sib out of
Makes
position.
a lot
just
of
a touch.
sense.
Ghosty also watching just the rails as Neptune and Envoy kind of thinking about playing through A to get some of that space back, but mid map.
I obviously
wide
don't
open.
understand like the
Neptune will take a
economics
pot shot
behind
at
the league
Spark.
and all that kind of
Stuns to
stuff,
try to
but
counter. Afro cooking a nade doesn't quite land where intended, and
I don't
meanwhile, there's the
understand
playthrough
why
middle that just catches everyone
CDL
off guard. Sib falls for
became
first
so
blood.
much worse
Playmaker Purge,
compared
man,
to
using
like the
information, finding the
CWL
opening,
regarding
that's
like
the first kill.
orgs and
And now he's
franchises
lost.
and
He
things
knows
like
that his teammates
that.
have the advantage on the opposite
Just
side.
doesn't
All you have
it
to do is
doesn't make
shade it
any
on
sense
out.
to me.
Envoy gets the first spark with the frag, finds kill number 2, but it's a 2v2.
Yeah, Afro's with a fine one for the front. Envoy trying to find the tree, but
okay,
no.
Afro.
Afro predicts, holds
Get a
down
nice
the trigger,
little
finds the easy
two-piece.
kill, and the first blood conversion is good for Boston on the opening round.
Yeah, and that's again playmaker Purge. Like if he's gonna have that much information 10 to 15 seconds into the round, I'm aggressive as hell over towards trains. I spot one player. All right, I'm gonna rat back through L. There's a guy camping on the A site. And you the entire time Nasty was watching mid, so he knows that that's open. Purge takes that opening, finds that first blood, gets lost, and is just able to break down the setup there from Paris.
Okay. Playmaker Purge, eh? Okay, I see you. Defensive side now for Boston, kind of looking to keep a lot of that focus for Purge through mid-map. Afro holding over towards the side door, top side of the minimap. And it looks like we'll just go to a kind of a 2-2 split here, allowing the mid-map to stay a little bit more open. Ghosty scouting just by jumping the wall. Sib has the sniper over towards A, and he's just going to hard scope and clear some angles.
Oh, misses the shot.
Yeah, but see, Hood, that's what I'm
So the
saying
guy
though.
sitting
Is
on the
like
bomb.
we say
Now
money,
that's
but
information
like
gained for Boston.
there is
Yet
literally
to move
more
on to this
money
fall,
that's
we
being
have
pumped
trains
into
on
this
lock.
than there was
Mid-map is being
CWL.
covered. There's no opening for Paris.
Yeah, Sparks gets the read. Purge, Nasty, keep their guns
Because
up.
no
That's
teams,
perfect.
no teams bought into the
It gives you
CDL
one in response.
or CWL.
This is
They
not
all
an easy
bought into the
collection for
CDL.
Neptune to try to
So
grab
it's
this
like
bomb.
I don't
Actually,
think
Sid
the
needs to be the
money
one to
is
push
like
forward and
we
grab the
say
bomb.
money
Let
is
Neptune
the
keep clearing
issue,
out
but
space here at Bricks.
I don't think that's true. I think the money is a problem
Push for
because
Boston
it's
comes
being
around the
used in
back.
the
Sid
wrong
is just
way.
overwhelmed.
Like there's
He's down to
zero
Neptune for
reason
1v3. He's going to get a little bit of information here, but there's too many to deal with. Too many to deal
that
with.
money should be a problem.
A really
in my
clean
opinion.
round for Boston. You don't give any
We
information.
had
at mid
MLG,
until
we
later
had
in the round. Spark gets
CWL,
the
we
read,
had
and
all that
players
stuff
inside
when
the
the
bomb
money
site
was
follow
way
up.
worse than what it
I
is
feel
now.
like that's what Fringe Search and Destroy ever since it's been added
Like-
into the map set. That's all it's about. How quickly you can get information and how fast you can respond off of that info to make
Oh,
your
I see
big
what.
time
Okay,
play.
I see what you're saying, Hood.
Paris
Then
don't
yeah,
get anything.
I
The
agree
only
with
info
you.
that they had was Sib
They're
sniping
using
into
it
the site,
in
missing the shot.
all the wrong ways.
But middle was being covered. Boston had so much space taken away at trains that you couldn't even think about that side of the map. So when you commit your way through double windows, they're ready and waiting. No need to worry if you're Boston.
Good start. Similar setup here. Smoke, nade. Paris defensively, kind of making the same adjustments, except Sib this time will hold the middle of the map, trusting that Envoy will not be
Boston's
overwhelmed
already
today.
off
We'll
to
see
a
if
2-0
that
start in the S&D
is
too.
worth the trust as here comes the rotation
Dude,
back for
don't
Boston.
tell me Boston wins this series.
Sib is gonna miss.
Don't tell me
Actually,
Boston wins this
But a
series.
hit marker's not gonna help.
There's no way.
That's the
Oh,
noise.
And that's how you make up for it with a collat on the
Collat?
opposite side.
Yeah, that's a great read from Sib. He gets the hit marker. Purge was the guy who got through the middle of the map last time. He's like, okay, well, he's weak. He's not pushing. Let me go help my teammate out today just in case.
Okay.
And Sib's going to hit a third this round.
Trades are in. Nasty in the
Eventually
1v3.
finding the tally onto Purge, which he started the round with. Nasty
Oh, play
timing
this
here.
corner.
Slides out. It's Ghosty in front of him. Tough gunfight, though. Yeah, heads up awareness right there from Sib. Knowing he's safe at mid, he can help his teammate today for a little while longer. And it pays out with a collat. Huge.
Yeah, that's what happens when you don't allow an opening.
No,
on
Ghosty
a
got the
three-lane
last
map.
kill. It was close though.
Someone scouting over towards mid. You gather information, even though it does lead to a hit marker early on.
Ghosty stole it.
With Ghosty as aggressive as he was
He
towards
stole the
trade,
ace
you
away.
read there's no pressure there. And you're prepared for another 10 push. So the rotation in towards bricks works out for the collat. Catches Purge on the opposite side for
Don't
kill
sound
number
bad.
3. So a great
good.
round there from Sib.
I'm sure we'll have Boston changing their play up next round. But for now, we go to their defense. And very similar break-off again. Nasty playing for info. Sid peels him off. Purge now by himself, trying to hang. Trophy system keeping him safe for a while, but not for long enough. Purge will drop 4v2 over the top of the A site. We're not done here, though, yet, as Afro's able to find one. Spartan is working with him. The bomb not going to be planted. Looking for the contact of the contestant. Afro's going to get a second. Now to the 2v2. Ghosty not in a position to trade. That is an incredible double from Afro.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, from the backside of Brick's door, too. And that might have been Paris just getting a little bit over-aggressive in that situation, but they're still into the play. Spark takes care of Ghosty, and Afro finds kill number 3. Yeah, Al, as simple as that. That cannot happen. You found the first one in the first 10 seconds. Instantly find kill number 2 as well, because Purge tried to play a very quick trade. But then we just get caught trying to overextend when we don't need to. These guys have to slide in bricks in a 4v2. We have 2 extra weapons, and we are forcing one-on-one gunfights. Misplay there from Paris. Boston capitalized.
Yeah, and if we're worried about the recontest coming through, like, I understand that, to not commit for the bomb plan. It's the right decision to not plan right there, but I guess I'm just curious why they wouldn't just back out of the site completely, kill the noise, create some doubt, and then retake A with your numbers later in the round and not put yourself in a position to get doubled up by an SMG. But a mistake nonetheless gives Boston their third. Similar look offensively again. This time it looks like Boston want to try to help Purge on this mid push, though, so it's not just him, it's just about everybody. Wow.
Oh, and Nasty's going to be able to find a free kill on the map on the Sib. That's a spot that 0-4 used the last time that they played Fringe Search and Destroy. Unfortunately, it comes back to bite you there. First blood in favor of Boston, and now with all the information that Purge has kept over towards train side, because he didn't move from this area, we're going to commit.
Yeah, good trade opportunity, and Purge comes away with 2. Absolutely brilliantly done, knowing that Ghosty was pinned over towards Yellow Truck. So now it's on to Envoy for the 1v3. Damage from Purge should be followed up on very quickly, but extra lease of life here for Envoy. Trying to finesse the Spart will go to the plant.
And Envoy's just trying to find a one-on-one gunfight around the map. Purge is just not going to give it to him for free. Great shoulders, great information. And if you played Fringe so many times, if you are Boston, this is now their 3rd attempt. This is the best that they have looked so far. They have default set strats. And the fact that this has been their consistent offensive play, just having Purge ISO going over towards train, someone wants to push through at 10 and double scouting through the middle of the map.
Dude, the worst
Paris just
part
gave him
is
info
like
in the first 10 seconds. Then you force them to be uncomfortable to try to retreat.
I feel
to
like
save
the
their
series
lives.
really isn't all that bad. It's just
And then
because
Boston
we're
just
watching
take that
Boston
space
play
away.
and they're
Get the
somehow
first blood.
beating
Purge
gel
keeps the
mates
space over towards Strains.
to where it's like,
It's
what
just
the
an
fuck is
easy
wrong
round
with
there
the
for Boston.
series?
Aids over the top here for Paris.
Like,
trying to hold off the mid play as they're just.
we're
gonna
used to
run it
seeing
down,
these teams
beast,
just
smoke
getting
the block off
absolutely
Sparks,
ran,
lands.
but right now they're
They clear the corner that
destroying
Afro's sitting in. He is in
gel
a
mates.
playmaking position as you get a little bit of help from Spark.
Spark gets 2.
Now it's time, we would think, for Spark to reveal the rest of this play. Afro tried to
2v3.
re-clear out rails, so we've got a 3v2. Map has flipped, and Paris will have to probably work another kill before they can consider an objective play.
Oh yeah, and Boston aren't going to give it to him for free. Gotta work extra hard, especially if you're on it with an NPC sitting at top barn. Gathers info onto Nasty, not going to give up his life for free, and time is starting to tick.
Yeah, the full wrap back over to A. Nasty, who was in position to try to watch that rotation, will instead join his teammates, who will probably, at this point, force clear the backside of barn, and then very quickly realize that this is not a B play. We need to, excuse me, move our way over
Envoy 1
towards A
and
Street.
4 right now. Not another rough map
put
from
himself in
him.
position to gather that info.
We get bombed
Spots
down.
one towards back alley.
Ooh, that's a
Small
big
first.
kill.
The
That's a
fight is
big
gonna
kill.
be Purge. A little bit too fast in that engagement. Knocks down an
1v1 for the bread.
Just gonna commit on this one-on-one, and that's a freebie there for Nasty.
Oh,
Puts down
Nasty.
great damage from the back alley.
With the 2-piece.
Boston had an extra weapon for the fight initially, but
wow, 5-1.
both SMGs sending it on in.
Bro,
having player
are we
weak.
really
Nasty
about
cleaning
to
up the
see
rest.
Boston
at game point.
3-0?
Yeah, a bit of almost a critical error right there from Purge, trying to chase down the exit after the
Bruh.
plant came through.
Yeah, too
but at least he
fast.
gets
Ain't
significant
no
damage done.
way,
That makes
right?
the life, that
Ain't
2v2
no
a
way.
little bit easier.
Then we got
Yeah,
an
save it 11
exposure.
HP. Gets a headshot off onto Nasty, but
Is Boston good at
that's just a
exposure?
really tough fight at that health from that position.
Overload.
So how about this?
I feel like Boston's
Boston
not
are now
bad at overload,
4-1
actually.
up, 5-1 up, pardon me. And if they win this search, all of a sudden we're sitting here scratching our heads like, what in the heck is happening with this Paris team?
Yeah, and Boston haven't been doing anything different. Like, this has been their go-to
Maybe,
strat on
Isabel,
offense, and they have had the
I
same
don't
exact
know.
strat set up on defense. Just Parrot haven't made the adjustments that they need to fight themselves back into the game. Info already gained out of Afro, though, as you throw a great shoulder in towards 10, that they have that side of the
I
map.
think they're
Might
just
wanna
in a
commit
rough
towards
patch
Chase now.
right now.
Yeah, Afro's going to be a little bit on flank watch.
I mean,
Actually,
we
this
had
might
a
be
rough
double-
patch to
double
start.
bait here. Purge and Nasty
We
are
had a
showing
pretty bad
force
rough
towards
patch
B.
to start.
It's going to pull some of the defenders on 8 back, and that's an opportunity for Afro,
Well,
but just
I guess
a
it
tough
really,
gunfight over the top of the bomb.
really, when you look at it, I don't think it was all that
Paris,
bad.
the big numbers. Surely they don't drop this
good
4v2. Surely they don't drop this 4v2. Then no. Much better.
Yeah, more proactive on the map.
Boston's
Not giving
0-4
up all
in
that
exposure
space.
overload. Oh, then yeah, they're
And
going to
the
get
information
ran.
that Boston was able to gain,
General mates
they're
are
already
good
in your
at
spot, so they were
exposure
forcing them to
overload.
commit over
So
towards trades.
we'll probably go
But
game
Dosey was
4 no
ready and
matter
waiting to
what.
find that first blood. You play spread on your setup. It's the only round on day 1. Before that one,
yeah,
true. It works out there for round number 2.
Yeah,
You're
we're probably
absolutely
going
right.
game 4.
I just want to point more attention to that statement of like Boston aren't doing anything dramatically different. It's the same break off offensively with slight variations, which I will say, like, in terms of trying to build a concept with a new team, I like that idea of like, okay, well, here's our break off. What options do we have off that one play? It's like setting a formation in football and saying, what are our play options from there? But
I gotta get a better
them through
chair,
this
bro.
search. Here comes a hit quickly over towards A. Nasty's in some trouble. He won't
Need
be able to
one of
come away
those
with
chairs
even
that has
one.
a footrest
So
so I
Bears
can
are going to commit behind that
throw
first
my
blood
feet
for a
up.
plant. Surely this doesn't turn out the same way it did last time, where Afro comes away with 2.
Yeah, there's just no way someone's going to go out there and force a one-on-one gunfight. That is unnecessary.
4v3.
Just trying to back down Boston.
Yeah, we've been
Afro's
saying
gonna
it
send
forever,
on in.
Destiny.
He gets picked up by Envoy. 4v2, make it a 4v1. And
Hook
those
is
are
on the
quick
watch
adjustments
party.
there from Paris, even though the round didn't happen too long ago.
Hey, I could do that,
Yeah.
Destiny. I could
And
just
it's
throw.
really
I'll just
not much
start
different. The trophy system is what
asking you
allows them to
stats
stay on
at
top of the
random
site a little bit
times.
longer that time around, but it's better to know that, okay, we are getting some contest here. Let's just hold our irons up a little bit longer. Let's not over push. Do your diligence. Take your advantages and run with them. It's 2 in a row now for this Paris team trying to cook some momentum and maybe get their playbook going.
Yeah, and that was the first time Boston have switched up the defensive approach, try to take mid-map away. And Paris were ready and waiting at their half wall to at least back them down and then isolate that gunfight in towards break. So
I thought about using trying to use my old Astros, but I think I would have to mess with a lot of my audio settings.
Just gonna continue to do what has been working.
And I'm afraid that it's gonna mess a lot of things up.
See what you get, and we'll make our play call after.
Smoke blocking this front rails though has Paris attempting to try to threaten some contact.
D in the chat.
Quickly.
Unfortunately, I don't think
Envoy at the side door, Neptune
right
deep.
now.
Purge is just playing mind games right
The
now.
only time they've stopped by
So,
is
again,
when it's
same
actually
break off for
during a
Boston.
Thieves match.
Different executable,
and
though.
even then, it's
Purge is
rare.
just continuing to give information that he's still here. And you would think that this will eventually turn into a burst play onto A. It looks like that's already on
You
the
switch
way.
to
but also
IEMs.
seen some good intel on that side of
I've
the front.
wanted to
And
do
will
that as
call
well.
Neptune over to help.
Yeah, but you would
I've
really
also
love to
wanted
have
to
one
get
of your
some
SMGs
IEMs
in towards
low-key.
bricks already. They're gonna try to send it on in. Afro's gonna be ready and waiting. You
Oh,
turn
good
that
play.
corner, you're gonna
Nice.
get hit by a stun. First blood, Boston.
Yeah, good decision by Afro right there. But look at the long flight from Envoy. Purge was
Yeah, I
supposed to be
agree.
watching
I
this. He's
agree
kind of
with that
watching two
too,
things
as
at
well.
once, and
Like
no
having
one has
the-
the sense to turn around and deal with the potential flank.
The bump
So
on your
Envoy
head.
now opens up the door for Civ and Neptune to rotate back over towards Junk and then make their play onto the interior, or at least contest the bomb from being planted. Nasty's gonna stick. Afro and Purge watching the crossfire. They've got three that all three players are here. So now Boston are in the 3v3. I hear a Hellstorm as well.
Who's
That must be
Hellstorm
from
was
Paris.
that?
So how he has from Envoy.
What?
Wait.
Yeah, so that doesn't really work out because everyone's already in the site. And now it's down to Sib with an AR. He's picked up off the ground. That's not gonna work. Okay. I'm lost, bro. Help me.
Brother, I wish you could see my face right now because that was
Is
a
Envoy
play call.
hammered?
But we got a Hellstorm and we're deciding to stack trains? Nah, that can't be Paris General Base. That can't be the team that won Major 1. Because there's no way in hell they're making this many mistakes. They got 2v4 in one of the previous rounds. But the fact that you have a Hellstorm, we're stacking trains instead of bricks. Where the
I don't know
bomb
if they're going to
site
show
is
the replay.
outdoors
If they
instead of
don't, I'll go
indoors.
back.
That
What
doesn't make
was
sense.
that?
Doesn't make sense at all. But Boston, they take the search and destroy.
I'm at a loss, Jay. It's really, really tough to put a finger on what is going wrong with this Paris team.
I don't think they're
And
going
it
to go
feels
back.
maybe a little bit aggressive because they're still 2-1.
Nah, that
Turn into a burst play onto A.
Too far. Okay.
They're gonna try.
Let's see. Envoy number 4.
You turn that corner, you're gonna get hit by a stun.
Number
First blood,
4.
Boston.
Yeah, good decision by
Because
Afro
Boston
right there.
gets
But look
bombed
at the long
down.
flight
It's a
from Envoy.
3v4.
Purge was supposed to be watching this. He's kind of watching two things at once, and no one has the sense to turn around
They
and
get
deal
it
with the potential flank.
3v3.
So Envoy now opens up the door for
He's
Civ and
sitting
Neptune
10.
to rotate back over towards Junk and then make their play onto the interior, or at least contest the bomb from being planted. Nasty's gonna stick. Afro and Purge watching the crossfire. They've got three that all three players are here. So now Boston are in the 3v3. I hear a Hellstorm as well. That must be from Paris. So how he has from Envoy.
What?
Yeah, so that doesn't really work out
My-
because everyone's
okay.
already in the site.
My
And now
only
it's down to
thought
Sib with an AR. He's picked up off the
My
ground.
only
That must be
thought
from Stick.
is if you
Afro and Purge
listen,
watching the opens up the
if
door
you
for-
listen closely,
But
like
at the long
look,
flight from Envoy. Purge was
3v4
supposed
right
to be
here.
watching this. He's kinda watching
Envoy
two
gets the
things
kill
at
on the
once, and
Spark.
No one has the sense
They
to
see
turn around and deal
Afro
with the potential flank.
and Nasty.
So Envoy now opens up the door for Civ and Neptune
Don't
to
know if
rotate
they
back
see
over
Purge or
towards
not.
Junk and then make their play onto the interior, or at least
Maybe they
contest
do.
the bomb from being planted. Nasty's gonna stick.
But he calls
Afro and
in the
Purge
streak
watching the
before
crossfire.
they
They've got
plant the
three that all
bomb.
three players are here. So
I don't
now
know if they
Boston
know that all
are in the
3 are there.
3v3. I hear
That would be
Hellstorm
the
as well.
only. That would be my only
Nasty's gonna
thought.
stick. So
But they
Envoy now
have to
opens up
know,
the door for
right?
Civ and
They
Neptune
had-
to rotate back over towards Junk and then make their play.
Nah, they had
onto
to
the
have known
interior,
there's
or at
3
least
people
contest
in
the
there.
bomb from being planted. Nasty's gonna stick. Afro and Purge watching the crossfire. They've got three that all three players are here. So now Boston are in the 3v3. I hear a Hellstorm as well. That must be from Paris. So how he has from Envoy.
What?
My only other thought
so
too
that
is
doesn't
that
really
like
work
he,
out 'cause everyone's
maybe
already
he
in
was
the
trying to
site.
curve it in like the
And now
front
it's down
door to
Civ
try
with an
and
AR. He's picked up off the ground. That's not gonna work.
get it inside. That's why they went back site instead of just challenge.
But we got a Hellstorm,
bro. That's
and we're
crazy.
deciding.
That's crazy.
And you get into the Karachi SD just so
I don't know about
These
that
guys
one,
will just
Chief.
wait for
I
about
don't know
8
about
seconds
that
on the
one.
clock. Go burst. Check it with the pistol. Yo, watch Okus in a freaking turbine.
I don't know if that was the play.
He said, bro, all you
Yeah,
can
he
do
might
is
have
try to
just
save this
blacked out
defuse, but
there.
hit him with
I don't
some
think
kind
that
of
was the
movement.
play.
Let's bait that he tries to go for the sniper shot, but just too fast. Leads the Sky still finding a headshot.
They just put Okus on tumble.
I love Envoy, but I gotta know what was going on in his head right there. And if he just says, "Yo, I straight up blacked out," fair. Fair.
Wait, that was you assassinating? My bad.
Dante, I thought you were getting assassinated. I heard.
That was me.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I just killed your clip. I'm so sorry. It's just one of those days, bro. I'm sorry, bro. You're him, Dante. Come here. Come here.
Lock in. Oh my God, it's a bang out. And that's the round.
Nice, Joe.
Cracked.
Bro, that.
Joe.
Well,
I had
he gets
to.
two.
And that's the beauty.
And I had 3 people one shot, so like, nice one,
That's
Joe.
good.
Joe,
Right
yeah.
there.
Hey there, we're back.
He had
If
to
you're
have
watching
blacked
this
out.
broadcast, you probably
He had
enjoy
to.
Call of Duty. Maybe once or twice a week.
Gotta
Probably
try
if it was 3
something
or
down
4 times a
5-3.
week.
Yeah.
We've got challengers
You know, and
elite
maybe that was the thought
playoffs
process.
To finish off the
We're
last
down
2 spots
5-3. We're down
Wednesday
in
and Thursday this
numbers
week.
on the
It's
round.
all fair. You do not want to miss any of the action because I'm telling you, the teams that are left in both regions look
don't know.
awesome. So make sure you join us on Challengers Wednesday and Thursday. And I'll tell you what, I don't think we're the only ones that are surprised here, Jay, because Boston are currently up
I feel like
2-0.
with Joe and
Paris
Tibbs, the
are
ultra
making a plethora of
comms
mistakes
went
in
out the
search.
window.
And yeah, our
I feel
watch
like
party
Joe
watchers
Joe
are
has
also,
had
I think, a little
fairly chill comms. He just gets amped up when he gets like
Bang aside.
That must be from Paris.
Actually, no, don't bang aside. Just stay in here.
That doesn't really work out because everyone's already in the site. And now it's down to
Duo Boston.
Wait,
all
of them in
bricks?
Now, why did he do that?
Wait, what did he possibly think was?
Bro, he was literally just out of the play while they're all sitting in bricks.
I'm lost.
Yeah, that's what I said.
See what I'm saying?
That's what I said.
You see what I'm saying? Even if we retire, we still know what's going on. Play doesn't make any sense. You have a hellstorm and we stack trains instead of stacking bricks.
Bro, that's the type of shit that my teammates be doing in rank play.
And Paris to just look like.
That's the type of play my teammates be making in rank play, and then they say it's our fault that we lost because they went on a streak and they had a streak in the air.
Remember what we said about it? You know, David versus Goliath before this series started. I didn't think it was going to be the opposite sides. Boston up 2-0. Now they're playing an exposure overload where the last two times they played it, they can look at it like we choked it. We should be 2-0 with this lineup, and now you get this one again to at least right the wrongs.
I'm not lying, bro. This would turn things around in a lot of ways. I think it just makes Paris fall out of the top 4 conversation pretty convincingly.
Yeah, this might spark some conversations that they don't want to make.
I hear you.
Yeah, if Gentlemates lose this,
there's a lot of conversations we can have just about
does a
that
roster
statement
change
alone,
need to be had?
Let's jump into it, see what Paris can find a way to bounce back and just kind of have a moment of reprieve.
I don't know.
On the exposure overload, which is meant that they were slamming hard at Major 2. Played it in every single one of their matches, actually, and found a pretty good affair on it. A couple of losses that were just by 1 score. But like you said, for Boston, they're feeling like the last 2 times they've played it,
I want
they should've
Dan to
won.
fry so I can try and get a little more
And
bread.
turn it around for themselves.
And so far, they're doing just that, man. The battle for a match still continues. Purge on one end trying to create space while Neptune is doing it for Paris, but it's still for who is going to walk away with the majority of the trade fight so we can retrieve this EMP. Ghost is going to whip out an FBC to get more aggressive, and now that's going to turn into 3-dat. Neptune, you got to stay alive, and he falls.
Yeah. Well, there's a forward blocker in Nasty. Doesn't win the first gunfight, though, so that will turn Spart around. Wait for help as it starts to develop over through mid. Now streaking down towards the B steps. Nice shots from Afro. Takes Ghosty down, but the flank is on the way from Neptune, and he will stop the play for at least a moment.
Good shots from Nasty. Holy.
Nasty,
He just
if you want to watch a
lasered him.
lockdown AR, he doesn't miss much.
Oh, that's a big win there from Neptune. Birds almost got lost and made a very impactful kill that could potentially turn into
Yo,
instant offense there for
this is the
Boston,
other
but
reason why
the reset
when we were
goes
talking
in,
about
back
if the
to
Thieves
sling
had
game.
to make a roster change in the
Nasty's
offseason,
trying to lock that
why I
up,
said
so
I would be
he
willing
gets
to pick up
traded out.
Nasty
This
as
might
well,
be a moment where
because
Jenna makes this. They're
Nasty
finding the kills
shoots
in sync. We got the
lasers,
EMP
bro.
over towards
So
me.
if you put him in a situation where he just knows where people are at all the time, like playing alongside Scrap,
He has to kind of hold his life a little while longer.
this guy, he's going to win a lot of
gunfights.
gunfights.
That is an unbelievable double. That will lead to the opening
Lot of
score for
gunfights.
Ghosty and the Paris Gentlemates. Really, really solid stuff as Neptune is just turning and saying, no, we're not letting this happen to us.
Yeah, Neptune is starting to get loose, man. Sitting at 9-3, 5 in a row, have an opportunity to quickly get scored.
Low key, it might not be like if the Thieves weren't able to get like Joe to Seeds either, it might not be a bad idea to move Neum to the other sub and bring in a guy like Nasty.
Okay,
I don't think I would be mad at something like that
I like
either.
that for Boston, though, at the same time, just using all 4 members.
Because Neum used to play a
spawn, even if
sub.
it does mean giving away control of the EMP at worst. Nasty, look at
And
the
I think his comms would be really good to
has
keep.
a couple of players for Boston weak, but there is just not
And he has a
big
lot of
exit path
upside.
here. And Boston will recover the mid-map position.
Not that I think that
if they can get
all
a win
that
into
stuff
Neptune,
is going to happen.
They
I'm
should
just
be able to grab the EMP and set something up here as well.
Yeah, you're forcing Paris
back to the series.
Play off of the back foot. Had to clutch up on these fights and then their spawn.
Gentlemates 1-0 start here.
Blocker, finds a double.
Boston's trying to make a move here.
Ghosty with a massive one-on-one onto the EMP
Bad spot to
carrier.
leave
How
the
much time
EMP
can Neptune
though.
stall? Not much at all, because now Soto going to fall into the hands of Sib. He has an AR versus a pistol, and Nasty
What a win
gets
from
the better of
Nasty.
it.
He's
1-1 is the
11-8.
score
This
now.
guy's on
Okay, now we
real.
go down towards dirt. Boston off the staggered spawns are actually in a pretty solid position to win the middle of the map and contest this spot at worst. Looking to follow up on a Neptune, no problems there. 3 dead, and you've got a forward blocker into Nasty. That's going to be a free score.
They're gonna cap again.
Boston, I don't know if this is more praise to Boston or more question marks to Paris, but at the moment, Boston is running away.
No, I think it's 100% more praise to Boston, man, because watching these guys in overload for the last couple of weeks or for the entire season, they've always been the team that was heavy on reacting to what the other team was doing. This game so far, they are setting the tone. They're not waiting for defense. No, we're going to find
just
our
got
kills to
ripped
live
in the
map
back.
and be the aggressors, and that's forcing Paris to now be uncomfortable, where usually we see Boston do it a majority of the season.
Bro, look at the Paris arrows. No one is around each other to help each other out. It's just individual gunfight win after individual gunfight win right now for Boston. Finally, we get a couple of string together kills that give Paris a chance to get their feet at least somewhat grounded.
Reset.
The EMP resets back up to mid. Watching from window is Afro. Help on the way from Purge. But a cut through position from Neptune. No, shut down. Pistol
okay,
for Ghosty
Dan.
works out. He's going to get 2. And Paris
Get
will
hot,
still
kid.
hold some forward control of the map with 42 on the clock.
3 streak.
Yeah, but we can't grab the EMP.
Give me one more.
In the trade fights,
Yep.
we need to walk
How
away
about
with the
another?
majority of the kills. But before we even think about the map control, and this might be the chance. Ghosty and Neptune combined for 2. Now Neptune again the lead blocker at this speed point. Last time it was an opening double that led to the score. But this time Boston are waiting for everyone before they commit.
Yeah, and well, Boston will get their members here defensively.
Neptune's kind of finessing
20 seconds on
though.
the clock. Big win there from
Didn't
Afro.
really
He
get
controls
many
the
kills there. He
last
only got the
over,
one, but he was
and
kind of
will
moving.
not find the EMP carrier.
2-2.
Score again. Sib on 4 in a row,
Potential
looking for
overtime
5.
ball
Having
grab
some
here.
trouble though with the pistol. Eventually finds the kill. Close to a hellstorm, but Boston will find
Oh,
the final
shit.
kills. and
Wait,
they're gonna
this
have an
could be
opportunity
another
to grab and
cap.
Go again. You've got Nasty as your forward defender.
Four's gotta
Envoy
make a
trying
play.
to get there to find an angle, but Purge is holding the corner. But
huge.
no, I don't think he fully gets in.
Huge.
He does not. Envoy right back with the NPC and is able to hit the shot.
Nasty's gonna will this team to a win. He might. I mean, I'm sure he's exhausted.
But
of
realistically,
losing.
Paris needed a lot of insane
I don't
plays
know,
to go
Robbie.
their way for them to even get scores. Because if
I
Neptune
couldn't
gets
tell
traded
ya.
there, that's going to lead to another stop there for Boston. And even in that final push,
I
Boston,
genuinely couldn't
they
tell
were
you.
relying on, all right, let's do the same thing we did to break them out of our spawn last time around. All 4 guns through the backside.
Destiny's got to be fuming.
Those Paris who have more guns ready and waiting over towards Solar, able to tie the game. But it's still anyone's game because we're going into the half at 2-2.
It was a good attempt out of Boston. Just
I mean, that last score was really, really close.
good kill from Envoy there.
But 2-2 nonetheless. Possession arrow has largely been controlled by Boston in that first half. Nice opening from Nasty.
Purge
Purge
with
follows
2.
up in the weak members, and there's
Just
an
gotta kill the
opportunity
guy
for
in
him to
window.
set something up towards A here quickly. Purge still alive.
Oh
Hiding,
no, this
finessing,
is another
finds the
cap.
kill. Now it's just down to stopping Sib and
This
Neptune
gotta
from
be
finding
another cap.
corners And yep,
oh, good nade from Dan, though. Oh, what a nade from Dan.
Paris will get a goal line stand.
Oh, thankfully no one on the side of Boston are running tack bash, because those stunts played a big part to that goal line stop for Paris.
It was the nade.
Are you turning defense into instant offense? A lot of map control also to go with it, and that frag over the top is going to force Boston to be uncomfortable. Here comes Neptune on the pinch. He gives you one, he gives you two, but Nasty, who has had so many goal line stops for this Boston Breeze squad, he finds another.
And he's looking for more, but Ghosty shuts that down 4 in a row. Grabs the EMP. Help is developing through mid. Doesn't mean they have to commit to A. They're actually trying to find the rotation wins and possibly flip this thing back over to B, but Boston will come off spawn and kind of watch both zones at the same time. Neptune, the forward player, will drop, and Paris will have to try to set something up over towards the top side of the map.
It's like Paris are trying to have their lead blockers go through the middle of the map. It's not ideal. Doesn't really force Boston to be uncomfortable off the spawn, and they're able to get the stop over at tank side. Spark gives you a double. Neptune, you need to value your life or give you one extra, and that's a good enough play to just not allow Boston on instant offense.
Oh, nice job from Neptune.
Nice little three-piece.
Player Nasty holds off the reinforcements, gives Pers a chance.
Ball does reset though.
Find that kill. Things will stabilize. The EMP still back over towards
Boston plays G2 next game. I mean, if they play like they are today, that might actually be a decent series.
If you find the kills, if you're Boston, you've got a free forward blocker, but trades are relatively imminent. Sib able to find one more in response, but there are the kills he needs.
3 dead again.
Gives Boston the edge at mid map.
Good thing Boston wasn't all spawned up yet, though.
They're more focused on trying to dominate the map control, and as soon as Purge comes
4 dead.
and tries to grab it, that's going to now lead to all 4 dead.
Oh, but they're
Paris
pulling it to
need
B.
to go in the right direction. Everyone committing over towards B while you're trying to set up the late pinch if you're Neptune on the opposite side. Boston are just looking for the opening.
Yeah, late pinch is shut down.
How?
The EMP carrier will drop. Ghosty also
That's
trying
4
to
dead,
doesn't
bro.
work out, man. It's just we're forcing the play when we've already dropped 2 players. So now Boston have a 4 dead forward blocker in Spart. No one from the defense is in position to really do too much. Spart wins his first. Purge trying to jump across. We'll get there. It's going to be a 3rd score for Boston.
Yeah, I just don't understand how Paris
Envoy is 12 and
like
20, man.
For your EMP carrier, like he's thinking it's all crystal clear.
Dill's going through hell.
But Purge just slips by, finds 1 kill, and then breaks down your push, and then they instantly.
I think Robbie, I think it's kind of a mix of both.
Now with 2 minutes left to go, reset is over towards Take.
I think Gentlemates are playing bad COD, but I also think Boston's playing good COD.
Somehow, some way to take care of Nasty, and Paris have EMP in their hand.
At least better COD, I should say. Maybe not good.
Oh, and it does actually score. I have no idea, actually.
Hey, they tied it up, though.
Team as well, because we thought that Ghosty would be the first one to make a play before the EMP just dives forward, but not the case.
I would say it's probably more of Gentlemates are playing bad COD, because they've had some trolly moments.
Possession arrow starting to swing back in favor of Paris, but the kills here at Dirt are going the way of Boston.
Okay, Ghosty needs to find an extra kill. Slow down this play here from Boston, because all your teammates are now approaching from low Dirt side. You find effective trades, though. 1 minute and 13 left to go. Afro's able to give you 1 through top mid, but look at how patient.
Yeah, I don't think Boston's gonna make
already off the spawn for Boston are playing. They're playing for this game, and now they find the opening to potentially get the move on.
It's already pretty much too late for them to make champs, I think.
Forward blocker will be red. Nasty will drop as well. And that's now all 4 dead. What route do you want to take here if you're Paris? Pretty decent one here from Neptune. He's got both players in front of him. 1 more weak. Not sure where Purge had gone to, though. So Paris will stop for a moment.
I don't understand that play.
Their approach over towards B. Good first 2 kills. This may lead to that 4th score. Can anyone step up? Spart and Afro both finding kills. Can you get this last?
I mean, it works.
Spart, no, not in time.
It works, but I don't feel like going. They were already like A side, and then they cut over to B side. When all of A was pretty much open. Yes, there were a couple people that spawned on A, but people spawned on B as well. I feel like that took more time for them to cut across to B.
Sure feels
they got the kills, so it worked.
I think you may be right on this one, brother. 12 seconds left. Boston are not finding the kills they need. Nasty, decent damage, but he would have to be the one to go grab it.
Boston has to go huge here.
Kills are coming through. Last 2 seconds. Envoy holds, and no one's able to touch in time. Paris come back.
That was close, though.
It was a really sloppy start and sent us to at least
that was very close.
Yeah, they forced the game 4. Was it as clean?
How many points does Boston have? I'm not sure, but they're like second. I think they're like second worst in the league right now.
After that one, though, because they had so many opportunities, and the
not
fact
many.
That the game got tied at 3-3 when their lead blocker is camping a corner. Yeah, that's unacceptable there for your Boston. Someone's just got to win the gunfight.
They only have
versus a player
60
with the Jaeger
points.
in hand, but that wasn't the case. So Gentlemates are able to force the game number 4. Where
that's
now,
bad.
realistically, you're feeling a little bit good because
bad.
Neptune just had that kind
Only
of performance. He
60
made so
points?
many big-time plays, especially on that first half. But going 33 and 24 with almost 3,600 damage, he was the guy setting the tone with the NPC in hand, and you're going to need him now going into Colossus.
Yeah, I don't see that
He
happening
really
either.
will.
I don't see Boston winning an event anytime soon, unfortunately for them.
But a very weird exposure overload that Boston were, again, punishing mistakes, which is another kind of element we don't talk about a lot. We often say, like, teams that make mistake, you know, often find themselves
What's the
getting
next
punished by some of
map
top teams,
we
but
got?
when you have not been a top team,
Is it?
and you're forcing
They played
your opponent to
Sake
make
map 1.
mistakes, a team that I still think a lot of people are looking at as, at worst, top half of the league.
Is it Den?
That's great news in terms of the trajectory for Boston. Like you mentioned,
C9 has 30, Boston 60, Surge 85, Ravens 120.
But to be able to kind of come back out, fix the
Colossus,
mistakes on 2
okay.
maps, and nearly get a 3-0
I mean,
over the
this could be a
threshold,
chance for
you're
Gentlemates.
feeling like, okay, we're definitely making the right moves. But Paris is not
You
a team to take
definitely need
lightly,
Envoy
especially
to
with the
step it
rating
up,
matchup.
though, because he
Colossus
has not
coming
looked
up,
good in the
bottom of the line,
respawns.
Gridlock searching the shore where it's anyone's game.
And
you
they
happen
stole,
to go to a game
I would
number
say they
5.
stole that overload
Just
right
gotta
there.
manage to win the hard point that is bring your bread and butter all season long if you are Paris.
So you
Just the
definitely
opposite
need
for
Envoy
Boston. When they were struggling in
to
HP,
get a
they
groove
could
going
always
in this
somewhat rely on
Colossus.
Colossus, especially when they had Snoopy in the building at 6-6 overall. But now with Afro, you should have more consistent slaying. We just got to be doing the little things right, like you did on map number 1. Don't be laid off the
If you're
rotations.
Boston,
and when we're setting
though,
up breaks,
if
not
Purge
going one by
continues
one
to
like
rip,
dominoes, because then you're gonna get knocked down.
That
True,
could be
very true.
GG's.
And I think the thing too here is it's not just speed, it's not just tempo, it's also awareness and understanding that we've often seen, especially for this Boston team, get a little bit lost. And that's obviously a byproduct of changes and trying to find identities and who's running what roles and what speeds and all those things that come with it. But at least you're able to get a couple of the keys in play from map number 1, talking about rotation focus, talking about creating layers, even if it wasn't there every single time. So can you do that again?
The old
at a more
Thieves AR
gut-check tempo?
duo.
That's the thing, the big question here to see if Boston can close this
Looking
out.
nasty with
On
the-
other
with the
front,
mustache
obviously,
and the
it's the
goatee.
opposite conversation for Paris. Like, can we find a way
Look at
to
him.
actually put ourselves
Best
into a
ginger to
spot
ever
where
play
we're
COD.
rotating and controlling the map, because they never really were able to do that with full conviction on
Got
Sake.
Ghosty with his
Yeah, and the thing
mustache
that's
and
scary
goatee.
about them is that when you watch them on the
they're just-
Sake, especially on the second half of
they're
the
just
game, the way
bullies.
that they were setting up team pushes or team break opportunities was abysmal. You're just not expecting that from this caliber of roster. We cannot go one by ones. We need to be on our first.
I just
attempts,
realized
hitting
Ghosty's
that long
goatee
route
is, like,
to approach a different angle and force
really
the opposite
thick
team
now.
to think a little bit harder than just staring at the front. I know you are playing Colossus, but still those routes can play such a big part to the potential outcome of how this is going to play. Players like Neptune, player like Envoy, continuously getting lost.
I feel like it was not
It's the
that
other
thick
side
before.
where Purge, who's been outstanding so far in this series, him and Afro gotta equalize.
Yeah, agreed. Absolutely agreed. Okay, so that's the big storylines. We'll see what comes true as we jump on into the map. Ghosty so far this series has at least been a shining star for Paris and has been a major reason why I think you look at, especially that map 3, as a Paris win. Couple of scores, lots of damage, but it looks like we are going to get a quick reset, so we'll keep kind of discussing it.
Reset.
You know, it's interesting though when you talk about a team like Boston who's coming off of a change. Nothing has really.
Sometimes
worked for
I
you to
wonder
this
how
point.
long my facial hair
You
could
kind
get
of
if
you have to think like you pick one
let
thing
it
first, right? Whether
grow
it's like
out
we're
without
just on our
shaving it.
search or just on our hard point, we'll build off of that. But when you're a
I don't
team
think
like
it would
Paris,
get very
who's
long.
built for championships, you've won a championship, and you find yourself in the middle of the leaderboard.
I also don't think it would
with
look
some
very
threat
good.
potentially brewing if you lose this series to Boston. Is that kind of scatter your preparation a little bit? Because it's like we're not doing great in anything right now against the rest of the league.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, man. You're sitting at 2-0 versus the squads like who? G2, Carolina. All right, we just saw what G2 are like. They're either one of the best teams in the game or they're getting 3-0. So you're able to catch them lacking. Same thing could be said for Carolina. But the remaining matches they have coming up, Optic Texas and Miami. You lose this matchup right here, then it puts you in a really difficult spot because we couldn't beat Boston. What makes you think we're going to stand a chance versus those two teams?
No, for real
That's
though.
what Miami shows up on the day.
Yeah, that too.
Well, that's just the major 3 standings. Of course, that's what we're all looking
Boston
forward
always
to,
breaking
especially
something.
considering that it is going to be,
I know.
believe,
I thought
groups of 4 with the
I thought we
challengers
were
teams
gonna
all
have
in
a
the mix.
break.
So seeding is really important in terms of who you play and who you don't. But more importantly than that, just what's coming up
Overall
immediately, there's
standings,
also
top 8
the
qualify
push
for
for
champs.
playoffs, which, to be fair, like
So
Paris, because of their
Boston-
championship win and how they looked at the beginning of the year, are pretty comfortable.
I mean, they need
even though they are
Ravens
just sitting
to
at
start
17 and
shitting the
13
bed
compared to
bad.
the rest of the teams that are above them by only a margin of points. For Boston, it's do
Or
or die time. Like,
Falcons. They need
is
Falcons
you have
to
to
start
figure it out
shitting the
now.
bed
You have to have a
bad.
great placement at Major 3. You have to have a great Major 4 qualifier. You have to have a good placement at Major 4 qualifiers and still do well, or Major 4 overall, but also do well in the minor. Like, there's a lot of conditions that have to be met here. If
they'll
you're
have to
Boston.
do well consistently
Yeah, and I
moving
don't
forward
realistically want to count
while
them out
having
because if you remember
the
what the
Falcons
subliners were back in that Vanguard
progressively
year,
do worse.
They started off the year terribly, and then were
Taking
able to
stuff
put it
the
together
biggest
at the
meat,
right
just
time
a
with their
random
last
optic
matchup
straight
to
from hood.
qualify for champs. So even though Boston is
Very
sitting at
on
60,
par.
sometimes all you need to see out is one go through the hoop. And if they can get
If you're
this one
Boston
versus
and
this
Cloud9
caliber
are
of team,
guaranteed
even
to
if they
stay
find
home.
themselves in this kind of
I
funky
mean,
form,
yeah, you're probably right.
this could do wonders for Boston.
You're probably right.
Very much so. Again, trajectory has been up, but it would take a huge boost to make it to the top 8. And also, they would need a lot of help. But Nasty opens us up with the first blood here in map number 4. Paris.
I don't
focusing
think
on the
it's
objective,
impossible though.
but they don't find a single gunfight win. And now you're about to lose the map on the P2 side and the hill. Afro's reading the OE. And if he wins that gunfight, oh goodness, that could have really led to some disaster here for Paris. But at least now there is a threat of multiple points of ingress being developed as Boston will focus on statue control first.
Yeah, but no one's watching through tunnel, so
Boston do have the spawns already, which is good.
That's going to allow all of his teammates to eventually join
Good for
the
them.
fight. And now have statue control go their way. They're just now thinking about that next HP. How can we flip these spawns? And it's all with the aggression. You're getting trades with them in the map. This is where we got to go. Well, someone working around.
Here we go, up and over. Purge, nice tracking, finds the first. Envoy Sid counteract, gives us a 2v2 over the new time. Afro holding, pushing, finding Sid. One more.
Whoa,
My goodness,
whoa.
Sid to find the last bullet on Envoy. Now help us here for Boston with the close spawns. And boy, does it come through when you need it most.
Big
Purge
kills from
taking away
Afro
the
there.
space at breakneck speed, and Paris are pushed back convincingly on their first break.
Yeah, and now you're forced to hit some of these routes.
Bro,
You
low
can't come
key,
in through the front
the
door and
worst
statue.
part is I feel like
But
Snoopy
all the
would have been
space that
really good
Boston
in this
took away
meta.
from you. First hold, great. Now 35
Oh,
seconds left to
Snoopy
go.
would
Look at the
actually be
route
insane
being
on this
developed
meta.
from that too, but you get a read if you are nasty. Such a
At least I would
heads-up
think you
play.
would be.
Now,
Maybe
you
you
still have the
wouldn't.
numbers to try to lock down this final 25.
Yeah, that was big because the player who was initially watching the OE was Spark, but he gets
just-
called into to help the hill.
He could just
So big
full
read from
sprint
Nasty,
head
follows up with
dash
a pistol on the
with
hill
a sub.
itself. 15
That-
seconds of scrap time, looking good.
That sounds like it would
Paris
be
may throw a
Snoopy's
couple of members here just to see if they
exact
can
play
finesse the
style.
exit, but no, instead they're going to play full rotation, and it'll be a 61 to 15 point game if Boston take every single second.
And now if you are Paris, we're in the rotation over towards New. Just don't give him the opening kill. It's Afro able to find it from top mid. Sid put down to half HP, has to commit on the gunfight. So now you're already outnumbered on Boston's first attempt.
Envoy gets the regen, finds his first win, now wants to take away the space, turns
Okay.
it into a second plus damage on the Afro.
Envoy 6 and 7.
Nasty holding though, good angle from him from container, off spawn on the way from Purge, and Boston will win purely from the front.
Wow,
That will
Boston
put
break.
a mess into the mix here for Paris, who are spawning down to P2, not where you want to be. Purge has to watch 2 things at once though, and he picks in correctly just as Envoy comes around the backside.
Nasty shooting. He's
First
10 and
pinch
4
play,
right now.
Nasty on 4 in a row, holding the front. And shots will reveal where the 5th one could be. There it is.
Shit.
Potential Hellstorm on the way, but trying to finesse play his life. Good damage in. Pistol
Oh.
wants to force the battle, and yes, he earns it.
He
in
does
that
get the
last
streak.
elimination, even though Paris will break.
12 and 5 out of him.
Nasty's back on his bully. For the last couple of times that I watched Boston, I was thinking, all right, Nasty probably fell off a little bit, but right back on track.
Nah, Nasty didn't
being
fall
the
off.
outstanding player for this organization. Big time play
Nasty
to hold
didn't
down a
fall
majority of the time for that P3. Now,
That
early
boy's
off the
gross.
rotation, Boston trying to hold from the front.
Put some respect
But
on
Paris
Nasty's
on the better
name.
side with the numbers, flood their way on through, and that's
All right.
all 4 up, all 4 down.
Big
Clean
kills.
hold there for Paris.
Yeah, and the spawns are being locked. So
Gentlemen
Envoy's
can
free
take
to
the
make
lead
play.
if they hold the rest
Just
of the
held
time
out
here.
on the timing through P1. Able to catch Spartan the drop
Ooh,
down. turns
okay,
it into
Dill.
a second nice moment from
Okay,
Envoy.
Dill.
Purge able to get the shutdown. The flank is on the way from Nasty. Can Purge follow up to find the trade? No, Ghosty, big double, holds the
Oh.
spawns in Paris.
If
Use
Nasty
that to contain the
and
hill.
Boston
Now
get
Boston
reverse
with
swept, I
25
think
seconds left,
Nasty
has to try
might
to commit
smack
through the front.
somebody
You
on
don't
his
want to
team.
waste any time working on these long routes and flipping yourself out potentially at that setup for the
He
rotation.
might throw
towards P1.
hands.
But they get the break. On the final 15 seconds, Paris, are you going to decide to commit to this? You should, because you need statue if you're going to get P1.
Yeah.
And every single player you're sending on that side of the map is
Or
going
he'd
to
be
go
like,
down.
that's
Besides,
it.
Ghosty
I'm
is
going
a
down to
phenomenal
challengers. I'll win more there.
Should be able to find Afro on the hill. Maybe not. Now he's kind of on an island by himself. He's getting help though as his teammates find 2 kills around him. And then Ghosty finally able to find 1. Make that a second. Is
I don't know, chat. I can't lie. I'm low-key sniffing a reverse sweep.
And statue control. Good moment here for Paris.
Yeah, this is a fantastic moment here for Paris. They are losing the gunfights in one-on-one positions.
I'm low-key sniffing a reverse sweep. Now, I don't got the nose like Zuma got the nose.
NPC is flying and frying, but Purge gives you 2. At least
I
takes him
hate
out of
to
the
say
hardpoint.
it. That's what I'm feeling.
If he wants to needs to help the hill, or can he keep just kind of watching for the rotations to statue? Kind of doing both right now.
I'm calling it
Contest is
early.
alive, but Ghosty finds 2. That will now give Neptune full freedom to play from the front, but Spark gets the quick turnaround, turn that into 2. You can feel like he wants the 3rd, has a low health pool member maybe in front of him, but Sib is able to double down. Afro trying to follow behind this, but there are just too many Paris members to deal with. So potential lead switch here for Paris, with again never really giving away the
Gentlemen seem like they're starting to find a little bit of a flow.
From Paris. All the lanes are being watched, and when someone needs to overcompensate and pick it up, they were guaranteeing those kills to go their way. So the best opportunity for Paris to blow this game wide open, because you got statue control. There's so many layers being created, and look at how far Boston Breach's spawns are.
Not an ideal moment, but Purge may have just slipped the net completely. Only finds 1, but it opens the door for more individual kills to start to come through. Afro tried to trust his teammates, but has to help out in the back gunfight. Paris will still get a couple of players to spawn in. Actually, all 4 should still spawn in. Team Nade makes life difficult for Purge. Last one left alive, and he will
nice
do his
little
best.
2 from Purge, eh?
Consolation double is all he'll come away with, as Paris will.
Gentlemen are still going to get the time, though.
Again, like you mentioned, grow this lead.
Yeah, this has been fantastic Call of Duty from the last 2 HPs. Every single long route is being watched. Every single opportunity for Boston, even when they are slipping by, is instantly being picked up by Paris. So now up by 40, almost 50, going in towards the P3. Long routes are going to be developed. And if you are nasty, you're just expecting 1, not 2. Paris is surrounding you.
Yeah, Neptune even gets 1 more as Purge was trying to hold that backside of the point. But now it's just on to Spark to do what he can from chairs.
That's a good play.
Wow.
That's a good play.
What a turn up from Paris in
really
this
good
set
break
of hills.
from Gentlemates.
They're still only up 40, so there's still life here for Boston. They pick up the pinch nicely, and they win this gunfight onto Civ over towards the Godheady. Yes, they do. Good, I mean, unbelievable.
Wow, Boston just insta-break.
Run away? They've got everything they could possibly want.
They just re-break right away.
Yeah, so sometimes you're forced to gunfights that are unnecessary, like just fully committing on that pinch round where there's no pressure towards the front.
This is a good time for Boston here. Going to be about a tie game if they can hold the rest of it.
Contest by flooding. And that's leading to well-timed breaks out of Boston. Only a 20-point difference, and they have the rotation to know.
Well, we'll take a listen to see how Boston hold on to P4. Hit is on the way. Let's jump in with the breach.
Listen in.
Back, one shot back, our boy, absolute back, elbow. Lead one shot back, our boy. Our boy's up back. Yellow part to the back, yellow part to the back. Elbow me, front of me. I'm front, kill me. Nice. Yellow lobbied in. Leo lobbied. One time. One shot front, second. I'm gonna streak, is that isn't I did it one time, he's one shot on time. You push out or what? I'm streaking. Yeah, push out front. I'm streaking. Wait. I need some mid. I'm in the right. P2, bro, one shot. I'm in the right. P2 weak, good to you. Yeah, hit up front, nap. Yellow part elbow. I'm gonna kill the guy in the back. Wait. I'm waiting in the back. Back. One shot, Neptune in the back elbow, one time. One shot back. He's still statue on us. I see him. He's out of time, one shot. Again, P1 pitch. P2 goes. Yellow trap dead. Push out in the statue. Side weak, 2 of them. That's fine, back. Face on. I'm standing from side door. There's 2 on out. Time mid in. I'm dead. Dead. I know one shot dash, one out. I need him on you. ACD, hit one shot. I'm needing their stairs, Come on, wide. Yo, do not bang time. There's stairs. I'm dead, bro. I got it 3 times. There's 2 there at least. One shot down. Statue weak. Do not hit upstairs. Control statue and tunnel, okay? Hit tunnel and hit P4. Do not play that game. Hands on him. You're gonna be out P4, bro.
I fear
really
we might
good
be
seconds
going
at
to
the
a
hills
game
for Paris. Gives them now a 60-point lead late into the map. And you can kind of feel
they just
Boston,
started getting
a couple of those counts here
ran.
of like, don't bang the hill. Okay, we need to play for statue. It's just they're in recovery mode, and it's just not a place you want to be versus Paris team in control.
See, this is what happens when
insane, though,
Envoy
because they had an opportunity to keep
Envoy
themselves
finds
into
his
the
rhythm,
game,
man.
especially when
30
Nasty
and
goes from top mid off the
21
rotation towards
with a
P4,
minute
finds
20
door
in the
inside
hill.
door, and then forces it to be a one-on-one for the
That
time.
is
or
not
that
what
side
you
of the
want
map.
if you're
Afro,
Boston.
Instead of taking the space towards the backside, blocking that spawn, he just sits on the time and then just gets surrounded by Paris. They turn that into
It
a
should
full
be
60,
GG.
and now they're doing it again here at the P1.
Ghosty
That
has a
was their
streak
money
as
here
well.
so far in this game, and now they need 25 to close it out.
Yeah, and they've got
and
the
it's
space.
4 dead.
just
Yeah,
picking apart
GG's.
Boston. That should be
Game
the
5.
game-winning
Here we
wipe
go.
Right there. Boston will spawn P4.
Oh no,
Envoy
Boston's
has a
really
hellstorm
gonna
if things
throw it
get,
away.
For some reason,
They're
messy,
really
kind of
gonna
get out of jail
soil
free
it.
card right now. But yeah, the kills will come through, and we will go 5. Unreal bounce back for Paris, because again, like the first set of hills feels like it was just one of those again where Paris just kind of feel lost playing the map together, but that second set was a totally different story. It felt like a totally different team.
Yeah, and it was the majority of just the P1 to P2 dominance. Because they had 2 very successful P1s, they had 1 very successful P2.
Dude, Envoy's gonna drop a 40 bomb.
This game. Envoy's gonna slide it on in.
gosh.
You have your teammates who can flood through the back lines because you get those close spawns. The win condition is still here. And Paris
Damn near a
generates
40
force game
bomb.
5.
Dill turned it around that map.
That's a little bit more like it. Again, you just kind of erase the first half of that map, and you'll see it probably in the game flow chart. It just turns into straight dominance. Winning rotation, not giving away easy breaks, finessing, creating layers, making things messy at the scrap time of the old hill to keep Boston from freely rotating in their own right.
fear
Like,
this
all the conditions are checked
reeks of a reverse sweep right now.
Near perfect
Reeks
from what
of
we would
it.
expect Paris to play like. Just comes down to being able to do that, replicate that from map 1, minute 1, instead of doing it halfway through map 4.
Yeah, maybe if they could play Colossus
Envoy
in every
really
single
turned it
hard
around.
point,
4K
that'd
damage,
be
a
their best
minute,
chances because
30 in the
even though,
hill,
like you said, it was a slow
38
first start.
and 23.
Going back and forth at the P1s, you were consistently in your first attempt out the P2, trying to commit through statue. And that didn't work out. But then when you get to the second set, when you get to the third set, they control the majority of the spawns.
He really
And
turned
if you're
up when you
controlling
needed
the
him.
spawns, the gunfights are a lot easier for you. You're understanding where the pressure is going to be coming from. And they had so many different sequences in the end of that game where it was just 4 dead, 4 dead. Full map control and all the info gained. It was just an easy closing out Colossus there for Paris.
Yeah, I mean, you can see it from 4 to 1 to 2. We're talking
I feel
about
like I need
a
to stretch my
flat line
legs, bro.
for Boston and a runaway skyscraper for Paris. Just being able to, again, manipulate that one rotation. And then again, same thing, kind of as we go through the back half of that second rotation of hills, you're getting 40
need to start doing
at
stretches
worst.
more.
A lot of those much better than that. So really good stuff for Paris, just kind of recovering after that first set of hills. And we're going to go to Gridlock Search and Destroy, a map that we have not seen yet, I believe, on appearance for
S&D
Boston.
to close us
Same story.
out.
So it should be an interesting kind of clean slate. I will say, and I don't want to try to foreshadow too much, Jay, but when we've said this storyline before,
I mean,
the more
Envoy should
veteran
be
teams
good at
have
this
come out
one.
more prepared than the teams that are scrambling a little bit. So I think you can identify which team I'm talking about based on those 2 points. We'll be back. Map number 5 for our
Envoy
final
was
series
on
this
arguably the
Sunday.
3rd best
Don't
team
go
in the
far,
game
friends.
that
Get
year.
more COD.
Maybe not. 3rd best might be a little much. But top 5 probably. In Gen G.
Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the CDL.
COD Champs tickets are on sale now. Come see the best teams lock in for this season's grand finale in fabulous Las Vegas.
Chat, who do we got
All 4-day
taking this one?
passes come with early venue access.
Are we thinking it ends
Head
up
to
being a reverse sweep?
ThievesVegas.com or scan the QR
Or do
code
Boston
to get your
close it
tickets
out?
now.
Gentleman's did struggle in the S&D. They did not look
the
great.
CDL team skins are
They were
available
kind of
now. Scan the QR code
trolling,
or check out the in-game store now.
made some interesting plays.
Brought to you by America's Navy and the special
But
operators who work in the shadows.
They just won back-to-back respawns. Maybe their energy's up a little bit. They feel a little more confident. Want Paris to win because you're an Envoy fan? Fair. Surge changed their profile pic. Oh, did they change it to a donut or something? just a donut. That's funny.
What do you think of my shirt today?
Yeah, I feel
It
bad
is a
for Nasty
choice.
too.
It's a choice. Listen, guys, I put this shirt on. I felt pretty sexy, to be honest. Yeah, I looked in the mirror and thought, God damn. And then I got into the green room and everyone said, your shirt's too tight. You look like an idiot. I was
It's just a little too small, but it works.
Listen, be careful with this one, all right, buddy?
You guys shouldn't have.
It's not double wrapped, you know. You should be able to get it in one go.
Looks like the Krispy Kreme banner.
For the people at home.
Oh,
here we go. Young Christopher Bucket.
20-year-old relic.
Hey, the Cubs won today too.
What a
Yes, sir. Yes,
I know some
sir.
of you are about to take your senior pictures. I highly suggest the gamer stance. Put the elbows right there on the power thigh.
Yeah, I mean,
distant 90-degree angles. The girls, it drives them wild.
All right, we have one more for you.
Te tengo de cara, súper. Estoy dando front, mírate el médico. Te tengo de cara. De cara. Salió con un... Tú vas con... Mírate el pinch. Sí, Toby. Vaya ice.
Oh, it's the Surge logo, but as a donut.
No, más esa racha, Adri.
That's actually hilarious. And then
Map 5 affair.
I gotta save that picture.
And so far through map 5,
They said,
both teams have
I'll just show it since I have it on my
struggled to
phone.
get
They
it
just
done,
said we just
largely
lost to
speaking,
this
especially
guy.
considering what the records have looked like lately, which, to be honest, that kind of feels like the storyline generally about Paris. What's been happening lately? For Boston, though, coming back off of a very impressive search and destroy where
I
Paris
love
would have
that.
lost on
We
a new
just
map.
lost to this
Jay,
guy.
what are your thoughts about Gridlock? Who's got the edge here at both teams having not played it yet?
Well, I would have to say Boston because of just the strategies that they had. Like, even though Paris, all right, they won a chip this year, they have yet to play this map, but just the way that they're playing around each other in search and destroy, it's like teamwork out the window. So if that's going to be the case, especially in a map like Gridlock, where Boston had a lot of default strats on French, they have that spread set up and you give them that early information, then they make the plays off of it. It's going to be difficult because we saw it on map 2. Even when Paris had the numbers, they throw it away.
Indeed the case. That 2v4 still going to haunt dreams, it feels like. Maybe more so, the Hailstorm will. But regardless, critical errors are being made for Paris. Will Boston be able to make Paris uncomfortable? The other thing to kind of point out here is Boston were obviously putting a lot of reps into Fringe, and they had kind of a developed orthodoxical, this is what we're starting with. Like, this is our set starting position, and then we're going to mold and adapt and make variations happen after the first 30 seconds. Do they have a similar idea surrounding this map?
Game
Because I
5.
kind of saying that out loud, it's hitting me,
Watch us get
right
around
now off the cuff.
11.
Like, they did the same thing when they were working on Raid. They had the same set play, trying to attack over towards ringside, and then they would change it depending on what they saw. So maybe there's something in the mix here for what they have on Gridlock. But for Paris, they're working on the reverse sleep and mostly trying to avoid what I think a lot of people would classify as an upset, if not embarrassment. See how things go. It's going to be Paris on the opening attack.
Yep, and I love the default strat here for Boston. 2 at A, 1 scouting through mid, and potentially Nasty with a sniper watching over towards B Street. But both teams are just trying to gather some early information. Neither team willing to give it.
Ooh, Dan with the first blood.
Deep nade over to Purge, backside mid-map. Now you've got guns towards A.
He's got 2 on the round.
Initially. Afro holding his angle, backside of the site, trying to keep some force contest over the A site, but he will give away the position. Value his life, and Afro Nasty will work the 2v3.
Yeah, they're just going to force these fights, too.
Damn.
Why not? Love that play call.
I mean, that's
if
a
you are
quick
the
round
Gentlemates.
out of Gentlemates.
Extra gun in the
Probably a little concerning if you're Boston. A little concerning. You just lost back-to-back maps. And now Gentlemates come out hot.
Now we know we have a 4v3.
Winning round 1 in the game 5.
B site, so let's take all our guns in towards showers.
Boston's got to lock in.
And that works out there for Paris in round 1.
Yeah, and I like that we're committing to that play forward too. And even if it doesn't work out for the kills, at least you know you've gotten that side of the map back, and you're forcing that retake to be extra
and
difficult.
you did it together. And you did it together. It wasn't just one person pushing it out on the backside of bricks. That's how you throw it away.
Yeah. So 2 for Ghosty, 2 for Sib. First blood conversion, good. Spark sniping.
that
Oh,
timing.
he gives up the angle at the wrong moment. And now he's going to re-peek into Sib, who is sniping on the other
he's
side.
checked. GG's.
That's one of those feels
Chalk
bad
it
man
up.
moments.
Sparks checked. I saw it. He did this. He went.
Purge is
Bruh.
stuck
He's
between a
checked.
rock and a hard place on
It's
what
done,
decision he
man.
wants to make, but a couple bullets do get fired from Envoy.
He hit it with
Forcing him
a
to back down.
bruh. Leaned his head back.
Every single player from
Couldn't
Boston
believe it.
trying to locate where Paris are.
I've been there.
Nasty's gonna set
He's
up the three
checked.
pitch.
He's trying to find an opportunity for it. He does catch
Nasty
Envoy.
evens up the
Plenty
lives,
of
though.
time here. If Boston want to either try to rewrap this to B or try to create some confusion into the Paris defense. But I like this from Paris again, getting a little proactive. They're going to clear out some extra space at A. They will have a read that there's a rotation to B, and Sims found himself an SMG to get one more. But the trade is instantaneous. And how
gonna cut
about
across.
this read? Afro's going to rewrap
Good
back
play
through
from
bikes
Afro, actually.
and put himself in a spot to plant at A.
Nasty, just put yourself in a spot to guarantee at least one. This bomb is going to get planted, but both players from Paris are going to wrap back to your
this timing.
No, Nasty.
Oh,
Tried to push forward to find the one player off guard, but Ghosty was sitting top grandmas the entire time. So now it's on to Afro for the 1v2. He thinks he's probably behind both players. Not the case, and Ghosty is going to find another freebie.
Damn. Good try.
Man, another piece of rotten luck right there for Boston, just off the timing.
Yeah, it's just something that Nasty really doesn't have to, like, commit on.
Yeah,
Once
I feel
that
like
bomb
Nasty
gets
should have
planted,
just kind of stayed where he was.
You know already
Either
since you
that or
planted the
backed
bomb
up into the
its
room
shells that they're 100%
that he was
rotated
right
to
in
the
front
opposite
of.
side of the map.
I think he got a
So
little
it's
too
all about
aggressive
choosing
there.
correctly. And unfortunately for you, you turned right. There's one to your left. And you were
Thought it was a
surrounded
good
by
play
both players.
overall
I would
from
love to
Boston,
see him
going
just
to the other
allow Afro
site,
to get that bomb
but-
down, and then for them to play together
Yeah.
to potentially
Nasty
try to
probably-
clutch that one up. But
Probably
he gets
shouldn't have
isolated,
gotten
forces Afro
so
to try to
aggressive.
make a big time play, and Paris just used their teamwork again in round 2 to go up 2-0.
Bomb will be left for now, so Paris looking for some extra force off the break off. Sib sniping, not going to be able to hit the initial connection, but he at least sees 2 cross towards A. So that may give them the intention that we can get Envoy a little bit more active at B. Nasty is currently the only defender on this side of the map, although Purge is floating.
Yeah, Nash is going to back on down. Teammates have a lot of space over towards that A site, so want to make sure you play your life on the opposite. Stuns and nades are reigning supreme. Over at the B site, trying to find the first one. And unfortunately, you hit your teammate.
That's not what you want.
Yeah, just that may make the burger and fries prelude next week.
Oh, that sequence was
your teammate and then
one
you
of the
bonk a
worst
nade off the
sequences I've
rafters.
seen in a minute, bro.
And Sib recovered the 2v3.
He absolutely blasts
It could be a
Envoy
burger and then a fry.
and then throws the
Ghosty
nade
finds the
off
opener.
the roof.
Here comes the recontest from Boston. Looking like they want to actually try to play this. Sib's able to find one. Now can he turn it
1v1.
1v1 with Nasty?
Oh, he's got to win
He's
it,
got
bro.
the bomb, so you don't
After a round
necessarily
like
have
that,
to
he
play
has
this
to win this.
At B, but you know Sib, he wants to challenge it. He wants to see if you're just better or if I'm just better. 10 seconds on the clock. Oh, he's going to go for the plant. Nasty's holding. Does he come back over to check? He does.
Nice.
Sib nearby, but Nasty wins the gunfight, and Boston will get on the board.
Good plays out of Boston. Because that's a 3v2 you desperately don't want
That's
to throw
tough,
away.
man. That's a
I feel like
brutal
Nasty was in
round
the
if you're
right
Sib.
spot. He was the initial
That
guy
is a
solo
brutal
at
round.
this site. He's the last man standing to clutch up on the
Snipes his
round.
teammate, throws the
Technically
nade
a
off of the
1v2.
roof. Oh, and they're gonna replay it.
This all is done and dusted right here. Like, you get the first blood, and I guess you're prepared for the second kill, but he's already past your screen at 100%. Yeah, that's a burger. Maybe with some fries.
Okay, quick production cue. How about that?
Yeah, then he
I was
threw
hoping
that
the nade
nade
bonked off the rafters and make it too, but that's fine. We'll edit that in post.
and then goes on to lose
It's
the
tough, man. You wanna make a
1v1.
play. You see the cross, you're hard scoping it, you're calling that I got front door. Gunfight happens in front of it. It happens. We've all been there. Who am I?
Feel out round here for Boston. Don't want to get picked off early on. Just trying to gather some kind of information of what Paris' setup is going to be looking like, as there's now going to be approaching over towards that A site. No one late pitching, no one scamming through the middle of the map, so time is ticking. Now we have to commit.
Ooh, nice shots back from Ghosty there, considering that it looked like he was going to be off the angle. Afro needs to clear the space. Purge at the same time.
Big win from Neptune.
Not going to work out. Neptune
does get traded though.
Bomb still in hand. Boston still full focused on this A hit.
Just texted me.
Oh, good timing on that shell from Ghosty. As soon as the player in the corners comes, he slides out to keep him safe. And Paris are now up big.
Yeah, they just do it all one by one right there if you are Boston.
I mean, I don't mind with a later dinner.
Hey, once you get the trade onto Neptune, you know that they're going to be sitting on the backside of their spawn. So why even try to risk it, especially if we're going to do it by ourselves? Like, Nasty just slides out and challenge. All right, Spar's trying to play for his trade, but here comes a different player from Paris on a different angle. Just not prepared. Was Boston and Paris, they get the defensive win.
Oh, man.
3-1.
Yeah, no I fear we got a reverse sweep here. Spart and Purge haven't even got on the board, bro.
Snipe out for Sib. This is the opening shot. Nearly connects with his teammate again.
Oh, Purge is on the board. Whoa. Hold on, did he just pop a perky? What the hell was that?
He takes down Spart, who was already weak. And it's left to Sib with an AR in 1v2.
Do you see how twisted he was? He even shot the trophy.
Just run around the map together. They have already spotted Sib working his way back up through the middle of the map. And he's going to be unaware of it. So Boston, ready and waiting for that challenge push.
He just shot the trophy, too. Am I crazy for thinking he was turned right there?
A little bit. I mean, from the eye test, when you're hitting a 4-man play,
that was kind of gross.
On the attack, do you not feel like having just an AR instead of a sniper rifle is the same impact?
I know he shot the first guy in the back.
Like, I just feel
like
he
slid across, shot the trophy,
on a very tight cross is a little too risky. When
and then
having
snapped to the next guy
almost
and
more of an efficient play. Maybe I'm just
that's
blasted
kind of
for that take.
Oh yeah, no, it's 100%. It's way more efficient to be running an M15 because if you miss that sniper, then you are forced to use the Jaeger. Yeah, it's tough. So 100%. You would probably rather have Sib in a 4-man push with an AR instead of a sniper. And potentially also someone watching the pinch because there's no way
Spart, you gotta get on the board, brother.
10 seconds into the round.
He's not checking this corner. Yeah.
Now Boston back on the attack. You don't clear out a corner that you like to play if you're Purge and it's Envoy for the first blood.
Yeah, true. So true.
I never understand that. If you play a corner, why do you not check it?
First blood though for Paris. 1-round game.
If you're someone who plays that corner a lot, why are you not checking?
Stunned to confirm. Afro and the rest of Boston will get to work trying to clear this out for maybe a quick plan.
Looking like Thieves Valorant,
a little bit deeper.
They don't check any corners.
And yeah, they will clear that front doorway as well. So Afro will get into the corner, be in a spot to try to contest small, but he's also the bomb carrier, so he's got a plan.
Yeah, the longer that you wait, another team kill is gonna go down.
Another
so it's a
team
3v2 making a 2v2. All up to Afro.
Yeah. Currently stuck. Another team kill came through.
Oh my
Dude,
goodness.
that could have been a Boston round there.
I think we're both thinking the same thing right now.
Purge thought that corner was only for him.
Well, what I was thinking in that round is that Boston, like you have all of A control. SMGs has got kill at that B site.
Oh, that's kind of a ping cheese though. Neptune was already past him. That's kind of a ping cheese. I think on land that doesn't
one having
hit.
a sniper, another collab for Dante. 2 different maps so far that he finds.
In a different way. In a different way though.
I think on land that doesn't hit.
I hear that.
He's trying to complete the set.
Hear about this. Purge.
It's all right. Ghosty will just teamnate him
goes right into the corner that Envoy was in. Does Neptune check it?
Neptune does, brother.
Are we joking? He
are we hammered?
25% checks it. Nasty follows up. Ghosty with the rifle traded away at mid. And it's
Spart's on the board.
1v2.
He's 1-6.
And if you are Spart and Nasty, you can allow him to get this bomb plant. Just run around as an army of 2 and play the trade.
No scammies. If you're Boston.
Here they come. They're going to meet over towards this backside B street. Envoy's seen one. I believe Nasty may have mutual information though, because all of a sudden Boston hit the brakes. I like this from Envoy. Trying to create some space, some time, maybe try to get some
not a bad play
feelings into Boston if they were still there or not. But
isolate the 1v1.
Boston respond.
If you win it, maybe get out.
Yeah, and Envoy's probably commenting Neptune. Oh, I just used that spot last round. Make sure you hard check it, but he half checks it. And that leads to Purge finding the first blood. Even though Envoy's there for the trade, there was an extra player from Boston in the vicinity to keep the numbers on their side.
Wait, did Ghosty actually team kill Civ that round?
If you are Boston,
Did I
you just
miss
have
that?
to figure out how to get an attack win.
Yeah, true. Okay. Different look a little bit here from Boston. Trying to stretch the map a little bit, maybe catch some information off of early nades that are being tossed, but that's a lot of vacancy.
When Sib
outside
sniped
of
Nep,
A.
Ghosty killed Sib. Oh, I got you. I
Paris will
got you.
take that happily. Also inching forward through mid is Envoy, so he's in a good spot to follow up if this action that A does and eventually develop.
Hopefully his teammates don't get isolated here, because now Neptune, your positioning is going to be known. How low can he finesse around this A site? Hopefully long enough for Envoy to strike on the pinch. He's able to find the first blood. Sim follows him up. Now it's a 1v3 for Nasty.
Yeah, and he's a little bit stuck at the moment, but he's kind of
think they saw him,
eluded Paris. He's able to find one isolated gunfight. He needs to force a second.
Oh my God.
He's getting tagged up from
Oh my
behind.
God.
Does he get away?
Oh my
Yeah,
God, wait.
For a moment, he gets over to Koi, but
Wait a minute. How did he get out
action
there?
will reset. I think Paris are commenting that we still have bombs, so let's not get too crazy. But oh my goodness, Nasty
It looked like
nearly
his
gets a
aim
chance.
assist kind of stuck
Not
with
gonna
the
happen,
other
though.
guy,
Paris
not
take the
Neptune.
round, and now we're starting to get into the late innings of this search.
Yeah, Paris is just taking way too... I mean, Boston are taking way too long on their offensive attacks. Like, these play calls, all right, we're spreading the map, see what's being thrown at us, but when we're committing in towards showers, we actually have to go, because there's no way we're consistently leaving that flank opportunity open.
Yeah,
like, we know that we have to jump on them. We spotted the guy
Oh
initially
yeah, if
over towards
Nasty
that
would have
B
won
site.
that round,
And with Neptune putting down shots in
I
mid
think they
showers,
might
hit a
have
stun or a
closed
nade,
it out.
or just send all
because
players
that would have
at
been
him.
a
Because the
dirty
longer you wait,
1v3.
the longer those pinch routes are now starting to come in for
5-3
Paris.
curse,
Now they're
though?
at game point.
Boston good with a three-man defense over towards A. Sib going to bring the scope into the play again. This time there's no immediate push, though. They're going to let Sib try to get to work first. But no crosses for Boston. And Paris are saying, okay, that's decent information for us to try to find some ground to work with here at mid.
Nasty
Not a
9
route
to
that you would
5.
consider
Somebody's
really
gotta
pushing
help
through,
him, right?
but Ghost is with the bomb carrier. He's just going to try to see if
Afro's
he can catch
trying at
Boston
least.
lurking.
Just Paris has so much space to work with. Sib the entire time. Scouts. No one crosses over towards showers. We can take that side. All right, they have yet to contest in towards A. Let's not waste any time and get the bomb planted.
Whoa. But they stop off right before the bomb gets planted. Boston are going to set up their trophy now. Here come the retake attempt. They're going to maybe find Ghosty off the exit. No, they can't find him cleanly enough.
Oh,
Neptune
geez.
finds two. Make it all four.
Wow.
Drop in the blink of an eye. Oh, yeah, you can see the dejection on Boston's face. They knew that they had that series. All it took was, what, one defensive stand on exposure overload. They would have been 3-0-ing. But instead, like you kind of called there, right before the play under, fell through here, Jay. There was just a lot of ground given today in the retake attempt behind the trophy system.
What
They
is
don't
it my
get Ghosty
time?
off the post plant, and that just foils everything after that.
Yeah, it's like this entire map 5 for
Oh,
Boston.
dude,
they
that's
were afraid
so
to make
tough.
plays. They were doing everything correctly on the map too. But when you get here, potentially pressure at its highest, you want to try to see one go through the hoop and try to stop that 8 series, now 9 series losses in a row. But they were just afraid to move. And like, when Paris didn't give that up to you,
I don't
need
think
to
they
be able to
are,
take
Isabel.
advantage of
I
it.
think they're just kind of like, thank
You
God.
were prepared. You had 2 players scouting over towards the opposite
Ghosty
side. You had an
finished
extra gun, and you also
10-3,
spot the
Sib
guy going for the bomb
10-6.
plant. Just
I mean,
again, when we're
Nasty
trying
was
to fly
doing
our way
everything he
in,
could,
we're
9
going
and
1 by
6,
1,
but
and that's allowing Paris
really
to pick us
not getting a lot of help.
Well, the hopes of one Christopher Puckett have
Man.
been squashed. But for the rest of the
They
league,
gotta
a
get my
moment
boy
of
Nasty out of there. Get him to Toronto
saved him, if you
ASAP.
want to call it that. It's the least that goes over the course
Tip
of
my
this
guy
series in a way.
Nasty to
Yeah, I hear you, though,
Toronto
Jay. It's tough
ASAP.
scenes, especially
6
looking over
first
some of the
deaths.
numbers. Yeah, 6 first
That's
deaths.
the biggest thing. It's like the guy valued his life so well
Oh,
on that
winner.
map number 2 by just putting himself in
What?
position to gather information. On this
Oh, wait,
map,
never
he
mind.
just kept on
Neptune
getting
did it.
caught. And that's tough, man. To have 6 first death as the guy who leads in the communication. Yeah, Purge is going to be beating himself up there.
Heard that, but that's going to conclude
Yeah.
our weekend of games. So
That's
Desk
tough,
is
dude.
there to
Only
give us our thoughts, and
3%
I'm
of
interested to
people
hear what
picked
Chris has to say
Boston.
and how heartbroken
So
it is.
close.
And they could have had it,
Pick me
bro.
up on the jet ski. Get me out of this heartbreak hotel.
Oh, man.
2-0. We had it on overload. We blew it, and then it was just a
Oh,
slow
man.
unraveling. Purge got destroyed that final game, and I need my IGL to figure that map out. They don't have enough reps on it, or something's going on.
I got Ghosty.
Because they had an opportunity throughout
That
the
guy
series.
was ripping.
I know Jay's head probably feels like it's going to explode. The amount of times he just
That
watched
guy
them
was
get
ripping the
pinched
whole
and showers
series.
in their offensive pushes. Like, can
Yeah.
we
Oh,
either just
man.
watch the pinch or all full send it across, not one by one push through. But let's
Yeesh.
spend this time singing the praises.
Plus
of the
27,
gentleman.
yeah.
It's a reverse
They
sweep.
didn't drop the soap. They pinched people in the showers. They did everything right.
They did.
They did some stuff.
They did.
They walked away with a
Wow,
clean
Chad,
reverse
that is
sweep. Let's take
a
look here at our
tough way
map
to end the
five
day
highlights.
if you're
And
Boston.
of course, we got a
man.
scuff play of the game still to get to. And
Tough
here it is,
way.
a little bit of a reverse sweepage.
He had a good map. Sib had a
I
great
told you
map.
once that happened.
A little team shot in round 3. Other than that,
Once that happened, I knew it
They're
was
used to it.
over
We've talked
because
to
Sparta
Gentlemen
was
plenty of
checked.
times about a couple
He
of
got
teenagers
2
who
kills
can
after
go
that.
through. As long as you win the round, that's all that matters.
completing the reverse sweep ant has to feel great. You also have to mentally blow up your opponent's brain. So what do you do here if you're Parasol? Are you
Nasty's in hell,
celebrating
though.
this win? Are you frustrated?
We gotta get him.
that it
We
took
gotta
this
get him
long
to
get it
Toronto.
done? What are we thinking about
Gotta
as we
get him to
celebrate?
Toronto.
I think,
Really
it's
sad.
I think you just have a couple key takeaways, and one is like, yo, we're still a really good team, right? And when we win our S&Ds, like this is what's going to happen. And sometimes you're going to fall down in a series to a team that is lesser than you. And in this,
We'll
one, they
stay
were
for
still
the
able to come
interview,
out
and
with
then
the
once we
W.
get
So for
this
Gentlemates,
this interview,
it's
we'll
ultimately not
hop
where they
out.
want to be, but this is a good sign. I mean, they dominated the Colossus in the beginning of the overload. Like, did not look pretty for them. Had no map control. They were getting farmed. Well, they grouped up and they had a nice late game effort. And then this search and destroy was honestly a masterclass on both sides, offense and defense. Loved what I saw from them.
Great excitement there out of Neptune. You saw the elation from Dan Ghosty and the disappointment from Purge and Afro. Boston had it in their hands and it falls through their fingers. They'll have to wait for the first 10 points of Major 3. In the meantime, we've got Dan Ghosty in our
so
Monster
tough,
Winner
bro.
Spotlight. Dan, I went with
I actually
Boston.
feel
I didn't
so
think
bad.
Boston could do it, but after game 2, I thought, oh my
I vote
goodness,
Purge
Paris
for
is in
Nasty to
trouble.
Rock.
Do you
Jesus.
guys have any of those
Oh,
worries on
no.
comms throughout this series?
Genuine worries? Nah, we just truthfully, we just were not playing like ourselves at all the first 2 maps. So just kind of remembering who we are, the team that we are, and just playing our own game.
Okay.
Ghosty, I want to ask you about Search and Destroy a little bit. I know you guys have been trying to get better in that game mode and trying to set Sib up for success. I saw in the game 5, you guys kind of pushing in front of him a little bit more often and playing off of his sniper. How do you get him to get back to stage 1 where he was dominating early as S&D rounds?
Truthfully, just being deliberate in our practice. Once it feels the most consistent it's felt, quote unquote, in practice, that's whenever it's going to start shining more and more through the matches. And I definitely agree with that. We saw a little bit, a vintage Dante, if you will.
Absolutely.
Vintage, even though it's 2 months ago.
Feels like forever when it comes to the COD League, right?
It does, it does.
I want to talk about the respawns. It's funny because it kind of echoed in the series as well. The kind of slower starts, right? And then it's like once you guys hit a certain point in the map, it just feels like a different team. How do we get that from the start? Like, is that something you guys notice? Have you pinpointed? Do you feel it too?
Yeah, I would say it's definitely like it's felt across the whole team. And it's just like kind of like the first 2 maps, just starting off the map with the same intensity that we want to keep the whole map. If you listen to the comms, if you do a listen at the beginning versus the end, especially that like map 1, for example, it sounds a bit different. And we got to try to eliminate that for sure.
Yeah.
Dan, thanks for joining us in the Monster Winner Spotlight. We'll let you get back to the team.
Thank you guys. Enjoy your Sunday.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Took a little bit longer than they
All
wanted,
right.
but they got the result. 10 points are going
that's
to
gonna
Paris.
do it
They also
for
stay pretty
the
darn good
stream
in our
today.
Major 3 qualifiers heading into the
We
Dream Hack.
had a pretty
You
quick
got
one
4 additional points is what
out of the
producer told
Thieves
us.
today.
They were gonna give
Pretty
me
quick
4,
one
and
on
we
the
were
day
all
in
right.
general. Only 3 matches today, so nothing too crazy. But we got another dub on the board, and next week we play G2 and Ravens, I believe. I don't know which team we play first, but those are the 2 teams we play. I think the Ravens and G2 matches will be a little tougher, especially if G2 comes out the way they did against the Heretics today. So we got to keep an eye on that. But I think either way, the Thieves should be able to close this one out undefeated, which could be a little concerning if you believe in the undefeated curse going into the majors. But the Thieves are definitely looking much better, and I'm happy to see that. We need to see the overload kind of start to turn around a little bit. I know Abizi said that that's what they're working on next. So hopefully that can get figured out soon, because I think if we get the overload figured out going into Major 3, this team is going to look really, really good. They're going to be hard to beat. Maybe the only thing then you have to work on is like map pool. They mentioned it on the broadcast as well, just deepening your map pool a little bit. But outside of that, I think overload will go a long way for the Thieves, and you know, we really need it going into this major, because I think the Thieves actually have a really good opportunity to win Major 3 if they're playing like they have been the last couple series online. I think they're going to show up even better on LAN, especially with this new meta change. Abizi has looked unreal. Hydra and Abizi as a duo have looked unreal. So that's really what we've been asking for a while now. But yeah, that's going to do it for today. I appreciate everybody who tuned in today. I hope you all have a good rest of your day. And can't wait to see you guys next week for more of the Thieves matches. We'll be live for the COD matches as well as for the Valorant match against Furia, as long as everything goes according to plan. So yeah, that's going to do it. Hope to see you guys next week. Peace out, everybody.